following is a presentation of Westwood One Sports. If it's the NFL, it's on Westwood One.
Mahomes again from the gun, takes the low snap, looks left, pump fakes, throws over the middle, completes. It's Kelsey at the 30. Kelsey breaking free. 15, 10, 5. Kelsey is in for the Kansas City touchdown, and the Chiefs have won it in overtime.
Herbert under center, takes the snap, play action fake, screen, left side, Eckler blocking in front across the 10, down to the 5, cuts right, into the end zone, touchdown Chargers. Austin Eckler's second touchdown of the game, and that will put LA in front.
Shotgun, Burrow, looks, floats, left side, caught, Jamar Chase, touchdown, Cincinnati.
Tom Brady goes back to work. He'll throw on first down, sets up in the pocket, zips it to his left. Mike Evans has got it, breaks one tackle along the sidelines, and then he flips it to the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa.
With the script right out of Hollywood, the star-studded Los Angeles Rams are a hit. They have won Super Bowl 56 in dramatic come-from-behind fashion.
Every primetime game.
Whatever it takes.
All season long.
The only thing matters is a win. That's it.
The road to Super Bowl 57 is on Westwood One.
Let's go, man.
Now, it's time for Sunday Night Football. Let's head to the stadium and join Ryan Radke and Mike Golick.
We welcome you to Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin for an NFC North matchup on Week 2 of Sunday Night Football as the Green Bay Packers host the Chicago Bears. Tonight's broadcast of the National Football League on Westwood One is sponsored by Jack Links, by AutoZone, by Wrangler Jeans, by Barbasol Shaving Cream, by Geico, and by NFL.com. Hi, everybody. I'm Ryan Radke, along with Mike Golick. Scott Graham will join us shortly from our Westwood One studios. Meeting number 205 all-time between these two franchises tonight. The Packers have had the better of things recently, winning 6 straight against the Bears, 12 of the last 14 here, and 20 of the last 23 overall. But tonight, it's the Bears that come in with some momentum. Chicago won their opener last week, beating San Francisco in the driving rain, while the Packers stumbled in their opener in Minnesota. Mike, all due respect to the Bears and what they did last week, there's been much more attention paid to the Packers and what they didn't do last week. What do you expect out of this Green Bay team tonight?
Well, I expect this team to keep improving and Aaron Rodgers to start to get on the same page with some of the young receivers. Now, Lazard is back tonight. That's certainly going to help him. But, again, how long does that take? You know, the O-line we know has been shuffled, but how long does it take them to get in the groove, which makes Chicago, I really feel think they can come into town here and maybe take advantage while Green Bay is trying to kind of, get that offense going a little bit. And I'm sure they're going to try and frustrate Aaron Rodgers the way his kind of receivers have been frustrating him by dropping balls.
Yeah, and you look at the Bears, it's a team, they didn't put up big numbers a week ago, but they found a way to win. And you were down on the field and you said you sense a little confidence from this team despite the fact they've really struggled in this build.
Without a doubt. Again, tough to take a lot of the numbers from last week because of how bad the field was, but what they did in the second half, especially Justin Fields, to win that game against San Francisco. New coach, new philosophy, which I'll get into because, man, let me tell you, as a former player, all of a sudden you're running a hell of a lot more, you're hitting a hell of a lot more, it's a lot more intense, but it worked in week 1, they're 1-0, and now you come in here and you say, okay, let's change the narrative. We've come in here and we know what it's been. Is it going to be same old, same old? It's time, new coach, new system, new narrative when we come to Lambeau.
Let's talk defenses. Say what you will about the conditions a week ago, but the Bears locked up San Francisco, especially in that second half. Packers came in thinking, we got a really good defense. They had trouble, especially against Justin Jefferson a week ago. Now, a lot of people have had trouble against him, but they're still looking to kind of bounce back. It was not to their standard a week ago.
It really wasn't, but really there is no threat from the Bears that is like Justin Jefferson. So, and I think from that side of it, it's going to be a little different tonight. I would imagine, and I believe the offense will give more to help the Green Bay Packers defense tonight. But you're right, their standards right now, and everybody's looking at the offensive side to mature with Aaron Rodgers and the receivers. But while that's happening, the defense has got to live up.
Much more to come from Lambeau Field as we approach kickoff between the Bears and the Packers. But when we return, Scott Graham joins us from our Progressive Insurance Studios. For a job you'll love, visit progressive.com/careers today. You're listening to Sunday Night Football on Westwood One.
At the United States Postal Service, we deliver packages fast and affordably so you can give your customers what they want when they need it. We're delivering for one-stop shops, mom and pops, pop-ups, startups, retail, wholesale, large scale, small biz, big box, customers, customizers. So no matter what business you're in, we'll always be delivering for you. USPS, delivering for America. Learn more at USPS.com/delivering.
O'Reilly Auto Parts is here to keep your car on the road with our free loaner tool program. Your local store has more than 80 specialty tools available to rent for your next repair. Refundable deposit required. Ask our professional parts people about the loaner tool program today at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts store or visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Welcome to the Sunday Night Football pregame show on Westwood One. Sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts. Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get guaranteed low prices and excellent customer service from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Now, here's your host, Scott Graham.
From our Westwood One studios as we get you ready for Sunday Night Football between the Chicago Bears and the Green Bay Packers tonight here on Sunday Night Football. And another Sunday, another day of wild, crazy endings. We saw it in Week 1, and we saw it again today. The most recent game to end ended in overtime at Allegiant Stadium with the Raiders and the Cardinals battling it out. Arizona scored 16 fourth-quarter points to force the extra period, and then what a development in that extra period.
Quick throw, Renfro at the 39, backs out of it, goes forward, he's hitting the ball, fumbled again! It's loose on the Cardinals sideline, they pick it up, it's Murphy down the far sideline, racing towards the end zone, and Arizona scores to win it in overtime! Hunter Renfro was trying to get extra yardage, he was drilled, fumbled the football, and the Raiders lose at home in devastating fashion.
Jason Horowitz, our old friend of the Compass Media, Las Vegas Raiders Radio Network. 29-23 the final in overtime. And once again, Raiders are now 0-2 to start the season. Arizona is 1-1. Crazy comeback today for Miami in Baltimore. They came from behind after trailing 35-14 in the fourth quarter, scored 28 points in the fourth, and beat the Ravens 42-38 the final. Tua Tagovailoa throws 6 touchdown passes. Tyreek Hill catches 2. Jalen Waddle catches 2. They both went for more than 170 yards receiving. Baltimore is now 1-1. How about Joe Flacco coming from behind and winning today for the New York Jets? The backup quarterback pressed into duty threw 4 touchdown passes, including the game winner with 22 seconds left in Cleveland as the Jets beat the Browns 31-30. Both teams are 1-1. New England finally figured out a way to get their victory today. They did so in Pittsburgh, knocking off the Steelers 17-14. Mac Jones throws for a touchdown and an interception on the day. Both of those teams are 1-1. The Rams knocked off Atlanta today to get their first victory. Matthew Stafford threw 3 touchdown passes, 2 of them coming to Cooper Kupp. As the Rams get that first victory, Atlanta falls to 0-2. For San Francisco, it was a big win at home today and a big loss as well. They beat Seattle by a score of 27-7, but Trey Lance got injured in the first quarter of this game. It's a fractured ankle. He's having season-ending surgery on Monday. Jimmy Garoppolo is now the quarterback for San Francisco. Both the Niners and the Seahawks are 1-1. Tom Brady finally beat New Orleans in a regular season game. Tampa Bay beat New Orleans today 20-10 the final. Brady throws a touchdown pass in this one. Jameis Winston got picked off 3 times. The New York Giants are in first place in the NFC East. I don't need to repeat myself. They're now 2-0 as they beat Carolina today at the Meadowlands 19-16. Carolina falls to 0-2. Dallas got a Brett Maher 50-yard field goal as time expired in Big D. Even though they gave up a lead, they still hold off Cincinnati 20-17 for their first victory of the year. Don't look now, but the Bengals have now started the season 0-2. Jared Goff threw 4 touchdown passes today for Detroit. They scored better than 35 points again as they beat the Washington Commanders 36-27. The final score, both teams now 1-1. Jacksonville shut out Indy 24-0 the final. Trevor Lawrence throwing a pair of touchdown passes in that one. And Russell Wilson wins his home debut. They knock off to the Denver Broncos, Houston Texans 16-9. Houston now 0-1-1. Denver is 1-1. It's the NFL Scoreboard, sponsored by FanDuel Sportsbook. Make every moment more with FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL. As we continue with the pregame show, we'll take a look at tonight's matchup. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
Hey, what's going on? This is your boy Kevin Hart, and guess what? I've got my own channel on Sirius XM, Kevin Hart's Laugh Out Loud Radio, channel 96. We play the best stand-up comedy from some of my favorite comedians, and I got my own show. It's called Straight from the Heart, and I host it with a bunch of unattractive friends of mine. They call the Plastic Cup Boys. Every Tuesday and Thursday, real, raw, authentic conversation. 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. Laugh Out Loud Radio right here on Sirius XM, channel 96. Don't miss it.
Check a flag right here. I want a lot more of those big trophies.
Listen to SiriusXM NASCAR Radio Channel 90 and on the SXM app, included with all of our trials and popular plans. Sunday, we're back on the track at 2:30 p.m. Eastern with NASCAR Cup Series Racing. It's the Auto Trader Echo Park Automotive 500 from Texas Motor Speedway.
SiriusXM NASCAR Radio
Channel 90.
I hyper-focus on doing my job.
Hell yeah, baby! Hi, everybody. Christopher Mad Dog Russo here. Familiar? You should be. Well, now you can catch Mad Dog's Daily Bite each day as a podcast, where you'll hear my thoughts and opinions on the biggest topics around the world of sports. NFL, baseball, golf, NBA, even the hockey. That you know you can count on. That's Mad Dog's Daily Bite. Drops daily anywhere you get your podcasts. And you can also hear me weekdays 3 to 6 Eastern on Mad Dog Unleashed, Sirius XM Channel 82, or anytime on the SXM app. Touchdown!
NFL fans, get more of the great content you crave right now on the SXM app. Just search for your favorite team on the app and tap the favorite star. You not only hear the game with your hometown announcers, but you'll also get access to the pre- and post-game shows. And come back during the week for extra content from select clubs, including coach and player press conferences, special team-specific shows, interviews, and much more. It's all on the SXM app. Download it and search for your team today.
Westwood One. From the Progressive Insurance Studios, I'm Scott Graham. Get renter's insurance to protect the things that make your place a home, including coverage for theft or damage. Visit Progressive.com today. So we get you ready for kickoff time at Lambeau Field in Green Bay. It is the Bears and the Green Bay Packers. Of course, the Packers only put up 7 points last night. Even though Aaron Rodgers is 22-5 in his career against the Bears, he realized heading into this matchup this week that there's still an awful lot for him to do.
I didn't lose a fumble all last year. And hadn't thrown a pick in a division game in, I don't know, a while. So that's kind of the standard that I hold myself to, regardless of who's out there with us. So that's why that's frustrating. You know, I don't look at it as Tay's not here, I got to, do even more, or play perfect football. I've just always held myself to a standard of taking care of the football, and that wasn't good enough on Sunday.
Last year with Devontae Adams, after they lost the opener, the Packers went 7-0 from weeks 2 through 8. They're hoping to do more of that tonight. The Bears have a young quarterback. You know about him. It's Justin Fields, who threw just 17 passes in last week's 19-10 win against San Francisco. I asked his head coach, Matt Eberflus, what he's seeing out of his young quarterback over the course of a long season.
I'm just seeing daily improvement. I mean, he just is just getting better and better. He had in that game where the first half was a little bit, sluggish, and then, he came out and he figured it out, and he did a really nice job of, rallying the team and made some really nice plays for us and got the momentum going so we could get the victory. And but overall, he's just grown so much in these 7 months, physically grown and mentally grown, and as a leader of our football team, he's just taking great strides every day.
Anytime you go up against Aaron Rodgers, it not only is a physical game, but there's a little bit of a mental chess game that goes into this as well because of what he's capable of doing on the fly back there. And there's a lot been made about the fact that he doesn't have the targets that he has had in the past, but taking a look at them on film heading into this matchup, what do you see?
Yeah, I mean, I know he has some younger players there, but he still has, his tight end back, and he's got, Cobb is back, and He's got those runners. He got two really good skill set with those two runners that he has. So, I'm thinking they're going to lean on those guys, and the rookies are talented. They got a bunch of talented rookies, guys that have speed, and Watson, and so. I know they're gonna look to bounce back here, and we're going to be in a heck of a competition here on Sunday night.
This is a team that you're playing that is, kind of been the gold standard inside the division. Is that an aspect that you, in talking to your team heading into this matchup, that you play up? Is it something that you discount? Is it something that you allow to take care of on its own?
Yeah, well, the main mantra for us has been about us. Everything is about us and how we improve and what we do. And that's going to continue to be that way throughout the entire season because we have a young football team. We have to improve. We have to get better at the fundamentals and details of the game. And we're going to continue to grow throughout the course of the year. So every week's going to be about us, and that's going to be our philosophy.
When you are the head coach of the Chicago Bears, you have got a big camera and a lot of lights on you, especially in that city, because when you look at the city of Chicago, the passion is going to come out specifically for the Bears. Does that change anything about the way you look at things, or is that something that you have to kind of let take care of itself?
No, we welcome that. We love our fans. The fans were great the other day in the rain. They stayed all the way through and cheered us all the way to victory. And, man, we're all about hard work and giving great effort and being intense, and that's what the city of Chicago is all about. And we welcome that, and we're excited about getting this thing going.
Tonight, Matt Eberflus and his Bears have to brave Lambeau Field, where they have lost their last 6 in a row. Packers overall have won 11 of their last 12 against Chicago. Opening kickoffs coming up. We'll rejoin Ryan Rackey and Mike Golick at Lambeau Field when we return. You're listening to Sunday Night Football on Westwood One.
Parents, are you tired of helping put your kids' shoes on? They're squirming, watching cartoons, anything but helping. Luckily, it's Skechers to the rescue. Introducing new hands-free Skechers slip-ins. Footwear you can just get your kids to step into and their shoes are on. You don't need to bend over. You don't need to sit on the floor and try to wrangle them on. Actually, you don't even have to touch them. With Skechers slip-ins, they just step in and go. Plus, they're so easy, they could be the first shoes your kids can put on by themselves. And Skechers slip-ins are great for older kids too. They're quick, easy, and fun. The secret is a unique comfort pillow in the heel that helps your child's foot slide securely into place and cradle it in comfort. Plus, they're available in all types of Skechers styles with and without laces. And most are machine washable, so you can keep them looking newer longer. Get Skechers slip-ins, the where have you been all my life shoes, for your kids or for mom and dad today. Find Skechers slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish shoes are sold.
Welcome back to Sunday Night Football on Westwood One. It's time for another memorable moment in football history, sponsored by NetSuite by Oracle.
Here's Brett Favre, back to throw, fakes it short, throws it long, wide open, caught at the 30, 40, 50, Brooks, 40, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Green Bay. It's 20-0 on a 99-yard pass from Brett Favre to Robert Brooks.
The legendary Jack Buck with the call on CBS Radio Sports, and back in Week 2 of the 1995 season when Hall of Famer Brett Favre set one of his many records as the Green Bay Packers quarterback. This one will never be broken, however, as his 99-yard touchdown pass to Robert Brooks helped the Pack pass the Chicago Bears 27-24 on Monday Night Football and tied the mark for the longest pass play in NFL history. 12 others have equaled that feat. That's tonight's memorable moment in football history, sponsored by NetSuite by Oracle. If you don't know your numbers, you don't know your business. NetSuite by Oracle is offering a one-of-a-kind flexible financing program. Head to netsuite.com/touchdown. Time for an important game for the home team and a growth game for the road team. Should be interesting as we take you out to Lambeau Field right now to call the action and rejoin Ryan Rackey and Mike Golick. Guys?
All right, Scott, thanks very much. 73 degrees here at Lambeau tonight as the Jets fly overhead. The fireworks still going off after the national anthem. It is a beautiful night for football here in Wisconsin. The NFL's oldest rivalry, meeting number 205 between the Bears and the Packers all time tonight. Mike, let's talk about the keys to the game. First, for the visitors from Chicago, they come in 1-0. They're feeling good. What are the keys for them to have a 2-0 start to the new campaign?
I think certainly on offense, it revolves around Justin Fields and getting him on the move. This isn't rocket science. you have a great athlete who plays quarterback, and he does so well on the move. So start that early, probably often, to get your offense kind of going, because they're a short to mid-range passing team, and once they do that, they can take some shots downfield. Defensively, Alquandine Muhammad and Robert Quinn, I'm looking at those guys to get the pressure on Aaron Rodgers as they're still trying to figure out what's going on downfield. If they can't get those receivers, I know you have Lazard back, but he's coming off an ankle, receivers downfield, if they're not getting separation, that's more time for those guys to rush.
All right, let's talk about the keys for the Packers. Losers a week ago to Minnesota. Under Matt LaFleur, though, following losses, the Packers are 9-0, and they have won those games by an average of 14 points per. What are the keys for them trying to even the record tonight?
Yeah, and Aaron's been really good in those games. 8 of those games, he's 8-0. It hasn't thrown an interception. In all honesty, Ryan, I really look for the Packers to run the ball. They got those 2 great running backs to really try and hammer. Last year, the Bears were not very good against the run. I know you got some new players in the new system, but I think Green Bay will test that, and that certainly can open up as you're working downfield. Again, I said Lazard coming back off that ankle injury, working him back in again, and those young players as well. But I think you'll see a lot of running tonight as well. Defensively, as I mentioned about Fields, he likes the short to intermediate passes, so cover that. Make them prove that they can go deep and over the top. Can they do that? Make them prove that to you. Until that, cover short. If they're going to complete short passes, you got to make the tackle right away, no yards after the catch. And it's very easy to say, contain Justin Fields. That's what you try and do. But sometimes, Ryan, you give up that pass rush a little bit if you're trying to contain a little bit. You're not going all out, but if he gets to the outside, he can make plays, so you got to find a way to keep him in the pocket.
Coin toss just took place at midfield. The Bears have won the toss. They have deferred their option to the second half, so we'll see Aaron Rodgers in that Green Bay offense out first here tonight at Lambeau Field. The Bears will take the field in their white jerseys, the navy blue numbers outlined in orange, the navy blue pants, and the navy blue helmets with that Chicago logo in orange on either side. For the Packers, it is the green jerseys, white numbers. They have the gold pants and the gold helmets with that Green Bay G on the sides in green. Amari Rodgers is back deep to return for the Packers, and Cairo Santos ready to kick it away for the Bears. Week number 2 of Sunday Night Football. Bears 1-0, Packers 0-1. Green Bay winners of 6 straight in this series against Chicago. Santos with the ball teed up at the 35-yard line. He'll kick it away from our left to our right. Santos is on the approach, and we are underway. Week number 2 of Sunday Night Football with an end-over-end kick. Amari Rodgers sliding to his left. He'll let this go over his head, land in the end zone, and the Packers will start 1st and 10 from the 25. So Aaron Rodgers, back-to-back NFL MVP 4 times. He has been the most valuable player. Last week, just threw for 195 yards and a pick. Aaron Jones, A.J. Dillon split the time in the backfield. Allen Lazard is back after missing last week's game with an ankle injury, joined by the veterans Sammy Watkins and Randall Cobb at wide receiver. Robert Tonyan back this year as the tight end. Packers start 1st and 10 from the 25. Ball is on the right hash. Rodgers in the gun, 2 receivers left, single man to the right. Rodgers takes the snap, he'll flip it out to Jones, running right outside the numbers, and Aaron Jones out to about the 29-yard line before he is taken down there. It's a gain of 4 yards on the first touch for Aaron Jones. That'll bring up 2nd and 6. There's a penalty flag on the field. Alquandine Muhammad made that stop. We'll hear from Craig Rolstad, the referee tonight, huddled up with his crew over on the far sideline. Aaron Rodgers coming over to listen in, maybe lobby a little bit.
Personal foul, illegal low block, defense number 22. That's a 15-yard penalty out at the end of the play. Automatic first down.
So again, new rule now in the NFL, when you're outside the tackle box, a lot of time these smaller players will come up and take out the legs of the bigger blockers on the offensive side. You can't do that now. So there's a lineman out in front. It's Royce Newman who's out in front, and he gets cut out from underneath by Kendall Vildor, and you're not allowed to take him out low anymore. That's a penalty. The little guy has to take the big guy on upstairs, which is difficult for them to do.
So take it out to the 43-yard line, 1st and 10 for Green Bay. Rodgers under center, 2 receivers left, single man to the right. Tight end Tonyan on the left end of the line. Rodgers takes the snap, back on a handoff to Jones, runs right along the numbers, spinning across the 45-yard line, and he's out to the 47. Gain of 4. Justin Jones, the free agent pickup from the Chargers, makes the stop. That'll bring up 2nd and 6. 2 plays, 2 runs for Green Bay, Mike.
Yeah, I think they want to set the tone doing that. But we saw a quarterback last week in Tom Brady, and here we see in Aaron Rodgers in week 1. Both of them struggled, and they're prideful guys and want to show that they're better than what they've seen. But I think this is a smart way to start. Let the O-line come off the ball. Let your big backs kind of run behind them and set the tone this way.
Aaron Jones just 5 carries, 8 touches in the game a week ago. He's had a couple of carries already. Rodgers in the gun on 2nd down and 6. Ball at his own 47 on the far side right hash. Rodgers takes the shotgun snap, fakes to Jones, looks to throw, fires down the middle. That's caught by Watkins. A first down in Bears territory across the 40 to the 39. Kyler Gordon was in coverage, a gain of 14 on the first throw of the night from Aaron Rodgers.
Well, that's what a couple of runs will do. You get the linebackers flowing toward the run, and he goes backside of that, right over the top of the linebackers. Makes it a lot, gives him a lot of room to throw the ball inside the corner and in front of the safety. Easy pitch and catch for a guy as accurate as Aaron Rodgers.
4th catch of the year for the veteran Sammy Watkins, coming over from Baltimore, where he had career lows across the board last year. 1st and 10, Green Bay at the Chicago 39. Trips left, single man to the right. That's Romeo Doubs, the rookie out of Nevada. Shotgun snap. Here's a handoff to Dillon. Runs right along the hash marks. Get those big legs going and drives his way down to the 36-yard line. Robert Quinn, the 12th-year man out of North Carolina, makes the tackle after a gain of 3. And that'll bring up 2nd down and 7.
Let me just get this out of the way early that I have thigh envy of A.J. Dillon. I said
we all do.
Yeah, I mean, it's just incredible.
That man is unbelievable. Yeah. He does not miss leg day, I'll tell you that.
No, he does not. And he takes advantage of leg day.
Dillon and Jones in there together. Dillon to the right of Rodgers, Jones to the left. Slot left, single man right, 2nd down and 7. Ball at the Bears 36. Jones will motion out of the backfield, line up to the left. Rodgers goes to the hard count, can't get the Bears to jump. Play clock at 4. Rodgers has the snap, back to pass, looks, throws right, incomplete. Rodgers had to double clutch that one and sailed it over the head of Dillon. Jaquan Brisker, the 2nd-round pick out of Penn State, was applying the heat. And now 3rd down coming up for Green Bay, an area last week that they were not good, 3 of 9 against the Vikings.
Boy, Jaquan Brisker did a nice job. The rookie out of Penn State. Coming up, they looked like a cover 2. He came down low and then broke out on the receiver wide. Did a really, really nice job. They love their 2 rookies, Kyler Gordon and Jaquan Brisker, how they're playing early on.
So 3rd and 7 now for the Packers. Rodgers will line up in the shotgun. Packers go empty. 2 receivers to the right, 3 out to the left. Rodgers takes the snap, back to pass, looks, fires left on the slant. Caught by Allen Lazard right at the sticks. That'll be a first down. Needed the 29. They'll give him the 28. Eddie Jackson was in coverage. Green Bay moves the sticks, and they love it here at Lambeau, welcoming back Lazard.
And Eddie Jackson had pretty good coverage, but again, this is Aaron Rodgers. He's just drilling the ball in there. Big hole again in the middle. Both linebackers out on the outside, and they're covering man, so they're splitting. So you have a wide open field in front of you, and that's all Aaron Rodgers needs is a little bit of area.
Gain of 8 on the play. 1st and 10 for the Packers now. Ball in the Bears 28 on the near side left hash. Rodgers under center with Dillon in the back. Receivers left and right. Rodgers surveys that Bears defense, takes the snap, little toss to Dillon, starts left, cuts right between the hash marks, not much there for Dillon. Got a yard, maybe 2 before he is shoved backwards by that Bears defense. Kyler Gordon leading the way. Justin Jones was in there as well. Gain of a couple to the 26. It'll bring up 2nd down and 8. Clock shows 11:24 to go here in the first quarter, opening drive of the game.
Now, one of the things they love about Kyler Gordon, again, this corner from Washington, he will come up and hit you. I mean, again, these are 2 big backs, and he just came up and filled the hole extremely well. And not a lot of yards after the hit on that one.
Packers back in the huddle will come to the line of scrimmage for 2nd down and 8. Rodgers will line up in the gun. He's got Dillon to his right. 2 receivers to that right side, including Jones, who's in the slot. Single man Watkins wide to the left. Rodgers bends to the waist, takes the snap, handoff. Dillon starts left, nowhere to go, met in the backfield and dropped. Angelo Blackson was right there to wrap him up. It's a loss at 2. That'll bring up 3rd and 10.
You know, you can sit there and talk about game plans and trying to outfox one another, but you know what football ends up being is one-on-one. And Blackson beat Josh Myers, plain and simple. So it's a game of one-on-one, and that time the defense and Blackson won that one easily. Throwing for a loss now, 3rd and long again.
But Blackson almost looked surprised as Myers just darted to his left, and Blackson almost looked like, where are you going?
Where are you going? You're supposed to be on me right now.
3rd down and 10 for Green Bay. Packers will go trips right, single man left. Jones in the backfield to Rodgers left. Play clock down to 2. Now at 1, Rodgers has the snap. Back against a 4-man rush, and they're going to blow it dead.
First charge timeout, Green Bay.
Now, Matt LaFleur called that from the sideline. So the Packers will take time out before this third down play. Ryan Radke, Mike Golick here in the Grainger broadcast booth at Lambeau Field. Field position is everything, and with over 250 Grainger branch locations, the right supplies and solutions for your industry are always right where you need them. Call, click, or stop by Grainger today. So the Packers looking to convert another third down here. I mentioned they were not good on third downs a week ago against Minnesota. Then again, there wasn't a lot the Packers were good at last week. It was really kind of a disaster of an opener, reminiscent of the opener they had last year against New Orleans.
Exactly, but coming back strong after that, we'll see if they can do that tonight. And now 3rd and 10, it's been short routes the first few completions for Aaron Rodgers. Now the routes have to develop a little more down the field, so let's see what kind of rush the Bears can get.
9th play of the drive here for Green Bay. Rodgers in the gun with Jones to his right. 3 receivers bunched up to the right side, single man left. Now Lazard will go in motion across the formation from right to left. Rodgers slight bend at the waist, takes the shotgun snap, he's back to pass. Rodgers sets up, looks, pulls it down, moving left. Rodgers looking, floats for the sideline, caught by Aaron Jones, out of bounds with a first down. The Bears are saying no, the officials are saying yes. The ball came out of Aaron Jones' hand at the end, but the official on the near side says it's a catch. They've got him marked down at the 13. If it stands, it'll be a gain of 15 yards.
So they're getting the line right away to run a play. This is to try and stop the replay and see if they can get away with it, or if Chicago wants to try and challenge.
Rodgers under center, and now we've got flags. Rodgers pulled out of there, but never got the snap. So it ended up working against Green Bay.
False start. Offense. Number 71. It's a 5-yard penalty. First down.
Rough start for Josh Myers.
Yeah, it really is. And again, they're hustling to the line to get the playoff to the Bears. Whether they're going to decide to challenge it or not, they were not going to, but unfortunately, it still cost Green Bay 5 yards. Aaron Rodgers on that play was actually looking for Romeo Doubs at an out and up on the right side. Wasn't there and had time to escape to the left to find his running back.
Just floated that ball in beautifully to
Great
Jones.
touch.
So move it back to the 18, 1st and 15. 2 receivers right, 2 tight ends left. Rodgers back in the shotgun. Takes the snap, looks, quick pass right side, incomplete. That was off of Doubs, who hadn't turned to look for the football. And Mike, they've talked about these young receivers and trying to make adjustments and the frustration that Rodgers has had with them during camp. And we saw a couple of these a week ago.
Yeah, and Doubs had 4 catches last week. He was the most targeted wide receiver last week. Other than that, it was, as I mentioned earlier in the pregame, it was 2 running backs and a tight end. Yeah, these are one of those things that are going to have to work out. I mean, and this is a coaching moment right now where Aaron, which can be tough, has to be patient, with the young receivers.
2nd down and 15. Packers go empty. They've got 2 tight ends on the left end of the line, 2 receivers right, single man split out to the left. Rodgers back in the gun from the Bears 18, takes the snap, back to pass, looks, fires deep down the right side for Lazard, incomplete, knocked away. A beautiful play by Kyler Gordon, getting up there to knock that one out of the hands of Alan Lazard. 3rd and 15.
Boy, that was really a great play by Gordon, but I thought that ball was going to have to be a little longer. It actually hung in the air a bit, and Gordon had time to catch up to it. I thought it was either going to be a back shoulder throw or a little deeper into the end zone, but Gordon made up the space very quickly and had a good vertical to block it.
Packers need the 3 for a first down. 3rd down and 15. Rodgers in the shotgun. 3 receivers left. 2 receivers out to the right. Rodgers now is going to motion Tunyon. He'll go from left to right. Play clock down to 5. Rodgers, slight bend at the waist, waits, gets the shotgun snap, back to pass, looks right, pulls it down, looks left, pumps, steps up in the pocket, hit from behind, and sacked back around the 23. Travis Gibson got him. 3rd-year man out of Tulsa, had 7 sacks a year ago. He's got his first of the new year, and the field goal team coming out for Green Bay.
Last year, a guy that was voted the team's most improved player, and this was more of a coverage sack. They chipped Quinn on the other side, so he didn't get a rush. Aaron started that way and tried to come back, and Gibson just did a great job of continuing to hustle, ended up being right in the lap of Aaron Rodgers.
Loss of 4 back to the 22, so it'll be a 40-yard attempt for Mason Crosby, the veteran. It'll come from the left hash. Here's the snap, ball down. Crosby's kick is on the way, and it is good. So the Packers get a score on the opening drive. They settle for 3. 8 minutes, 33 seconds to go here in the opening quarter. It's Green Bay 3 and Chicago nothing. A reminder that for every field goal made tonight and throughout the remainder of the season, Barbasol will make a donation to Kurt and Brenda Warner's Treasure House, a living community for adults with disabilities. Barbasol shaving cream, an American original for over 100 years. Close Shave America, Close Shave Barbasol. Packers 3, Bears will have it when we come back. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
After 20 seasons under center for 4 teams, it was hard for Brett Favre to say goodbye to the game he loves. Now that he's hosting a show on SiriusXM NFL Radio, he's trying to find a way back in.
Doug Peterson, the head coach in Jacksonville. Brett's not far away now. You want to bring him in for a pregame pep talk?
I was thinking something easier. Reach out to me during the game if you need a play.
Brett Favre Talks Football, Tuesdays at 11 Eastern on NFL Radio Channel 88 and the SXM app.
For the end zone, he throws it, it's caught, touchdown!
For the first time, every NFL team on the SXM app features your team's pre- and post-game show, live updates before games, post-game interviews, and press conferences after every game.
Really excited for our group, man. That was varsity ball today.
Now, your favorite team's broadcast includes their pre- and post-game shows all season long on the SXM app. All 32 team channels are also available in vehicles equipped with SiriusXM 360L radios.
This is Your Life. The iconic series is on SiriusXM.
Betting Life, this is your life.
Creator and host Ralph Edwards would surprise guests with their family and friends as he took them through a retrospective of their life in front of a live audience.
Andy Griffith, Jesse Owens, and Mark. This is your life.
This is Your Life Radio is on SiriusXM Channel 104 or hear it on the SXM app.
From sea to shining sea, no one covers MLS like SiriusXM FC. From the Big Apple.
Messi on his feet, and he shoots and scores! New York City in the lead.
To the Wild West.
Chicharito, 2-0 Galaxy.
Miami Beach.
Higuain is fired Miami into the lead.
To the Canadian Tundra.
Jonathan Osorio! It's 1-0 for Toronto FC.
Listen to your favorite MLS team all season long on SiriusXM FC 157 and the SXM app.
8 minutes, 33 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Packers on top of the Bears 3-0. Mason Crosby ready to kick it away to Treston Ebner, the 6th-round pick out of Baylor, who stands at the goal line. Crosby with a low line drive kick. Ebner racing to his right. He's got it a yard deep in the end zone coming out. Near side numbers 10 across the 15, now the 20, cuts right 25. And he is taken down just shy of the 30-yard line around the 29. Let's check the drive summary furnished by EW Scripps. You're just a TV antenna away from live professional football for free. Antennas up, game on. Catch your favorite games and shows for free. Go to thefreetvproject.org for more information. 13 plays, 53 yards, 6:27 off the clock. Mason Crosby with the field goal, his first of the year. And now we'll see the Bears offense under the direction of Justin Fields. 8 of 17 for 121 yards, 2 touchdowns and a pick last week. He'll start under center, 1st and 10 from the Green Bay 29. 3 receivers left. David Montgomery is the single back. Fans making noise. Fields takes the snap. Handoff Montgomery. Runs right just inside the numbers. Crashes across the 30 out to the 33. It's a 4-yard gain for Montgomery on 1st down. That'll bring up 2nd and 6. Eric Stokes, second-year corner out of Georgia, makes the stop. Montgomery and Khalil Herbert get the carries in the backfield. Darnell Mooney, Equinemius St. Brown, and Byron Pringle are the wide receivers. Cole Kmet is the tight end. 2nd down and 6 with the ball just across the 33. Bears out of the huddle. Fields will go under center again. Receivers left and right, wings to either side. 4 down linemen for Green Bay. Fields has the snap. Here's a handoff. Cutting back to the left side. Montgomery across the 40. Gets out of an ankle tackle. And then is wrapped up and wrestled down out of about the 44. That play started to the right. Montgomery went back to the left, all the way out to the 45-yard line before Darnell Savage can make the tackle. It's a gain of 12 for Montgomery.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, that play was going to come back left. That was where the hole was going to be. You had the pulling tight end coming back the other way. You had a missed tackle almost right at the line of scrimmage. Good block also by Equinemius St. Brown, just getting enough of the defender, and Montgomery doing the rest.
David Montgomery had 26 yards on 17 carries a week ago. He's got 2 carries for 16 already in this one. 1st down and 10, Chicago from their own 45. Fields fumbled the snap, picked it up, runs straight ahead, and is wrapped up and thrown down right at the line of scrimmage. Jaron Reed looked like he was the first guy there for Green Bay. No gain on the play, 2nd down and 10, but the Bears avert disaster.
I used to actually love plays like that. I get credit for a tackle, and nobody knew that it was just the quarterback had dropped the ball. see the Bears starting out the same way the Packers did, a couple of runs, try and get that O-line going a little bit. Now get ready for that play action half boot, getting Fields on the move.
That's one of the few times, too, as a D lineman, you can really wrap that quarterback up and throw him down a little bit. You know?
Back in the day, you could throw him down and land on him, too.
Yeah, that was way back, though, when you played. Like, way back.
I didn't have a leather helmet, and I did have face masks.
Way back.
Okay, we done?
Way back. Timeout, Bears.
Turn your mic off.
Which gives us more time to talk about when Mike played back in the 50s. Chicago spends their timeout, and we will step aside. 6:24 to go first quarter. 3-0 Packers on top. You're listening to Sunday Night Football on Westwood One.
Football season is underway, so now is the perfect time to download FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Because right now, new customers get a no-sweat first bet up to $1,000. That's free bets back. If your first bet doesn't win, just sign up with the promo code WIN. FanDuel has all your favorite bets from the money line to point spreads to player props. So sign up today with promo code WIN for your no-sweat first bet. Make every moment more this season with FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL.
Must be present in state where lawful to wager. 21 plus in select states. First online real money wager only. Refund issued as non-withdrawable free bets that expire in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Visit fanduel.com/RG. Colorado, Iowa, Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Illinois, Virginia. 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342. Arizona 1-800-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat. Connecticut 1-800-9-WITH-IT. Indiana, Kansas 1-800-522-4700 or visit ksgamblinghelp.com. Louisiana 1-877-770-STOP. New York 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. Tennessee Redline 1-800-889-9789. Wyoming, West Virginia 1-800-522-4700 or visit 1-800-GAMBLER.net.
New Jack Link's Barbecue Pork Tender Bites. A mouth-watering, sweet and savory bite-sized barbecue snack. Because if barbecue wants to be a flavor and a patio appliance, Jack Link's is good with it. Available at a store near you.
Charging a cell phone can be like getting a booster shot. A booster is given to enhance or restore protection after a primary series vaccination, which wanes over time. Schedule an appointment when you are eligible. Sponsored by Pfizer and BioNTech.
This season, for the first time, you can hear every Westwood One NFL broadcast streamed live for free. Mondays, Thursdays, Sunday nights, the international games, holiday triple headers, and every postseason game. Catch all the action on the NFL app, on WestwoodOneSports.com, via Westwood One station streams, or by asking Alexa to open Westwood One Sports. All sponsored by AutoZone. Free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes AutoZone America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone, AutoZone.
So you had both teams, a little over 6 minutes ago in the first quarter, both teams already used up timeout. Make sure they have everything what they want on the field. Here, first time now we get a second, kind of where Chicago's behind the chains a little bit on 2nd and 10. They've had positive yards going forward. This is the first time because of that fumble now. They're behind them a little bit. See what they do.
2nd down and 10 for the Bears. Ball at their own 45. Ball is in between the hash marks. Bears will go with 3 receivers right now. St. Brown motions to the left. Fields back in the gun. He's got Montgomery to his left. Sam Mustipher, the center, sends it back to Fields. He'll hand it off to Montgomery. Pitch it back to Fields on the flea flicker. Pressure coming. Fields throws left. Got a man wide open. Caught across the 40. Over the 35. Down inside the 30. And to the 25-yard line. Equanimous St. Brown, the former Packer, got himself free and picks up 30 on the flea flicker.
Well, he did a great job looking like it was just going to be a go route. And Jair Alexander was just following. Then he did a great job just sticking his foot in the turf and stopping and coming back. And just got himself a whole lot of space to work with to get some yards after the catch as well. Great route.
From the Packer 25 now, 1st and 10. Bears will operate out of the I. Kari Blasingame as the fullback. Montgomery stays in as the tailback. 2 receivers right. Toss play Montgomery. Runs right inside the numbers across the 20. Breaks a tackle to the 15. Ducks under a tackle. And is down to about the 12. Darnell Savage finally made the stop, but only after a gain of 13. And the Bears have it rolling on their opening drive.
Nice block by the right guard, Tevin Jenkins, who'll be rotating with Lucas Patrick, a former Packer. Great block on the D-line.
Bears go and hurry up, 1st and 10 from the 12. Give to Montgomery, slides out to the right across the 10, cuts back left inside the 5, and he's down to about the 3. Adrian Amos from his safety spot comes up for the tackle. That's a gain of 9. 2nd down and 1, and boy, the Bears just really rolling here with that run game.
And right now, what what is happening on the defense, especially the line. They're trading 1 for 1. You trade 1 for 1, the offense wins. You got to be able to get off your block. Right now, the Packers, the D-line, are not getting off their blocks at all. They end up reaching for the back, and you're not going to make tackles that way.
2nd down and 1 from the 3. Single receiver, St. Brown split out to the left. 3 tight ends right. Fields is under center, turns on a play fake, rolling to his right. Fields is going to tuck it down and run, and he dives for the pylon. He is in. Touchdown Bears. Justin Fields with a 3-yard touchdown run, and Chicago has taken a first-quarter lead. 4:37 to go in the opening quarter. Bears on top 6-3. The extra point try is coming up.
What an excellent drive that was. Just really one bad play, the fumbled snap. Other than that, great execution. And as I said earlier, Ryan, I mean, this team, it just seemed like they had that air with them in pregame and certainly in the start here that, you know what, Green Bay, we can get them. We can get them right now by the way they're playing and the way Green Bay is playing.
Cairo Santos struggled in the elements last week, just 1 for 3 on PATs. Lines up for the point after here. Here comes the snap. Ball is down. The kick from Santos on the way, and it is good. So the Chicago Bears find the end zone on their opening drive, and with 4:37 to go in the third quarter, it's the Bears 7, the Packers 3. You're listening to Sunday Night Football on Westwood 1.
You've got bugs. What's your move? A rattly can? Or a simple spritz? Bugs near your kids and pet? Will it be ingredients you can't pronounce? Ew. Or essential oils? Bother the bugs, not your family. Zevo uses essential oils which attack bugs' biological systems, so Zevo kills bugs, plus is safe for use around people and pets when used as directed. Zevo. People friendly. Bug deadly. Now at a store near you.
When you love riding a motorcycle, you want to ride it everywhere, even getting a dental checkup.
Mr. Carter, wouldn't you prefer the chair?
I'm fine on my bike, Doc.
Well, let me know if you feel any discomfort.
And when you love saving money, you want to save even more. That's why Geico makes it easy to bundle your motorcycle and car insurance.
All done, Mr. Carter. Remember to brush, floss, and lubricate your drive chain regularly.
Kickstart your savings with Geico Motorcycle. Bundle and save on the things you love.
If for your business, the fall season is going to be a whole new ball game, then you need Indeed. Their integrated hiring solution helps you attract, interview, and hire quality candidates all in one place. Sponsor a job and Instant Match instantly sends you a short list of quality candidates from Indeed's resume database who fit your job description. No more hiring fumbles for your team. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, football fans, don't miss your local games or that last-second field goal. All you need is an antenna hooked up to your TV, and you can see live football for free. That's right, free. No subscription, no fees, no credit card info required, just your TV and an antenna. And then live sports news and other popular shows are yours for free. Go to thefreetvproject.org. That's thefreetvproject.org to get started. Thefreetvproject.org. Antennas up, game on. Furnished by EW Scripps. Let's check the drive summary, sponsored by Napa Auto Parts. With nearly 6,000 Napa Auto Parts stores and over 17,000 Napa Auto Care centers, Napa is the fuel that helps drivers like you get up and go. An impressive drive for the Bears. 7 plays, 71 yards, 3:56 off the clock. Justin Fields with a 3-yard touchdown, and the Bears have the early 7-3 lead.
And you mentioned 7 plays, 6 of them runs. Just that one nice pass on the flea flicker coming back to EQ, a nice play. I mean, listen, we all know the stats. We're going to read them all night about the stats of Aaron Rodgers against Green Bay here at Lambeau, but you got a whole bunch of Bears who don't care.
Cairo Santos ready to kick it away to Amari Rodgers. Line drive kick. Rodgers moving to his left. He'll let this go over his head. It lands in the end zone, and the Packers will start at the 25. Don't miss all the NFL action coming up Thursday night on Amazon Prime Video when the Pittsburgh Steelers meet the Cleveland Browns. Of course, you can also hear Thursday Night Football each week right here beginning at 7:30 p.m. Eastern on many of these same stations, on the NFL app or online at westwood1sports.com. So Aaron Rodgers and the Packers out for their second drive. Rodgers 3 of 6, 37 yards on that opening drive. Aaron Jones 2 carries, 7 yards. A.J. Dillon 3 rushes for 3 yards. Dillon is in the backfield, so is Jones. Dillon to the right Jones to the left. Now Jones in motion. Handoff Dillon running left just inside the numbers, and he crashes across the 30 out to the 31 before Roquan Smith, the tackling machine, can bring him down. Gain of 6. It'll be 2nd down and 4.
I was going to say the exact same thing about Roquan Smith. The only thing is he hit him at 3 yards and went for a little ride for another 3 yards. He'll make a lot of tackles, but that time, the running back put a little more shoulder into him to gain some extra yards.
Smith 5th in the NFL in tackles last year, has 100 or more tackles in every year of his career. This is year number 5 for him. Rodgers back in the gun, 2nd and 4, takes the snap, give it to Dillon, starts left, cuts back right between the hash marks across the 40 or the 35-yard line rather, out to the 36. So he needed 4, picked up 5. That'll be a 1st down for Green Bay.
Roquan Smith again in there on the tackle. You talked about what he did last year, but since he's been in the league, he has 347 coming to this game solo tackles. That's the best in the NFL. So the man gets to the ball. There's no doubt about it.
Smith sat out a portion of training camp in a contract dispute.
Wasn't happy. Wanted out.
No, he did.
Yeah.
He wanted out, but then decided to come back and says they'll talk about it when the year is done. Slot right, single man left, 1st and 10 Packers, ball at their own 36. Rodgers back in the shotgun, takes the snap, fakes the handoff, back to pass, looking left, slides left, throws short left, incomplete. Trying to get that to A.J. Dillon, who was wide open, and Aaron Rodgers with a rare off-target throw. That'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Don't see that a whole lot. I mean, a wide open and Aaron not getting it anywhere where it needs to go. That's the frustration we talk about with his receivers, but then when he makes a mistake like that, it can compound everything else, and you're going to get some yards after that. Dillon had a ton of room.
Well, and Mike, with anybody else, we might talk about his footwork was a little off, but with Aaron Rodgers, it doesn't seem to matter.
No, it does not.
2nd down and 10. Rodgers in the gun, 2 receivers right, single man to the left, Dillon in the backfield to Rodgers left. Here's the snap, Rodgers back, looks right, pulls it down, looks left, nothing there, moves left, steps up in the pocket, now running to his right. Rodgers will take off, flags down across the 40 out to the far sideline, out of bounds up at about the 43. Nicholas Morrow ran him out. We'll check on the marker that was thrown in the secondary.
Yeah.
It's sitting right now at about the 50-yard line. Right now it's a gain of 7 on the Rodgers run.
It was by Jalen Johnson, the cornerback for Chicago. I wonder if they're going to get him for holding. It was certainly away from the play.
Illegal contact. Defense, number 9. That's a 5-yard penalty added to the end of the play. Automatic. 1st down.
Right side of the ball, wrong person. Jaquan Brisker on the call there, getting the penalty.
And that is the penalty, Mike, that we've seen. We certainly saw a lot of in the preseason, and is more of a point of emphasis this year in the NFL.
It really is, and I just look at some of those and just kind of shake my head a little bit and say, man, did you really need to throw the flag on that one? Did it really disrupt a whole lot? But as you mentioned, point of emphasis is a huge thing.
So move it up to the 48-yard line. Green Bay's 48, 1st and 10 for the Packers. 2 receivers stacked right, single man left. Shotgun snap to Rodgers. Little push pass head to Watson running left around the end. The 50, 45. Hit there. Reaching the ball forward. Going to be close to a 1st down. Johnson and Brisker combine on the stop. That's Christian Watson, the second-round pick, rather, out of North Dakota State. Lined up to the right, and Rodgers just tossing that forward, so it is a pass. It'll be a gain of 9, 2nd and 1. Aaron Jones a little slow to get up, but is going to stay in the game for Green Bay.
Excellent job by Yosh Nijman, who's playing at left tackle in place of David Bakhtiari. Did an excellent job on Dominique Robinson to make sure you got the corner and got the outside.
From the Bears 43, 2nd down and 1. 2 receivers right, single man to the left. Josiah DeGuara running the tight ends in motion to the right. Here's a handoff to Jones racing right. And outside the hash marks across the 40-yard line. He takes it down to the 38. Kyler Gordon on the stop. Gain of 5, a 1st down scamper for Aaron Jones. NFL Plus is here, which means no matter where you are, this is how you football. Go to plus.nfl.com and start your free trial of NFL Plus today. 2nd drive for the Packers. 2nd time they've been in Bears territory.
Keep talking about the Aaron Rodgers and what he's doing, and Justin Fields and how he's growing. And this is a running game right now.
It certainly is. 2 receivers out to the right for the Packers, single man left. Jones remains as the single back. Rodgers under center, takes the snap, back on a play fake, sets his feet, looks, throws right side, caught by Watkins across the 20, angles left to the 15, bang down at the 14-yard line. Eddie Jackson made the tackle. 1st down Green Bay. Sammy Watkins open for a gain of 24.
So again, this is all set up, Ryan, because of the run. The linebackers are stepping up on the run fake. It allows the receiver to go over the top, breaks inside of the corner and Gordon that time, and just plenty of space. all kinds of area to throw to, all because of the run fake and where the linebackers end up. They just all turn around and look at the ball going over their head.
Packers will go out of the eye here. A.J. Dillon is the tailback. Receivers left and right for the Bears, 14. Here's the snap. Rodgers handoff to Dillon. Jump cut to his right. He's got nothing there. He's going to lose a yard back at the 15-yard line. Nicholas Morrow, free agent pickup from the Raiders, was the first man there. And it'll bring up 2nd down and 11.
See if Green Bay wants to get off another play.
Clock moving right now, 26 seconds to go in the first quarter.
They can let it run out, but knowing Aaron Rodgers, he probably wants to get another play off.
They might also go to the line and see if he can get the Bears to jump, which of course he loves to do.
Boy, he does, and he's so good at it.
Right now the Packers back in the huddle. They will hustle to the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers stacked left, single man right. Rodgers under center, game clock down to 6. Rodgers going to that hard count, brings DeGuara in motion from left to right. Rodgers hard count again. Bears hold their water.
Oh, you called that one.
That's going to be the end of the first quarter.
Well done, Ryan. You've done this before.
Every once in a while.
Wow.
End of the first quarter here at Lambeau Field in Green Bay with the score. The Bears 7 and the Packers 3. You're listening to Sunday Night Football on Westwood 1.
So, you're at the game and that hot dog and soda come back to haunt you with heartburn. You try to get it under control with a few antacids until bedtime, and then the heartburn comes back. Does this happen to you? Instead of fighting your heartburn, block it with Prilosec OTC so you can celebrate your team's victory without heartburn distracting you. Taking one Prilosec OTC pill in the morning can prevent excess acid production for 24 hours. 1 pill a day, 24 hours, 0 heartburn. Prilosec OTC, used as directed for 14 days to treat frequent heartburn, not for immediate relief.
If your business's current roster isn't doing all the blocking and tackling you'd like them to, then the right play is to run with Indeed. Their powerful all-in-one hiring solution has smart tools to help you easily attract, interview, and hire quality candidates. With Instant Match, the moment you sponsor a job on Indeed, you get a short list of quality candidates from their resume database that fit your job description. Learn more at Indeed.com/credit to expand your team today.
NFL Plus is here, which means no matter where you are, this is how you football. You can stream live, local, and primetime regular season games on your phone or tablet, 45-minute game replays, and more.
That's how you do it right there.
This is the NFL for every fan. This is football freedom. This is your game on the go. Wherever you are, this is how you football. Go to plus.nfl.com/radio and start your free trial of NFL Plus today. Terms and conditions apply.
Bundling car and renter's insurance with Geico is so easy, your neighbors are probably already doing it. But who? Look for the signs. Chances are they live in a home and have a car. They use money and enjoy having more of it. They probably drink lots of lemonade. Lemonade. And they've probably said something suspicious like, "I'm bundling with Geico," or "Stop spying on me with those binoculars." If so, you may want to ask them how easy it was to bundle with Geico. Bundling is easy with Geico. Just ask your neighbors.
Welcome back to Lambeau Field along with Mike Golick. I'm Ryan Radke. Our score after 15 minutes of play, the Bears 7 and the Packers 3. The start of the second quarter is sponsored by Geico. Whether you rent or own, Geico makes it easy to bundle home and car insurance. Having a home is hard work, so get a quote at geico.com. Easy. Packers will start the second quarter facing a 2nd down and 11 with the ball at the Bears' 15-yard line. Alan Lazard back on the field. He had been on the sideline for Green Bay, kind of limping around. Remember, he missed last week with an ankle injury.
Got stepped on at practice by a big old D lineman, stepped on his ankle, and he missed week 1 because of that. So now he's back and mentioned maybe a little tender with that ankle.
Well, you know, Mike, it's hard to trust those D linemen.
Hey, we're athletes. Get out of our way.
Rodgers back in the gun. 2 receivers left. Lazard goes in motion. Single man to the right. Rodgers wants that shotgun snap. He's got it. Pitch it out to Jones. Running right. Gets a block. Cuts back left across the 10. Now to the 5. Into the end zone. Touchdown Green Bay. Aaron Jones with a 15-yard touchdown run. And the Packers are back in front. 14:54 to go first half. Packers 9, Bears 7. The extra point try is coming up.
Couple of linemen pulling one on a kick out, and then Josh Myers turns up in the hole of the center and takes out Nicholas Morrow. And Aaron Jones just cuts right off of that. I mean, absolutely a phenomenal block downfield. Doesn't get touched, Jones, so right at the goal line.
Mason Crosby on for the extra point. Pat O'Donnell, the former Bears punter, will hold. He gets it down. The kick from Crosby is on the way, and it is good. 14:54 to go here in the first half. Packers 10, Bears 7. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Westwood 1, your home for Sunday Night Football.
Starting this preseason, hear every NFL team's pre- and post-game coverage on the SXM app, included with all of our trials and popular plans.
Hey, join us tomorrow for a special night of NFL action with 2 games to choose from. First, the Tennessee Titans are in Buffalo to battle the Bills at 7 p.m. Eastern. Then at 8 p.m. Eastern, the Philadelphia Eagles host the Minnesota Vikings. Log on to WestwoodOneSports.com for more details or to listen to the stream of either game for free. If it's Monday Night Football, it's on Westwood 1. So Aaron Jones caps off a 9-play, 75-yard drive with a 15-yard touchdown run. This is the 35th game that Aaron Jones has played in his career at Lambeau Field. His 32nd touchdown in those 35 games. He loves being here at home.
25 rushing, 7 catching. You're right. He loves the end zone here.
Mason Crosby with the kick. Treston Ebner moving to his left. He's got it to the goal line. He's coming out across the 5. Now to the 10. Heads left toward the numbers over the 15. Wrapped up shy of the 20. Spins his way forward. And he actually gets right to the 20-yard line. That's where the Bears will start their second drive. Well, drive number 1 was all about the running game, Mike. 7 plays, 6 of them runs, and they ran it very effectively.
Yeah, they did. So we'll see if they keep it out that way because Green Bay ran a lot in the first drive now. Green Bay is sitting at 10 runs and 10 passes, so they've evened it out. So now let's see where Chicago goes and how they answer this.
David Montgomery, 4 carries, 38 yards on that opening drive. He's in there as the tailback. Bears will go with trips right. Fields under center. 1st and 10 from his own 20. Ball is on the near side left hash. Fields takes the snap. Back on a play fake. Sets his feet. Steps up in the pocket. Moves away from the rush. Now he's hit and sacked. And the ball came out. The ball is out, although it looks like they're going to say Fields was down. Preston Smith gets the sack. And they'll say that Fields was down at the 15-yard line. A loss of 5.
At the 15-yard line. 2nd down.
First sack of the year for Preston Smith coming off the edge.
Preston Smith now, he comes off the edge, and he actually gets pushed by Fields, but Fields steps up and rolls to his right where Preston Smith got pushed around him and almost ran right into him.
Loss of 5 on the play, 2nd down and 15. Fields in the gun, 2 receivers left, single man to the right. Fields takes the snap, quick throw, left side. Darnell Mooney has it, and he's dropped back around the 11. A low throw, Mooney able to reach down and grab it, but Rasul Douglas was right there to grab him around the ankles. Loss of about 3.5, 3rd and forever coming up for Chicago.
Fantastic play on one side, and there's a fantastic play. That usually means the other side there isn't. Cole Kmet, the big tight end, got to make that block. Got to make that block. Douglas just goes right around him like he's not there to make a huge play.
Loss of 4 back to the 11. Let's see what the Bears do here if they go conservative. Fields in the gun. He's got 3 receivers right, 2 to the left. Fields lifts that right leg, takes the shotgun snap, back to pass screen, right side. That's caught by Montgomery. Breaks out towards the numbers and slides down shy of the 20-yard line. Douglas again makes the stop. They'll put him down at the 18. It's a gain of 6, and the Bears will punt.
Give yourself a little bit of room so your punter's not standing in the end zone. What a great answer there. You always see how do you answer after a big drive? Who answers? And this time it was a Green Bay defense that answered the bell.
Trenton Gill, the 7th-round pick out of North Carolina State, taking over as the punter this year, standing at his 4. Amari Rodgers is back to return. Here's a wobbly kick. Rodgers signals for a fair catch, and he's got it right around the Green Bay 40-yard line. So good field position for the Packers when we come back after a 42-yard punt. 12:49 to go in the first half. Packers on top of the Bears 10-7. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
Busted Open, the authority of pro wrestling, is available as a podcast. Listen to me, Dave LaGreca, and my all-star panel of co-hosts, including Hall of Famers Bully Ray and Mark Henry, to legends like Tommy Dreamer and Mickie James, and the AEW Women's Champion, Thunder Rosa, bring you the best in the pro wrestling world and talk to the biggest names from WWE, AEW, and beyond. Catch Busted Open live, Monday through Saturday, 9 to noon Eastern, and the Busted Open podcast wherever podcasts are available.
Hey, I'm Brian Dunstep from SiriusXM-FC. Every Monday, join Tom Rainey and me as we go all around the soccer world on our podcast, Week in the Tackle.
Enter our private circle.
From the significant...
There is a lot of reason to think they're going to win this tournament.
...to the absurd.
This little car comes on like...
We cover the soccer stories we find interesting on Week in the Tackle. Available for free on Stitcher or your favorite podcast platform.
NFL fans, right now on the SXM app, hear in-depth coverage of your team with the Believe Podcast Network on SiriusXM. It's all the analysis, all the breakdowns that matter to you, hosted by the players who played for your team and the fans who eat, sleep, and breathe it. 32 diehard fan bases, 32 podcasts. The Believe Podcast Network on SiriusXM. BLEAV. Search Believe in, followed by your team on the SXM app, Pandora, Stitcher, or wherever you get your podcasts.
For the end zone, he throws it, it's caught, touchdown! For the first time, every NFL team on the SXM app features your team's pre- and post-game show, live updates before games, post-game interviews, and press conferences after every game.
Really excited for our group, man. That was varsity ball today.
Now, your favorite team's broadcast includes their pre- and post-game shows all season long on the SXM app. All 32 team channels are also available in vehicles equipped with SiriusXM 360L radios.
Today with Westwood One Sports by following us on Twitter. In-game highlights, direct links to listen to live games, behind-the-scenes photos, and more. It's all just a click of the follow button away. That's Westwood One Sports on Twitter. Officially a 43-yard punt. Packers will start 1st and 10 from their own 39. Aaron Rodgers will line up in the shotgun. He's got A.J. Dillon to his right. He's got Josiah DeGuara to his left. Mercedes Lewis goes in motion from right to left. Receivers either side. Rodgers slight bend at the waist, barks out the signals, takes the snap, fakes the Dillon, fires right on a slant. It's incomplete. Trying to get that one to Sammy Watkins. Kyler Gordon was in coverage. And that'll bring up 2nd down and 10. Mike, let's talk about the Bears offense. We've seen it with the ball twice. When they run the ball, they stay ahead of the chains. They got a chance to be effective.
Right.
They get behind the chains. It doesn't seem an offense yet that is real well positioned to overcome that.
No, it's really not, because again, it's a shorter pass, a mid-range pass. They did have the longer pass early on, but they're basically built off those other type of passes, and we have not seen Justin Fields on the move yet. It's been run. That's what I'm still waiting for, the play action, but have him booting.
Meanwhile, 2nd down and 10 for the Packers from their own 39. 2 receivers stacked to the right, and Aaron Rodgers doesn't like something. He's going to take a timeout. Rodgers very quickly taking that timeout. 2nd timeout called by Green Bay here in the first half. 12 minutes, 46 seconds to go here in quarter number 2. Packers leading it 10-7. Time to check the schedule of games coming up on Westwood One, sponsored by Hulu Plus Live TV. Tomorrow night, Tennessee is in Buffalo and Minnesota will be in Philadelphia. Then Thursday night, the Steelers in Cleveland take on the Browns. Next Sunday night, Mike and I will be in Denver as the Broncos face the 49ers. Did you know Hulu Plus Live TV has over 75 live channels with sports like NFL games? It also now comes with Disney Plus and ESPN Plus. Live TV plan required. Restrictions apply. Access content from each service separately. Learn more at Hulu.com. The Jimmy Garoppolo-led 49ers in Denver next week. Trey Lance parted off today. Reports are done for the year.
Well, they've got to be happy now, San Fran. It didn't work out to trade him away, huh?
My goodness. 2nd down and 10 for the Packers from the 39 after the timeout. Receivers left and right. A.J. Dillon is the single back. Rodgers under center, takes the snap, back on a play fake, rolling right, pumps, hit as he throws, and it's incomplete. Rodgers just dumping that one off in the area of Tyler Davis, one of the tight ends. Pressure provided by Trevis Gibson, who already has a sack in the game, and now it'll be 3rd and 10 for Green Bay.
Tyler Davis was trying to get out. It was one of those where he was coming from the other side of the set, tried to get out, but he got hit, and he actually had to kind of bow his route. Ended up more in the backfield and couldn't get out clean and wasn't open, so Aaron just had to get rid of it.
Packers 2 of 3 on 3rd down of the ball game so far. This is 3rd and 10 from their own 39. 2 receivers left, 3 receivers to the right. Rodgers back in the shotgun, 4 down lineman for Chicago. Rodgers with a hard count. Bears don't jump. Play clock down to 3. Rodgers has the snap. He's back to pass. Rodgers pressured, hit from behind, and sacked again. Robert Quinn got home this time, back inside the 30. It'll be a loss of 11. The Packers will punt it away.
Nothing fancy there. Josh Nijman again in at left tackle for Bakhtiari. Quinn, who certainly has had his share of sacks over the years, no doubt about that. Absolutely just runs straight around him and just chases Aaron down.
Career sack number 102 for Robert Quinn. Sixth among active players in the NFL. He had 18.5 a year ago, a Bears single-season record. So Pat O'Donnell, the former Bear, is on to punt. Here's the snap. And the kick is a booming spiral. This one driving back inside the 10, hits inside the 5, and it bounces into the end zone. So Pat O'Donnell, maybe a little fired up against his former team, unloads a 72-yard punt. It's a touchback, and the Bears will have it at the 20-yard line when we come back. 11:50 to go in the second quarter. Packers 10, Bears 7. You're listening to Sunday Night Football on Westwood One.
Football season is underway, so now is the perfect time to download FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Because right now, new customers get a no-sweat first bet up to $1,000. That's free bets back. If your first bet doesn't win, just sign up with the promo code WIN. FanDuel has all your favorite bets from the money line to point spreads to player props. So sign up today with promo code WIN for your no-sweat first bet. Make every moment more this season with FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL.
Must be present in state where lawful to wager. 21 plus in select states. First online real money wager only. Refund issued as non-withdrawable free bets that expire in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Visit fanduel.com/RG. Colorado, Iowa, Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Illinois, Virginia. 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342. Arizona 1-800-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat. Connecticut 1-800-9-WITH-IT. Indiana, Kansas 1-800-522-4700 or visit ksgamblinghelp.com. Louisiana 1-877-770-STOP. New York 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. Tennessee Redline 1-800-889-9789. Wyoming, West Virginia 1-800-522-4700 or visit 1-800-GAMBLER.net.
Scott Graham from our Westwood One studios. Look at the Week 2 scoreboard. Arizona gets a fumble return in overtime and shocks the Raiders in Vegas 29-23. Miami comes from 21 points down in the fourth quarter. They beat Baltimore 42-38. Jets come from behind. They win in Cleveland today 31-30. It was New England over Pittsburgh 17-14. Rams get in the win column for the first time this year, knocking off Atlanta 31-27. 49ers beat Seattle 27-7, but they lose Trey Lance to an ankle injury. Tom Brady and the Bucs go to 2-0. They beat New Orleans today by a score of 20-10. New York Giants are 2-0. They knock off Carolina 19-16. Dallas, a field goal as time expires to beat Cincinnati 20-17. The Bengals are 0-2. Detroit got a win against Washington today 36-27. It was Jacksonville shutting out Indianapolis 24-0. Denver knocks off Houston 16-9. We'll have all the details and reaction coming your way at halftime. Let's get back out to Lambeau Field. Ryan Radke and Mike Golick.
All right, Scott, thanks very much. 11:50 to go in the first half. Packers on top 10-7. Bears will start from their own 20-yard line, 1st and 10. The rain starting to fall just slightly here at Lambeau Field. And the Bears say, what are you talking about?
This is nothing.
Last week they played in that monsoon at Soldier Field. Fields back in the shotgun. Receivers left and right. 2 tight ends left. Fields lifts his right leg, takes the snap, and flags go down. Somebody moved early up front.
Ball start. Offense. Number 84. It's a 5-yard penalty. First down.
It'll go against Ryan Griffin, the tight end. Free agent pickup from the Jets. And as the Bears move back 5 yards, Chicago also shuffling that offensive line a little bit.
Yeah,
Mike.
they do that rotation at right guard. Tevin Jenkins started, but Lucas Patrick, who actually was with Green Bay from 2016 to 20 or 21, came over here to the Packers. He's normally a center, but he hurt his hand, and he has the cast that covers his entire right hand, his snapping hand, so he's over switching off with Jenkins at the guard position.
First down and 15 from the 15. Here's a handoff starting to the right, cutting back left. Khalil Herbert, he's got nowhere to go. They'll give him a yard to the 16. Preston Smith, though, was right there and throws him down to the Lambeau Field grass. It'll be 2nd down and 14.
What a great job by Preston Smith there. Ryan Griffin, he just moved and cost him 5 yards. It was his job to kick out Smith, and Smith just basically barreled him over right into the running back.
2nd down and 14. Fields will operate under center. 2 receivers left, 2 tight ends right. Here's the snap. Fields is back. Handoff Herbert running along the right hash out to the 20-yard line. And forward progress stopped right there. Gain of about 4 yards. And now it'll be 3rd and 10 coming up. Devondre Campbell, first man there for the Packers. He had 11 tackles a week ago. And boy, he was a big-time free agent pickup for them a year ago. First team All-Pro.
So here we go, 3rd and long for the Bears. This is one of those you could have really good coverage downfield, but if Justin Fields escapes and breaks out of that pocket, look out, it could be trouble.
Fields back in the shotgun, 3 receivers right, single man to the left. Fields hands in front of his chest, lifts his right leg, takes the shotgun snap. He's back to pass. Time looking, steps up in the pocket. Fields is going to take up. Now he throws down the field, and a leaping grab made at the 40 by St. Brown. Across the 45, over the 50, and down to the Packer 49. Flags are down. Was Fields across the line of scrimmage when he let that go?
Well, as I just said, if he starts to escape, big plays can happen. But if he lost sight of where he was on the field, that'll be very costly.
It's a gain of 31 if it stands. Craig Rolstad is consulting with members of his crew. There's a couple of different flags that are down.
It's saying illegal. I heard the lip. I was lip syncing there. Reading illegal forward pass.
Illegal forward pass. Quarterback was across the line. Offense number 1. That also includes a loss of down, loss of 5 yards, 4th down.
Well, Mike, this is just the 12th career start for Justin Fields in the NFL. He was 2 yards over the line.
He was. That's just awareness. You know, I mean, listen, he's been playing quarterback a long time. Had a great time or great stats at Ohio State. You have to be aware of where you are on the field because defensively, Green Bay was playing it well, a zone to try and not let him run anywhere.
Trenton Gill will kick it away. High spiraling kick. Rodgers back inside the 30. Takes it at about the 27. Straight ahead across the 30. Now the 35. Cuts left to the 40-yard line. Rodgers up to the 45. So Amari Rodgers, who's been taking a lot of criticism for his inability to get involved in the offense, making an impact on special teams there with a nice return out to the 45-yard line after a 58-yard punt. And a return of near 20 yards, make it 22 for Amari Rodgers. 10-11 to go here in the second quarter. Packers 10, Bears 7. You're listening to Sunday Night Football on Westwood One.
At Charmin, we heard you shouldn't talk about going to the bathroom in public, so we decided to sing about it.
Roll super mega for your backside. Shake your booty, do the Charmin slide. Super mega make you feel alright. Everybody do the Charmin slide. Long-lasting TP gets everybody going. Leaves booties clean and totally glowing. Shake your booty, do the Charmin slide. Change your roll less and go with pride.
Charmin Super Mega Roll is longer lasting, so you can change the roll less often. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
At Napa, when you take care of your ride, we take care of you. That's why a $25 digital gift card can be yours when you buy 10 quarts of Pennzoil Platinum Full Synthetic Motor Oil products at Napa Auto Parts. That's a reward for rewarding your ride and a way to treat yourself after treating your motor. So give your ride the premium motor oil it deserves and get rewarded in return. Offer ends 10/31/22. Void where prohibited. Terms apply. For complete details, visit pennzoil.com/rewards.
Hey, football fans, don't miss your local games or that last-second field goal. All you need is an antenna hooked up to your TV, and you can see live football for free. That's right, free. No subscription, no fees, no credit card info required. Just your TV and an antenna. And then live sports, news, and other popular shows are yours for free. Go to thefreetvproject.org. That's thefreetvproject.org to get started. thefreetvproject.org. Antennas up, game on. Furnished by EW Script.
At CDW, we get the right workspace helps you work better.
It took 3 encyclopedias, but my webcam is finally at the right height. And I found the perfect cardboard box for my tangled assortment of cords and cables.
Sounds great, but with TripLight Work from Anywhere solutions orchestrated by CDW, it's easier for your teams to work consistently and productively with tools like monitor mounts, USB docks, and adapters.
Know anyone who wants 3 encyclopedias from 1992?
IT orchestration by CDW. People who get it. Find out more at cdw.com/TripLight.
Ryan Radke, Mike Golick here in the Grainger broadcast booth at Lambeau Field. Just like football, your business wins with speed. Grainger's fast delivery means industrial supplies and solutions. Get to you with the speed you need. Call, click Grainger.com, or stop by. Packers from their own 46, 1st and 10. Leading 10-7 with 10-11 to go in the second quarter. Rodgers under center. He's got 3 receivers left, single man to the right. Rodgers takes the snap. He's back, play fake, rolling to his left. Rodgers sets his feet, looks, throws left side. That's caught outside the numbers. Cutting back in across the 50 is Randall Cobb. And diving down to about the Bears' 45-yard line. Justin Jones getting downfield to make the stop. It'll go as a gain of about 8.5, maybe 9 for Randall Cobb. 2nd and short.
Well, that's a guy that'd love to get back involved in this offense again. I mean, a number of receivers I'd like to, but he is one that would like to become a real main cog in here.
Cobb caught his 500th pass as a Packer last week, 6th in Packers history in receptions. Second down and a yard after the 9-yard gain. Packers will go slot to the right, 2 tight ends left. Rodgers in the gun, Aaron Jones to his right. Rodgers takes the snap, holds it out for Jones, gives it to him, sweeping left, has a lane, bouncing outside, picks up a first down, run out of bounds on the Bears sideline, down close to the 40. Roquan Smith escorted him out. They'll mark him out at the Bears' 41-yard line. Gain of 5 for Aaron Jones, first down Green Bay.
Brought up Josh Myers' name early on when he didn't make a block that he was supposed to, but the last couple of times I brought his name up, he is making a great blocks, and Ryan, he's doing it on the run, that pulling center. Pulling right, pulling left, and leading out, staying on his feet, getting blocks, getting into the face of the defenders.
First and 10, Green Bay from the Bears' 41. Ball is on the left hash. Rodgers in the gun, Dillon to his right, Jones to his left. Rodgers takes the snap, hands it off to Jones, sweeping right side this time, cuts it up along the numbers, over the 40, down to the 35, and to the 34-yard line for Aaron Jones. Nice run there on first down, gain of 7. Nicholas Morrow with the stop. Boy, all these years with Aaron Rodgers, Mike, it's not very often we've talked about the Packers really needing to get that run game going, but that's kind of where they are right now with these young wide receivers.
Absolutely. It's only going to help with the play action and help with the wide receivers. And actually, Chicago was right there defensively, was Kyle Gordon, but just missed the tackle in the backfield.
Gave him a gain of 8 to the 33, second down and 2. Rodgers under center, 2 receivers stacked to the right, 2 tight ends left. Here's the snap, handoff, A.J. Dillon running right side. Big lane inside the numbers, down across the 25 to the 24. Justin Jones on the tackle, 9-yard run for A.J. Dillon. First down, Green Bay.
I hate to keep bringing up the unsexy part of this position, but that offensive line, Josh Myers again putting the block on Armon Watts, who tried to just make incredible penetration. But again, he did what I said earlier you can't do. He just traded 1 for 1. He just ran up the field and made no attempt to come off the block. He said he was held, but to come off the block and make the play.
Rodgers under center on first and 10. Handoff, Dillon starts left, cuts back right across the 20. Flags all over the place, down to the 15. It's a 9-yard run, but I don't think it's going to stand up.
Yeah, I think they're going to get a holding call now here for him.
Holding. Offense, number 70. It's a 10-yard penalty replay. First down.
That's Royce Newman, 4th-round pick a year ago for the Packers. Playing at that right guard spot.
We've been mentioning a lot of good on this O-line. And, oh, by the way, too, we talked about Bakhtiari being out. They did get Elton Jenkins back. Both of them were out last week, so they got the big right tackle who is now back coming off his ACL after missing last week.
And also John Runyon back for the Packers. Left last week's game with a concussion, and they didn't know if he was going to be able to go, but cleared protocol, and he is in there tonight. So move it back to the 34, first and 20. Rodgers in the gun, slot left, single man right. He's got backs on either side. Rodgers going to motion A.J. Dillon out to the left. Here's the snap. Rodgers back to pass. Looks right, now left, now hit and sacked. Flags down again. Travis Gibson with his 2nd sack of the game. 3rd given up by the Packers. 7th already this year.
Well, I just mentioned Jenkins back, and that was a plus for that line, and he just got run around there.
There's no foul on the play. Second down.
So pick the flag up, and the sack will stand for Travis Gibson. 5th-round pick back in 2020. You mentioned Bears' most improved player last year, and he is making an impact here tonight as the ball goes back to the 42-yard line.
Yeah, great get-off. Made Jenkins turn his shoulders and open the gate, and Jenkins easily could have got called for holding on that play.
Second down and 28 now for Green Bay. Packers go empty. Trips left. 2 receivers right. Quick pass right side. Caught by Dobbs. Along the numbers to the 35. Down to the 30. Inside the 25. And he's all the way down to about the 22. Nicholas Morrow with the tackle. Romeo Dobbs, the 4th-round pick, gains 21. And now a 3rd and manageable for Green Bay.
The amount of players he had out in front of him that got out there between wide receivers blocking and linemen getting out there. And the key thing is everybody stayed on their feet and stayed on a defender. Occupied them to let the runner have the room he needed. Excellent job all by blocking. That's when you're running the ball, you go ahead and thank all your guys. Romeo Dobbs needs to thank all those guys blocking for him.
Packers at the very least back in field goal range, 3rd and 8. Here's the shotgun snap to Rodgers, back to pass, looking, fires over the middle, caught by Cobb. He's close to a first down, needed the 14, and he's got it. Down to the 13. Roquan Smith made the tackle. Gain of 9. First down, Green Bay.
I cannot tell you, Ryan, what a mental killer that is for the defense. When you have a team backed up like that and feel you're going to get off the field and maybe it be a long field goal attempt, and then they come back with 2 big plays like that. That is one of those where you start to hang your head a little bit and say, we had him, and let him out of that trap.
Now we talk about all the young receivers. Then there's the veteran Cobb in his 12th season out of Kentucky. Almost his entire career spent with Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay. Trips right, single man left, 1st and 10 for the Bears, 13. Rodgers pitch it out to Dillon, right side, cuts it back left, breaks a tackle at the 10, and he's down to about the 8-yard line. So A.J. Dillon gains 5 yards. 2nd down and 5 coming up with 5:09 to go here in the second quarter. Packers leading 10-7.
The thing I like about how quickly they get him the ball out there is the way he starts to run, and he's able to decide where he wants to go. Because right now Chicago is pursuing so heavily, a lot of times they're over-pursuing and opening up that back cutback there to gain 5 yards.
2nd down and 5 for the Packers. Rodgers in the shotgun. He's got Dillon to his right. 3 receivers left. Single man Watkins out to the right. Rodgers slight bend at the waist. Play clock shows 7. Rodgers takes the snap. Little push pass head to Jones. Sweeping right. Picks up a block from Dillon. Into the end zone. Touchdown Green Bay. Aaron Jones, 2nd touchdown of the night. 8 yards on the pass from Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers lead by 9 with 4:36 to go here in half number 1.
How lethal can this off? We keep talking about Rodgers, and obviously he's the focal point of it. But when you can have Jones and Dillon on the field at the same time, and then Dillon lead blocking on Roquan Smith, the tackling machine, having no problem at all blocking him, easy touchdown.
Aaron Rodgers' first touchdown pass of the year, traveled less than a yard in the air. Just that little flip ahead to Aaron Jones. Career touchdown pass number 450 for Aaron Rodgers. And Mason Crosby's extra point is good. 4:36 to go here in the first half. Packers on top of the Bears, 17-7. You're listening to Sunday Night Football on Westwood 1.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Starting trouble. No one likes that. We'll get you set up for some stronger starts. You might just need a fresh charge, and we'll take care of that free of charge. But if it is time for a new battery, we've got replacement batteries that'll fit your needs, starting at just $69.99. You can learn more about our battery selection at AutoZone.com. That's what makes us America's #1 battery destination. Claim based on data from the NPD Group 2021.
At the United States Postal Service, we deliver with advanced technology and equipment so we can reach over 160 million addresses across the country. We're delivering for thinkers, doers, movers, shakers, groundbreakers, future makers, innovators, trailblazers, disruptors, streamers, dreamers. So no matter what business you're in, we'll always be delivering for you. USPS, delivering for America. Learn more at USPS.com/delivering.
Be game day ready all season long at NFLShop.com. NFL Shop is your #1 source for the top selection of officially licensed NFL gear. Head over to NFLShop.com today to browse styles from your favorite team and all the players you love. NFL Shop is your ultimate destination for jerseys, t-shirts, headwear, and more. Take your team pride to the next level with the best selection of NFL gear anywhere. To shop now, go to NFLShop.com.
Wrangler is made for those moments when your heart says go and you follow it beyond what's expected. Because when the heart calls, you gotta be ready in jeans that are made to move and built to last. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
New Jack Link's Barbecue Pork Tender Bites. A mouth-watering, sweet and savory bite-sized barbecue snack. Because if barbecue wants to be a flavor and a patio appliance, Jack Link's is good with it. Available at a Walmart near you.
Later on, we'll select the drive of the game, sponsored by Geico. Whether you rent or own, Geico makes it easy to bundle home and car insurance. Having a home is hard work, so get a quote at geico.com. Easy. Nice drive put together by the Packers right there. 9 plays, 54 yards, 5:35 off the clock. 8-yard touchdown pass from Aaron Rodgers to Aaron Jones, and the Packers lead 17-7.
They're giving us good choices on drives of the game, aren't they? I mean, long, sustained drives. Time of possession, they're 10 minutes more than Chicago right now. You know, Chicago's just got to try and stay positive, realize they were down 10 last week. into the third quarter and came back, but they got to make something happen.
Mason Crosby's kickoff. Amir Smith-Marset back to return now. Has it a yard deep in the end zone. Coming out to the 10. Cuts right. Looking to get to the 15. Does, but that's about it. He is tackled right there just across that 15-yard line at about the 16. I think that was Dallin Levitt who got down there on special teams, the former Raider, to make the tackle. Tune in to watch all the excitement of the NFL next Sunday on CBS. Check your local listings for games and times in your area. Catch the NFL on CBS.
So let's see what Luke Getsy can do, the offensive coordinator for the Bears, just 37 years old. Actually had a couple stints with the Green Bay Packers as a coach. See how he can try and free up Justin Fields to make some plays.
David Montgomery back in there at running back. 4 carries, 38 yards for Montgomery. He's lined up to the left of Justin Fields. 1st and 10. Ball is at the 15-yard line. Fields takes the snap, back to pass, looking, throws right side, dropped by Cole Kmet, the tight end. He was out on the numbers at the 20-yard line. Quay Walker, the rookie linebacker, was in coverage. Kmet couldn't hang on. It's actually Devondre Campbell that was in coverage. 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, Kmet's got to make that catch, and Justin Fields had to release the ball because a young man named Kenny Clark was right in his grill. Put him on his back right after the throw.
Clark, the 2-time Pro Bowler, made his stay along that interior of the Packers defensive line.
He is a load in there.
2nd down and 10 from the 15. Fields under center, 2 receivers, stack right, single man to the left. Fields takes the snap, handoff. Montgomery wrapped up in the backfield and dropped. That was Rashawn Gary who nearly took the handoff. Loss of 5 on the play. Bears behind the sticks again. It's going to be 3rd and 15.
So that's one of those plays, Ryan, where you go inside. He went inside the block of Larry Borum, the right tackle. And they say if you go inside the block and your responsibility is outside, you better get back out there and make the play. And that's exactly what he did. Went inside the block, his responsibility was outside. He was able to retrace and make the play.
Chicago, another 3rd and long. 3rd and 15. Backed up at their own 10. Fields in the gun. 2 receivers left, single man right. Fields gets the snap, back to pass, looks, throws right side. That's caught, but well short of the 1st down. Taken down at the 19-yard line. Eric Stokes made the tackle after a gain of 9 yards, and the Bears will punt it away.
Again, to this point, Ryan, 3:30 to go in the half. We have not seen Justin Fields move at all in a called play. He's done it when he's had to scramble. So again, they're throwing those intermediate routes easily covered by Green Bay.
Equanimous St. Brown made that catch. Here's the punt. High spiraling kick. Rodgers takes a glance, runs up, has it on the run at the 40, fumbles it, picks it up again, and then is taken down at about the 45 by Khalil Herbert. Boy, Amari Rodgers, that was very dangerous. Lost that one on the run and was able to pick it up. There is a flag down back at the 25-yard line. 42-yard punt, 5-yard return right now. Find out about the marker from Craig Rolstad, the referee. The Packers are moving back.
During the kick, holding, return team number 6. That's a 10-yard penalty from the end of the kick. First down, Green Bay.
Now it's Dallin Levitt, just made a terrific play on special teams a moment ago, but now gets flagged for the holding. And so the Packers, instead of having the ball up at about the 45-yard line, will end up starting this drive still with a pretty decent field position at their own 33. A reminder to stay with us for the Sunday Night Football halftime report on Westwood One, sponsored by Jack Links. Our savory protein friends at Jack Links want to remind you, if you want to wear team color face paint while watching the game at home, Jack Links is good with that. Pick up Jack Links at a store near you. Scott will check all the scores and highlights from Week 2 of the NFL season. That's coming up at the half.
So you'll see Green Bay probably try and burn all 3-10 and end the half here. The Bears get the ball the start of the half. They don't want to give them the ball back and let them get a twofer, so I'd imagine they'll try and burn all the time here.
From their own 33, 1st and 10, 3:10 showing on that clock. Packers have one timeout. Receivers left and right. Rodgers in the gun, backs on either side, takes the snap, give it to Jones, running left outside the hash across the 40-yard line. A first down across the 45, and Aaron Jones is all the way out to the 47. Matthew Adams made the tackle, a gain of 14 for Aaron Jones on first down.
You know, we're going to talk about the backs and the yards they're gaining, but Ryan, I tell you, this is one of those where they're going to enjoy, if the game ends up well for them, watching the film of the blocking that's going on. by the tight ends, the linemen, and the wide receivers. And again, staying on the defenders. The defenders are not able to get off their blocks. Big-time check marks for this offense of Green Bay and their blocking.
Jones, 7 carries, 54 yards. He'll motion out to the right here. One of 3 receivers to that side on 1st and 10 for the Packer 47. A.J. Dillon takes the handoff, lowers his shoulder, and bullies his way forward for about a yard out to the 48-yard line. 2nd down and 9 coming up. We'll see if the Packers want to run another play. With the 2-minute warning approaching, the clock shows 2:10 right now.
Yeah, I doubt they're going to get one off. They'll go into the 2-minute warning, still have a timeout, and about 50 yards to go.
So Rodgers will stand back and watch the clock tick down, and we have reached the 2-minute warning, sponsored by Mr. Clean Magic Eraser. Mr. Clean Magic Eraser powers through tough household messes like magic, so it only looks like you spent hours cleaning. Mr. Clean Magic Eraser. It makes cleaning look easy. 2 minutes to go in the first half. Packers 17, Bears 7. You're listening to Sunday Night Football on Westwood One.
Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean.
Of course I use Mr. Clean Magic Eraser to clean tough messes off my stovetop and bathtub. But then I discovered I can also use it to easily clean my patio furniture and even my shoes. I'm hooked!
And when wipes won't cut it, I use Magic Eraser Sheets. They're thin and flexible erasers, perfect for everyday messes, like gunk on my counters and sinks. They really are magical.
The reviews are in. Mr. Clean Magic Eraser and Sheets make cleaning look easy.
Geico presents Daily Affirmations.
Repeat after me. Our thoughts are like the ocean.
Our thoughts are like the ocean.
Our thoughts create our reality.
Our thoughts create our reality.
We're thinking Geico offers claim service 24/7 with personalized attention from an assigned team.
Geico offers claim service? I wasn't thinking that.
We think it and it becomes our reality.
So, what about washboard abs?
Let's give it a go. Think really hard.
Okay, abs.
Yep, keep thinking.
To manifest more Geico in your life, go to geico.com.
Jim Rome here. Dell Technologies semi-annual sale has arrived, and it is time to upgrade to the latest business technology. Save big on laptops and desktops with Windows 11 Pro. Plus, get amazing deals on server, storage, and cloud solutions, as well as top work accessories, including docks, monitors, and more. Dell Technologies recommends Windows 11 Pro for business. Call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877 Ask Dell for special business offers during our semi-annual sale.
Every Westwood One football broadcast this season is now available on all Alexa-enabled devices. Just say Open Westwood One Sports and you'll be taken straight to the action. That's Open Westwood One Sports to listen on Alexa. 2 minutes to go first half. Packers 17, Bears 7. Green Bay with a 2nd and 9 from their own 48, Mike.
And you look at this defense for the Bears. Last year it was 6th overall, 3rd against the pass, 4th in sacks, but they were 23rd against the run. As I mentioned, there's been personnel that has changed and certainly a coaching staff in the system, but as we see, that's still going on. They're not good against the run tonight with almost 90 yards already by the Packers running the ball.
Aaron Jones, 7 carries, 54 yards. A.J. Dillon, 9 carries for 28. Rodgers rushed 1 time for 7 yards.
And how about the split? You have 17 runs and 15 passes. I mean, the game plan is working to perfection right now.
And Aaron Rodgers now in the 2-minute drill where he feels so comfortable. Slot right, single man left, backs on either side of Rodgers in the gun on 2nd and 9. Dillon in motion out to the right. Here's the snap. Rodgers fakes right, screen left to Jones, avoids the first tackle, runs along the numbers to the 50, down to the 45, inside the 40, and all the way down to the Bears 36. Nicholas Morrow made the stop. There's a flag down, but it looks like it's against Chicago.
Offside. Defense number 94 lined up in the neutral zone. That penalty decline. The result of the play is a first down.
Goes against Robert Quinn. Meanwhile, 15 on the screen to Aaron Jones.
Yeah, for them, that's just a quick outside run. 2 more running. Josh Myers and John Runyon out in front. The lineman again doing a great job. We see it more nowadays. These guys are big, but they're excellent athletes on the offensive line, and that's hard for me to say as a former D lineman. They stay on their feet so much better going downfield instead of just throwing their bodies.
From the Bears 37 now, 1st and 10. Slot right, single man left, 1:52 to go in the half. Rodgers in the gun, takes the snap. Handoff A.J. Dillon, running left outside the hash marks, and he gets a couple of yards to the 35, maybe the 34. Angelo Blackson on the stop. Clock moving, 100 seconds remaining. 2nd down, about 7 coming up. They'll give him progress down to the 34.
Big tester. Again, they were down 10 last week, 10-0 at half. They're down 10 right now. They get the ball to start the 3rd quarter, does the Chicago Bears. So can they get a stop here and even stop them from getting a field goal?
Packers again have 1 timeout. They'll go trips right. Single man Watkins out to the left. Dillon moves off to Rodgers right. Shotgun snap. Rodgers back to pass. Looking. Steps up in the pocket. Rodgers looking. Throws downfield. Randall Cobb has it inside the 15. They'll mark him down at the 14-yard line. Kyler Gordon was in coverage. It's a gain of 20. And the Packers back in the red zone.
So we talk about Justin Fields buying time. He'll buy time to throw it or be a dangerous runner. Aaron Rodgers, when he's buying time, he wants to throw the ball. And the coverage wasn't awful by Kyler Gordon, the rookie, but just a phenomenal throw.
Rodgers in the gun, 1st and 10 from the 14. Slot left, single man right. Here's the snap. Rodgers fakes to Dillon. Quick pass, right side, caught by Tunyon. Tunyon powering his way down to the 5-yard line. Tackled in bounds. Jaquan Brisker makes the stop. Clock right now at 35 seconds, and the Packers will use that one timeout. So Green Bay will take time with 35 seconds to go here in the first half. We'll step aside. Packers 17, Bears 7. You're listening to Sunday Night Football on Westwood 1.
Anywhere fans go to cheer on their team, there are behind-the-scenes MVPs, ensuring everything is game day ready. We see you, Joe, fixing seats so every fan can enjoy every game. And Allie, who keeps her stadium running smoothly from the moment the first game starts to the last play of the season. At Grainger, you're our MVPs, and we're always here for you, with supplies and solutions for every industry and 24/7 customer support. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Packers asking the fans to quiet down before a 2nd down and 1 coming from the Bears' 5-yard line. 35 seconds to go in the half. Packers out of timeouts. They lead 17-7. 3 receivers to the left. Tunyon, the tight end, on the right end of the line. Rodgers in the shotgun with Jones to his right. Rodgers bends at the waist, takes the snap, fakes to Jones, looks, throws left side. Caught! Touchdown Packers! Allen Lazard tumbling down in the end zone, hauls it in. A 5-yard touchdown pass from Aaron Rodgers, and the Packers lead 23-7.
And a lot of times we're saying covered by Kyler Gordon, and the receptions are being made. Again, Gordon is having decent coverage, Ryan. He really is. But Aaron Rodgers is so accurate, and we talk about the play action again, freezing or drawing the linebackers up, gives Aaron even more room over the top to make the throw.
2nd touchdown pass tonight for Rodgers, 1st of the year for Lazard. Did not play a week ago with that ankle injury. Crosby on to attempt the extra point, and his kick is right down the middle and good. Packers 24, Bears 7, breaking the action with 32 seconds to go in the first half. You're listening to Sunday Night Football on Westwood 1.
Progressive presents Forced Metaphors about bundling your home, auto, and other vehicles.
In hockey, it's the goalie's job to protect the net. And in life, your net is your home and auto, but also your boat, motorcycle, RV, or ATV. And your goalie is the round-the-clock protection offered by Progressive Insurance. Well, and also the savings you get when you bundle. So in this metaphor, you have 2 goalies, which is okay because, it's just a metaphor.
Forced Metaphors, presented by Progressive. Bundle and protect today. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discount not available in all states or situations.
Hey, football fans, don't miss your local games or that last-second field goal. All you need is an antenna hooked up to your TV, and you can see live football for free. That's right, free. No subscription, no fees, no credit card info required. Just your TV and an antenna. And then live sports, news, and other popular shows are yours for free. Go to thefreetvproject.org. That's thefreetvproject.org to get started. Thefreetvproject.org. Antennas up, game on. Furnished by EW Scripps.
At the United States Postal Service, we deliver with advanced technology and equipment so we can reach over 160 million addresses across the country. We're delivering for thinkers, doers, movers, shakers, groundbreakers, future makers, innovators, trailblazers, disruptors, streamers, dreamers. So no matter what business you're in, we'll always be delivering for you. USPS, delivering for America. Learn more at USPS.com/delivering.
Let's check the drive summary furnished by EW Scripps. You were just a TV antenna away from live professional football for free. Antennas up, game on. Catch your favorite games and shows for free. Go to thefreetvproject.org for more information. 7 plays, 67 yards, 2:38 off the clock. Aaron Rodgers to Allen Lazard on a 5-yard touchdown. And the Packers lead 24-7. Rodgers 4 of 4 on that drive, 13 of 19 for 164 yards and a couple of touchdowns in the first half. And the Packers, after a little bit of a slow start, have really taken control.
7 players have at least 1 reception. 9 players so far have been targeted for Green Bay. The game plan is working perfectly right now. It's starting to rain a little bit harder. Maybe that'll make the Bears feel a little more at home. I'm trying anything at this point, Ryan, to keep Chicago in this game after the monsoon they played in last week. The monsoon this week is the Green Bay Packer offense, the way they're playing, and defense.
Well, Mike, you and I were here a year ago. We saw the Bears really get off to a great start against the Packers, but just couldn't maintain. Aaron Rodgers, that offense got going. It was like that snowball rolling downhill. Mason Crosby on the approach, hits a line drive kick that will land towards the back of the end zone. The ball will come out to the 25, and I'll ask you, Mike, with 32 seconds left, the Bears do have a couple of timeouts, but are you looking at just running the ball here, getting into the locker room and trying to regroup?
Yep, I think they'll get out of this half. Like I said, they if they didn't get the ball first in the second half, maybe they try. It's also one of those, you try a play, you try one play. If it gains a decent amount of yards, maybe you try and keep going. If it doesn't, you say, nope, that's it. We'll bag it for the half.
Justin Fields will line up in the shotgun. He's got Khalil Herbert to his left. 3 receivers over to that left side of the formation, including Darnell Mooney, who has been quiet again tonight. Shotgun snap to Fields, back to pass, pumps left, now a screen to the right. Herbert along the numbers, ducks under the first tackler, and ends up picking up about 3 out to the 28-yard line. Clock moving, 20 seconds to go. 2nd down and 7 for Chicago, but the Bears not in a big hurry here.
No. That's the play you try. If he breaks it and runs off for 15, 20 yards, again, you'll use your timeout. You'll try and get a little bit more, but that's going to be the end of the half.
Now the Bears will let this one run out, and the fans here at Lambeau Field on their feet. Halftime here in Green Bay. Packers on top of the Bears, 24-7. When we return, Scott Graham rejoins us from our studios with the Jack Links halftime report. You're listening to Sunday Night Football on Westwood One.
Feeling great starts with a great shave, and a great shave starts with Barbasol Shaving Cream. That's Barbasol Shaving Cream, an American classic for over 100 years. You're looking good, America. You're shaving with Barbasol.
Barbasol. Progressive Snapshot can save you money based on how you drive and how much you drive. So the safer you drive, the more money you could save. Now, if you didn't hear that because you were laying on the horn while driving, let me say it again. Are you a race car driver? Because if you are, you're in the wrong car and you took a wrong turn off the track a while ago. And all those cars you're trying to pass all save money with Progressive Snapshot, while you probably don't. So who's really winning? And if you did hear it the first time, nice work. You'd love Snapshot from Progressive because it rewards safe drivers. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Snapshot not available in California and North Carolina or from all agents.
Getting a tattoo of your team's mascot on your arm and your back and your face. Who's the mascot now? Jack Links is good with it. Pick up Jack Links at a store near you.
Welcome to the Sunday Night Football Halftime Report on Westwood One, sponsored by Jack Links. Our savory protein friends at Jack Links want to remind you, if you want to wear team color face paint while watching the game at home, Jack Links is good with it. Pick up Jack Links at a store near you. Once again, here's your host, Scott Graham.
From our Westwood One studios, we've reached halftime at Lambeau Field in Green Bay. The Packers starting to flex some offensive muscle. They've taken a 24-7 lead over the Chicago Bears. What happened earlier today in the National Football League? Well, what didn't happen earlier today in the National Football League? This has been an awful lot of fun over the course of the first 2 weeks of the season. How about in Vegas today, where the Raiders had themselves a 20-0 lead over the Arizona Cardinals, and Arizona was staring down the end of an 0-2 start. But they came back, and Kyler Murray scored as regulation expired. Then they got the game-tying 2-point conversion to force overtime. And in the extra period, I'll just listen.
Carr waiting for the shotgun snap. He's got the ball. Quick throw left side. Renfro with a catch. And he breaks one tackle. Then the ball comes out. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Cardinals in midfield. It's picked up by Byron Murphy at the 40, at the 30, at the 20, at the 10. Ball game! Byron Murphy picks up the ball at midfield, returns it for a touchdown, and the Cardinals win. No flags. What an unbelievable finish here in Vegas.
Dave Pasch, the Arizona Cardinals radio network, the longest fumble return for a touchdown in overtime in NFL history. What a day this was as Arizona wins at 29-23. Kyler Murray just one passing touchdown on the day, but he got his team the victory. They're now 1-1. Derek Carr threw for a couple of scores on the day today. Devontae Adams held to 2 catches for 12 yards as Vegas falls to 0-2. Rams got themselves a victory. They beat Atlanta today 31-27. Matthew Stafford throws 3 touchdown passes, 2 of them to Cooper Kupp on the day. Allen Robinson got involved today as well with a touchdown as the Rams improved to 1-1. Marcus Mariota threw a couple of touchdowns, but also threw a pair of interceptions. Atlanta is now 0-2. For San Francisco, mixed bag today. A victory, which they needed, coming back home at 0-1. They beat Seattle 27-7. The defense gave up nothing. Seattle's only score on the day came on a block that was brought back the other way for a touchdown. But in the first quarter of this game, Trey Lance was carted off. More on that in a moment. Jimmy Garoppolo came on to replace him, threw for 154 yards, a touchdown, and also ran for one in that San Francisco victory. Now, after the game, Kyle Shanahan was asked about how Trey Lance was feeling.
He's doing as good as you can. When I went out and saw him, he was just asking me about a couple of the plays before. Asked about some of his reads and stuff. So it's the type of kid he is, and I'm hurting for him.
After that, we found out that he is scheduled for surgery tomorrow. If indeed that is surgery for the fractured ankle that's being reported, Trey Lance's season will be over. Geno Smith threw for 197 yards on the day today in the losing effort for Seattle. They are now also 1-1. You heard Tom Brady, when he's wearing that Tampa Bay uniform in the regular season, can't beat New Orleans. That is no longer true. This was a 3-3 ball game at Caesars Superdome today. Going into the fourth quarter, but Tampa Bay scored 17 points, including a pick six for Mike Edwards in the fourth quarter to seal it as the Bucs win at 20-10. Brady throws for a touchdown and 190 yards on the day today as Tampa Bay improves to 2-0 to begin the season. Jameis Winston, who had avoided the interception since becoming a New Orleans Saint, threw 3 of them today against his old team. New Orleans is now 1-1. Dallas got a field goal in this ball game today at AT&T Stadium as time expired after blowing a lead against Cincinnati. They win 20-17. It was Brett Maher from 50 yards out who won it. For Cooper Rush, filling in at quarterback, threw for 235 yards. No mistakes. He threw for a touchdown on the day today. The other side, Cincinnati, it is not going well. Joe Burrow was sacked 6 times today, threw 1 touchdown pass on the day, but Cincinnati, team that was in the Super Bowl last year, is now 0-2. Flip that record for the New York Giants, the first-place team right now in the NFC East. They beat Carolina today by a score of 19-16. Giants are 2-0 for the first time since 2016. That's the last time they went to the playoffs. Baker Mayfield threw for 145 yards, lost a fumble in this one, and Carolina is now 0-2. And Detroit got a victory, scoring points once again. Jared Goff throwing 4 touchdown passes. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 9 catches, 116 yards, and 2 more touchdowns on the day. Not only team records, but NFL records as Detroit improves to 1-1 with a 36-27 win over the Washington Commanders. Carson Wentz throws 3 touchdowns and an interception in the loss for Washington. They are 1-1. Our halftime score, Green Bay 24, Chicago 7. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
Hi everybody, Christopher Mad Dog Russo here. Familiar? You should be. Well, now you can catch Mad Dog's Daily Bite each day as a podcast where you'll hear my thoughts and opinions on the biggest topics around the world of sports. NFL, baseball, golf, NBA, even hockey. That you know you can count on. That's Mad Dog's Daily Bite. Drops daily anywhere you get your podcasts. And you can also hear me weekdays 3 to 6 Eastern on Mad Dog Unleashed, Sirius XM Channel 82, or anytime on the SXM app. Touchdown!
NFL fans, get more of the great content you crave right now on the SXM app. Just search for your favorite team on the app and tap the favorite star. You not only hear the game with your hometown announcers, but you'll also get access to the pre- and post-game shows. And come back during the week for extra content from select clubs, including coach and player press conferences, special team-specific shows, interviews, and much more. It's all on the SXM app. Download it and search for your team today.
The world's biggest stars.
Harry, Mr. Beth, hang on Hits 1. As it was. Is it as simple as we think it is?
It's probably the most representative of where I was at in my life when I put something out.
The world needs Beyonce and Lizzo together.
Like, Beyonce has all the control in that dynamic.
It's about damn time.
Hear intimate, exclusive interviews anytime and anywhere.
Just search Hits One-on-One on the SXM app.
Included with all trials and popular plans.
For the end zone, he throws it, it's caught, touchdown!
For the first time, every NFL team on the SXM app features your team's pre- and post-game show, live updates before games, post-game interviews, and press conferences after every game.
Really excited for our group, man. That was varsity ball today.
Now, your favorite team's broadcast includes their pre- and post-game shows all season long on the SXM app. All 32 team channels are also available in vehicles equipped with SiriusXM 360L radios.
One from the Progressive Insurance Studios, I'm Scott Graham. Get renter's insurance to protect the things that make your place a home, including coverage for theft or damage. Visit Progressive.com today. 17-point lead for the Packers at halftime. Earlier today over in the AFC, what an ending in Baltimore. The Ravens had a 35-14 lead, I should say, in the fourth quarter over Miami, but Tua Tagovailoa had himself a career day, and he brought his team all the way back.
Tua shotgun, back to throw, looking, steps up, fires, touchdown! It's Waddle! Touchdown! Oh my gosh, Tua looked around and came back to Waddle. What a throw and catch with 14 seconds left.
Jimmy Cefalo, Joe Rose, WQAM Dolphins Radio Network. Dolphins win at 42-38. Tua throws 6 touchdown passes, 468 yards, 189 of them and 2 scores to Tyreek Hill, 171 and 2 scores to Jalen Waddle. Miami's 2-0. Baltimore is 1-1. Jets came from behind, beat Cleveland today, 31-30. You know, Joe Flacco's now 18-3 in his career against the Browns. Remember everybody was booing him last week in New York? Not today, as the Jets improved to 1-1 on the year. Nick Chubb had 3 rushing touchdowns in the losing effort for the Browns. They are now 1-1. New England Patriots beat Pittsburgh today, 17-14 in Pittsburgh. Mac Jones throws for a touchdown. Damian Harris runs for 71 yards and a touchdown as New England gets into the win column for the first time this year. Mitch Trubisky, kind of mixed bag, 168 yards and 1 touchdown. Najee Harris did play in this game, held to 49 yards on the ground for the 1-1 Pittsburgh Steelers. It was Jacksonville doing what they do to Indianapolis. They beat them in Jacksonville, and they did it again. That's 8 in a row now. Today was a shutout as the Jags beat the Colts 24-0. Trevor Lawrence throws for 235 and a couple of scores. Another touchdown for James Robinson. Jacksonville is now 1-1. Matt Ryan, who had never lost to Jacksonville, throws 3 interceptions. Indy is 0-1-1. And Russell Wilson won his home debut today, although it was certainly not easy. He really struggled offensively, but threw himself a touchdown pass in the fourth quarter of this ball game, and the defense hangs on for Denver as they knock off Houston 16-9 the final. Denver now 1-1 on the year. Davis Mills, 176 yards, but without a touchdown today for the Houston Texans. They are 0-1-1. This has been the Sunday Night Football Halftime Report on Westwood One, sponsored by Jack Links. Our savory protein friends at Jack Links want to remind you, if you want to wear team-colored face paint while watching the game at home, Jack Links is good with it. Pick up Jack Links at a store near you. Our halftime score, Green Bay 24, Chicago 7. When we return, Ryan Radke and Mike Golick will have the second half kickoff. You're listening to Sunday Night Football on Westwood One.
MyPillow is having their biggest bed sheet sale ever. The MyPillow Percale sheets are available in a variety of colors, and all sizes are on sale. For example, the queen size, regular price $89.98, now only $39.98 with your promo code. Order now, as there's a very limited supply. The MyPillow Percale sheets are breathable and have a cool, crisp feel. They have deep pockets to fit over any mattress. These come with a 10-year warranty and a 60-day money-back guarantee. Go to MyPillow.com and click on the radio listener square and use promo code Westwood to receive the MyPillow Percale sheets for as low as $29.98. Order now, because when they're gone, they're gone. Or call 800-653-7485 and use promo code Westwood.
Welcome back to Lambeau Field in Green Bay alongside Mike Golick. I'm Ryan Radke. Packers on top of the Bears 24-7 at halftime. Let's check the halftime stats, sponsored by Indeed. When you think of hiring, think of Indeed. Their end-to-end hiring system helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all in the same place. Visit Indeed.com/credit. Well, the Packers dominating in that first half. They held the ball for more than 20 minutes. They had 17 first downs compared to just 4 for Chicago. Packers outgained the Bears 233-84. Aaron Rodgers 13-19, 164 yards, 2 touchdowns. Aaron Jones 7 carries, 54 yards and a score, 3 catches, 38 yards and a touchdown. Meanwhile, Justin Fields 5 of 6 for 45 yards. David Montgomery 5 carries, 33 yards, but the Bears, one really good drive and then not much after that.
Oh, they haven't had the ball and weren't able to establish anything out there. You know, people after the game, well, what are they going to say if it ends up like this? Oh, wow, what a game plan by Green Bay. To me, it's not game plan, it's execution. They're executing on both sides of the ball extremely well. The Bears have to, the word I'm going to use for them, Ryan, is they have to establish. Establish on both sides of the ball. Beat your blocks on defense, establish something on offense. Let's see if they can.
Packers will kick it away from left to right. Mason Crosby set to send it deep. It's time for the start of the second half, sponsored by Prilosec OTC. Prilosec OTC prevents excess acid production that can cause heartburn. 1 pill, 24 hours, 0 heartburn. With Prilosec OTC, use as directed for 14 days to treat frequent heartburn, not for immediate relief. Treston Ebner takes the ball out across the 20-yard line out to about the 22. Dallin Levitt gets down on special teams to make the stop. And we'll see that Bears offense here. Mentioned Justin Fields 5 of 6 in the first half, but Mike, on that first drive, they ran the ball, they stayed ahead of the chains. After that, some penalties, some negative plays, constantly putting themselves in second and third and long, and that's just not a place the Bears can be right now.
And that one time we've seen any kind of movement in an actual play call to get Justin out on the edges.
2 receivers left, single man to the right, Fields in the gun, takes the snap, fakes the handoff. Fields will run this time to the right side, outside the numbers across the 25, out to the sideline, and bumped out of bounds up around the 30-yard line. So there you go. Justin Fields carries the ball. They'll mark him at the 29, so it'll be a run of 7. And that'll bring up second down and 3. That was a big criticism for the Bears a year ago with Justin Fields. He's such a great athlete, but looked like they were trying to make him maybe too much of a pocket passer at times, not using the legs.
In that offense of Matt Nagy's, and now that obviously has changed, he just was not used the way everybody thought he should be coming out of Ohio State.
Trips left, single man right, shotgun snap to Fields, back to pass, looking left, pocket collapsing, and he is sacked inside the 25-yard line. Boy, just nowhere to go. Pocket collapsing from the left and the right. Rashawn Gary will get credit for the sack. And now, after second and short, it's third and long for the Bears. Loss of about 7.
You mentioned it. The pocket just collapsed. I mean, from both sides and up the middle. But Justin Fields is such a great athlete. He's got to sense that at some point, Ryan, and get out of there. Start an escape path a little earlier because he does have the ability to do that.
Gary, 9.5 sacks a year ago. It's his second of this season. Third down and long now. Third down and 9 for the Bears. Shotgun snap to Fields. Fakes the handoff. Back to pass. Fields looking. Plenty of time. Finally dumps it over the middle. Caught by Montgomery, but he's tackled shy of the 30-yard line. Devondre Campbell right there to get him at the 29. That'll leave the Bears 3 yards shy of the first down. And they will punt it away. Gain of 6 on that little dump off to David Montgomery.
Always so interested the first drive coming out of the third quarter after you make adjustments at halftime. And here, again, kudos to the Green Bay defense in stopping them.
So Trenton Gill on to punt. Amari Rodgers had a pretty good night standing at the 25, and that punt almost blocked. High spiraling kick. Rodgers moving to his left, has it at the 15, and he is dropped immediately. That time Rodgers choosing not to go with a fair catch, and Josh Blackwell got down there to get him a 56-yard punt. Packers will have it when we come back. 13 minutes to go in the third quarter. Green Bay 24, Chicago 7. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
NFL fans, right now on the SXM app, hear in-depth coverage of your team with the Believe Podcast Network on SiriusXM. It's all the analysis, all the breakdowns that matter to you, hosted by the players who played for your team and the fans who eat, sleep, and breathe it. 32 diehard fan bases, 32 podcasts. The Believe Podcast Network on SiriusXM, BLEAV. Search Believe in, followed by your team on the SXM app, Pandora, Stitcher, or wherever you get your podcasts.
I'm Bob Kendrick, president of the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum and host of Black Diamonds, a SiriusXM original podcast. Right now on your podcast feed, I'm telling the story of the great Satchel Paige with Guardians pitcher Tristan McKenzie.
To know what he meant to the city of Cleveland, it's huge to know that I could just drag on his coattails a little bit and feel like I'm a part of his legacy.
Don't miss Black Diamonds. Available now on the SXM app, included with all of our trials and popular plans, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, what's going on? This is your boy Kevin Hart, and guess what? I've got my own channel on Sirius XM, Kevin Hart's Laugh Out Loud Radio, channel 96. We play the best stand-up comedy from some of my favorite comedians, and I got my own show. It's called Straight From the Heart, and I host it with a bunch of unattractive friends of mine. They call the Plastic Cup Boys. Every Tuesday and Thursday, real, raw, authentic conversation, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. Laugh Out Loud Radio right here on Sirius XM, channel 96. Don't miss it.
For the end zone, he throws it, it's caught, touchdown!
For the first time, every NFL team on the SXM app features your team's pre- and post-game show, live updates before games, post-game interviews, and press conferences after every game.
Really excited for our group, man. That was varsity ball today.
Now, your favorite team's broadcast includes their pre- and post-game shows all season long on the SXM app. All 32 team channels are also available in vehicles equipped with SiriusXM 360L radios.
Identification. This is Westwood One, your home for Sunday Night Football.
Starting this preseason, hear every NFL team's pre- and post-game coverage on the SXM app, included with all of our trials and popular plans.
Along with our producer Howard Deneroff and Mike Golick, Ryan Radke here at Lambeau Field in Green Bay. 13 minutes to go in quarter number 3. Packers lead the Bears by a score of 24-7. Green Bay will start this drive from their own 14, 1st and 10. Rodgers under center, I formation behind him. Here's the snap, handoff, Aaron Jones running left, dancing out of a tackle, spinning his way across the 15 and all the way out to the 19-yard line. Nifty run by Aaron Jones to pick up 5. Eddie Jackson, Nicholas Morrow combined on the tackle, 2nd and 5.
So this is one of these situations, Ryan, you play long enough, you're in a situation where, okay, the offense didn't get it done for Chicago, now the defense needs to, or while we have almost an entire half to go, it's going to get to be very long. If you don't start, one side of the ball starts to pick up the other side of the ball. If both aren't going to do it, now it's the defense's chance to do it after the offense couldn't.
Well, the Bears have to find an answer for Aaron Jones. 8 carries, 59 yards for Jones. Also 3 catches. He scored a couple of touchdowns. Shotgun snap. Rodgers hands off to Jones again. Running left outside the hash. Breaks a tackle. Picks up a first down across the 25. And out to the 26-yard line. Al-Quadin Muhammad on the stop. 7 yards on that run for Aaron Jones.
I'm just going to keep giving them love up front. Josh Myers, John Runyon, the center and the left guard, both pulling, both doing a great job of clearing out. Back just cutting right underneath, not even getting hit till the second level. And both these guys have enough size to where they can drop their shoulder and get some yards after contact.
First down and 10 here for the Packers. 2 receivers stacked left, single man right. Rodgers back in the shotgun. He's got Jones to his right. Tyler Davis is the tight end on the right side of the line. Rodgers bending at the waist, takes the snap, fakes a little toss to Watson, instead gives to Jones, running left along the numbers across the 30, breaks a tackle, 40 out to the sideline, 50, 45 to the 40, and finally knocked out of bounds. Roquan Smith saved a touchdown. Aaron Jones ripping off another big play. Starting left, breaking out to the sideline, into Bears territory, down to the 38-yard line of Chicago.
Great vision, great hips, great feet, but I'll say it again, Ryan. Kyler Gordon was right there to make the play. The defenders have been in position at times to make the play. They are just not making them. Green Bay out executing them. Beautiful moves by both these backs tonight, but Chicago is in position to make them. They're just not doing it.
36 on the gain for Jones. It puts him over 100 yards in the game. 10 carries, 102 for Aaron Jones. 2 receivers left, single man to the right. Rodgers takes the shotgun snap, fakes the handoff, back to pass with time, checks it down right side to Watson, makes the catch and is banged down immediately back at the 40-yard line. Boy, what a hit laid on there to Christian Watson by Eddie Jackson, the veteran safety out of Alabama. Loss of a yard at the 39, 2nd down and 11.
Well, at least they put the Packers behind the chains here a little bit. The Packers have been doing such a good job of mixing up their plays. They're keeping this defense, which wants to be an aggressive defense. That's what Matt Eberflus loves to have. But they're not able to do that as much tonight because of the different array of plays.
Ball on the near side right hash, 2nd down and 11, Green Bay from the Chicago 39. Receivers left and right. Rodgers in the gun. He's got Jones to his left, Dillon to his right. Rodgers bending at the waist, wants the shotgun snap. He's got it. Handoff. Dillon starts left, cuts it back right, breaks a tackle 35, out to the numbers 30, and he's spilled inside the 30-yard line, close to a first down. He takes it down to the Bears' 28. Jaquan Brisker on the stop. That should be good enough for a first down. It is. Gain of 11 by A.J. Dillon. And boy, he has been effective tonight as well.
And I keep talking about, that mental drain, certainly a physical one on defense as well. You finally put them behind the chains at 2nd 11. They still run the ball and get a first down on the run. These backs have had such great vision tonight, whether starting one way and cutting back. Again, that time a nice block by Tunyon to open it up.
Packers quickly out of the huddle. 1st and 10 for the Bears' 28. Rodgers under center, 2 receivers left, single man to the right. Rodgers takes the snap. He's back. He'll give it to Dillon, who fumbles, and the Bears look like they jumped on it. Dominique Robinson may have been the man to get there for Chicago. Rodgers is hot. It is Bears football. Just never got it to A.J. Dillon cleanly. And the Packers, after having another impressive drive going, turn it over.
Hey, when all's going wrong for you, take a break, right? A break comes your way. Make sure you take advantage of it. Looks like they were almost kind of going to run into one another. Just obviously not clean at all. Never had the ball and then bounced away from them.
Well, we'll step aside. 9 minutes, 13 seconds to go third quarter. Packers 24, Bears 7. You're listening to Sunday Night Football on Westwood One.
Football season is underway, so now is the perfect time to download FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Because right now, new customers get a no-sweat first bet up to $1,000. That's free bets back. If your first bet doesn't win, just sign up with the promo code WIN. FanDuel has all your favorite bets from the money line to point spreads to player props. So sign up today with promo code WIN for your no-sweat first bet. Make every moment more this season with FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL.
Must be present in state where lawful to wager. 21 plus in select states. First online real money wager only. Refund issued as non-withdrawable free bets that expire in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Visit fanduel.com/RG. Colorado, Iowa, Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Illinois, Virginia. 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342. Arizona 1-800-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat. Connecticut 1-800-9-WITH-IT. Indiana, Kansas 1-800-522-4700 or visit ksgamblinghelp.com. Louisiana 1-877-770-STOP. New York 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. Tennessee Redline 1-800-889-9789. Wyoming, West Virginia 1-800-522-4700 or visit 1-800-GAMBLER.net.
Getting a tattoo of your team's mascot on your arm and your back and your face. Who's the mascot now? Jack Links is good with it. Pick up Jack Links at a store near you.
Charging a cell phone can be like getting a booster shot. A booster is given to enhance or restore protection after a primary series vaccination, which wanes over time. Schedule an appointment when you are eligible. Sponsored by Pfizer and BioNTech.
Time for the Dell Small Business Fact of the Game. This is the 3rd straight season and the 11th time in 12 years that the Bears-Packers game at Lambeau Field has been played in prime time. It's the 17th straight year that one of their 2 meetings during the season is in prime time. Fact of the Game sponsored by Dell Small Business. Here's another fact. Dell's semi-annual sale has arrived with limited time deals for you. Save big on Dell's latest computers with 12th gen Intel Core processors. Call 877-ASK-DELL.
So even when you're having a great game like the Packers are, you can make mistakes. If you look at the intersection line of quarterback and running back, they were going to run right into one another, and they both started to adjust on each other, so there was never a clean handoff, and then the ball got booted away a little bit and gave a lot of area for Chicago to recover. Now let's see if they can take advantage.
It seems like a game where the Bears needed a break. They got one. See what they do with it here. They start at their own 31, 1st and 10. 3 receivers to the right side of the formation. Fields is under center. Takes the snap. Handoff Montgomery. Stumbles as he moves to his right to the numbers. Spins off the pile. Across the 35. All the way out near the 40. And he is finally brought down there by Quay Walker. 1st-round pick out of Georgia. But Montgomery stumbled just as he took that handoff. Somehow got out of trouble and ends up picking up about 8 yards.
That's one of those, you find a play or two around in the game that says, just kind of get you going a little bit. And we'll see. As I said, I'm sure Chicago Bear fans are kind of grasping for things right now to say, okay, looked like that play was going to be stopped for nothing. We got 9 yards. Let's go.
2nd down and 1. Bears just now getting to 100 net yards in the game. 2 receivers to the left. Fields is back in the shotgun. He'll motion Kmet, the tight end, from right to left. Fields hands in front of his chest, lifts his right leg, takes the snap, handoff Montgomery, running right behind blockers across the 45. He's outside the numbers, and he makes his way all the way out near midfield. And across that midfield stripe, Dean Lowry getting downfield to make the stop, along with Preston Smith. It's a 10-yard run for David Montgomery, a first down for the Bears.
Well, again, we'll talk about Montgomery and the run, but just as I gave love to the Green Bay O-line, I got to do it here. Cody Whitehair with the pull and right up the gut. Great blocking.
Quick snap to Fields, back to pass on first down. Pressure coming, fires down the middle. Got a man, that's Griffin. He makes the catch. Upended at the Packer 31-yard line. Justin Fields with a dart down the middle. Darnell Savage makes the tackle. Tevin Jenkins slow to get up behind the play, but he's going to hang in there. A 19-yard throw down the middle to the tight end.
Just amazing how quickly things can change, and all of a sudden momentum can start building the other way, can start building confidence the other way. That's where Chicago's going right now.
From the Packers 31, 1st and 10. Fields under center, 2 receivers left, 2 tight ends right. Montgomery is the single back. Here's the snap. Fields is back. Handoff Montgomery. Jumps out to his right, just inside the numbers. He's across the 30-yard line to the 29. Gain of 2 on that run by Montgomery. 2nd down and 8 coming up. A host of Packers there, led by Jaron Reed, the free agent pickup from Kansas City.
Yeah, they weren't letting him go that time. That was kind of that first play when he was bottled up. All of a sudden, 9 yards later, he's down the field. We're going to make the tackle on that one. So let's see, behind the sticks a little bit. 2nd and long.
Clock moving, 6:48 to go here in quarter number 3. 24-7, Green Bay on top. I formation now, Fields under center, receivers left and right. Here's the snap, Fields is back, handoff Montgomery between the hash marks across the 25 and spinning his way to the 23. Dean Lowry on the tackle, 2 yards shy of the first down after a gain of 6. So 3rd and 2 coming up. The new era of Thursday Night Football is officially here, and the only way to watch it is on Prime Video.
I really like the play calling right now by Luke Getsy. He's no panic right now. Listen, you're down 24-7. Haven't been playing well, but no panic. Sticking with the run, outside run, inside run. 3rd and very, very manageable right now.
Bears have not converted a 3rd down of the game. They're 0 for 4. Trips right, single man left. Fields in the shotgun, 3rd down and about 2. They need the Packer 21 for a first down. Fields lifts that right leg, takes the snap. Fields is going to run himself to the left, trying to get away from the defense. Gets out of the first tackle, but not the second. Brought down at the 26. Jair Alexander from his corner spot makes the stop. Loss of a couple of yards on the play. 4th down coming up. Cairo Santos coming out. Boy, it looked like there might have been some confusion on that play.
Oh, there was. The Cody Whitehair, the left guard, was actually looking back at Justin Fields when the ball was snapped, so he's basically out of the play, and Fields just tried to make something out of it, and Preston Smith wasn't giving him the edge.
44-yard attempt for Cairo Santos. First field goal attempt of the season for him. Santos has been great the last couple of years for the Bears. Here's the snap. Ball is down. The kick from Santos is on the way, and it is good. So Cairo Santos knocks it through with that field goal. Barbasol will make another donation to Kurt and Brenda Warner's Treasure House, a living community for adults with disabilities. Barbasol, the trusted choice for a close, comfortable shave. Close Shave America. Close Shave Barbasol. 5:11 to go, 3rd quarter. Packers 24, Bears 10. You're listening to Sunday Night Football on Westwood One.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Thinking about gas mileage. An oil change with quality oil like Castrol Edge Full Synthetic can help your engine get more out of every tank. Right now, you can get 5 quarts with an STP Extended Life oil filter for only $37.99. Get what you need for better fuel efficiency at any of our 6,200 stores or on AutoZone.com. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Restrictions apply.
If for your business, the fall season is going to be a whole new ball game, then you need Indeed. Their integrated hiring solution helps you attract, interview, and hire quality candidates all in one place. Sponsor a job and Instant Match instantly sends you a short list of quality candidates from Indeed's resume database who fit your job description. No more hiring fumbles for your team. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
You're the one who protects the flock, and that requires an eye for detail. Because when safety and well-being are on the line, it's the details that can save lives. Even when no one else is watching, you see everything. Grainger gets you, and we're here for you, and all the ones who get it done with a wide range of safety products and solutions, plus board-certified safety consultants here to answer your questions. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The 2022 NFL regular season is finally here, and nothing compares to witnessing it live in person. The roar of the crowd, the adrenaline, the rush of high-fiving random strangers. Don't miss your chance to be part of epic showdowns, classic rivalries, and primetime games under the lights. Tickets to all regular season games are on sale now. That's 17 games for all 32 teams. Take your seat. Visit NFL.com/tickets to purchase your tickets today.
Ryan Radke, Mike Golick here in the Grainger broadcast booth at Lambeau Field. For all the jobs you do, count on Grainger for supplies and solutions that help you get more done. Call, click Grainger.com, or stop by one of over 250 Grainger branch locations. 5:11 to go third quarter. Packers 24, Bears 10. Cairo Santos ready to kick this one away. Amari Rodgers waiting at his own 2, high-end over-end kick. Rodgers moving to his left, has it at the goal line, coming out. Far side numbers 10, cuts right, out to the 15, finds a lane across the 20, and he's out to about the 24-yard line before being tackled right there by DeAndre Houston Carson. Well, the Bears settle for 3, 7 plays, 43 yards. Santos with that 44-yard field goal, so they do get a score off the turnover, but still have not converted a third down, had third and short, and couldn't move the sticks.
Yeah, I mean, that's the play where you have confusion, but they did get points out. They needed the 3 scores, 2 touchdowns and a field goal, get the field goal out of the way, so you got to look at the positive from that, but yeah, may have missed a big opportunity there on third and short.
Packers from their own 24. Ball is on the near side right hash. 2 receivers stacked left, single man right. Rodgers under center. Aaron Jones is in the backfield, already over 100 yards tonight. Rodgers takes the snap, back on a play fake, rolling to his left. Rodgers flips his hips, throws left side, caught by Tunyon on the sideline, dips his shoulder, and runs through Jaquan Brisker out of bounds on that far side. They'll mark him out after a short gain at the 26-yard line, just a pickup of 2. And that'll bring up second down and 8.
Plays I thought we'd see more of Justin Fields running with those boots. And in this one, they had a short, medium, and long route, and Chicago covered them all. They did a good job of covering all the levels on that one.
Why do you think we haven't seen more of that?
I'm a little perplexed by that. With Justin, I think you got to get him on the move and let him use his feet. Let him open some things up.
Packers out of the eye. DeGuara, the fullback. Jones, the tailback. Second and 8 from their own 26. Receivers left and right. Rodgers under center. Takes the snap. Toss play to Jones. Running right side. Jones cuts it up along the numbers, and not much there. He's spilled after a gain of a yard, maybe 2. Travis Gibson has had a couple of nice plays tonight, leading the charge there. And third down, third and medium coming up for the Packers.
So again, here's where we can see that momentum shift. You get a turnover, you go down, you score. Now your defense comes up and you're sitting at 3rd and 7. Certainly should be manageable for the defense. Only problem is the guy on the other side is named Aaron Rodgers.
Packers need the 34 for a first down, officially 3rd and 6. Rodgers in the gun with Jones to his left. 3 receivers to the left side of the formation. Single man Sammy Watkins to the right. Now Jones will motion out to the right and join Watkins. Rodgers takes the shotgun snap. Back to pass. Looks left. Now right. Fires a sidearm pass. Incomplete. Flags down all over the place. Flag down near where the throw went to Jones. There's also one downfield where Sammy Watkins was running around.
Yeah, Nicholas Morrow. There was no need for Nicholas Morrow to do what he did to incur this penalty. He had good tight coverage. Absolutely no need. Well, we'll see what the other flag is about, unless it's for the same player.
I think there's actually 2 separate. I think it's a hold on Watkins or an illegal contact down the field, and then maybe pass interference by Jones. We'll see. Craig Rolstad.
There are 2 fouls on the play, both by the defense. Pass interference, defense. That penalty is declined. Holding, defense, number 22. That penalty is accepted, 5 yards and an automatic first down.
That's Bildor, who was downfield against Watkins.
Right. So pick your poison. One of them was going to happen to one of them. And here you go. First down. You have a chance to get off the field and give your offense that just moved down the field to kick a field goal another chance.
So move it ahead to the 33-yard line for Green Bay. 1st and 10. 3:41 to go third quarter. Packers 24, Bears 10. Rodgers under center. Receivers left and right. Jones is the single back. Tight ends on either end of the line. Here comes Watkins in motion from the right. Rodgers takes the snap. He'll hand off to Jones. Running left side. Has a lane across the 35. Out to the numbers over the 40. And he's out to the 41-yard line. 8-yard pickup on first down. Jaquan Brisker on the stop. A.J. Dillon will check back in for the Packers here before second down and short. Mike, we've seen a lot of plays tonight with both Jones and Dillon in the game for Green Bay.
Well, we've actually seen them on the field tonight 11 plays. Last week it was 7 plays. So already they've had more, and I'm sure we'll see them both together again tonight. And they're doing a great job. We use this term a lot of running downhill. I mean, there's no contact till the second level. Shoulders are square at the second level, making huge yards.
Jones will check out. Dillon checks in. Second down and 2. Packers at their own 41. Rodgers takes the under center snap. Give it to Dillon. Starts left, cuts back right, runs along the hash marks and picks up a first down out to the 45-yard line. 4-yard run for A.J. Dillon. You know, we talked about his production tonight, Mike. He's averaging, right around maybe slightly under 4 yards a carry, but his blocking has also been important tonight for Green Bay.
Oh, without a doubt. When he's getting in space, getting his shoulders downfield as well. And either way, when he has the ball or not, at 240-some pounds, what a load when he's going to drop that shoulder.
12 carries, 46 yards. We saw him get out on the edge earlier and kick out Roquan Smith, allowing Aaron Jones to get in the end zone. First and 10, Green Bay now from their own 45. Dillon is the single back, receivers left and right. Rodgers standing up, puts his hands under center, takes the snap, handoff Dillon, straight ahead, hits the pile, bounces off, covers up the football, and then is driven backwards after a 1-yard gain to the 46. Justin Jones, Angelo Blackson combined on the stop. Every weekend on Westwood One's NFL Preview, Scott Graham and my partner Mike Golick break down all the matchups. If you missed the show live, you can listen on demand at westwoodonesports.com.
That's where I get every one of my picks right. Every one of them.
Every single one, huh?
Every single one.
Never been wrong.
As far as you know.
As far as I know.
Yep.
Okay. I like that.
Just ask Scott. He'll tell you.
Check with your wife and see how often you're right about
Please
things.
don't do that.
2 receivers stacked right, single man left on second down and 9. Watson in motion. The snap goes right by Rodgers. The ball is loose and it's covered up by Dillon. Back at about the 33-yard line. Boy, I don't know what happened there. That snap just went flying by Aaron Rodgers.
He's giving a little stare down over to Josh Myers, the center, right now. Oh, it ends up hitting Christian Watson as he was crossing the field. Obviously, when you have motion crossing the center, there's got to be some timing involved. Watson tried to pull his forearm out of the way. Boy, the Bears had a great chance to get that one as well. That would have been huge.
Loss of about 13 back to the 33, so it's 3rd and 23 now for Green Bay. Trips right, single man left. Jones will motion out wide to the left. Rodgers back in the shotgun. Play clock is at 5. Rodgers takes the snap. Quick throw right side. Caught by Dobbs. Along the numbers across the 40-yard line and then driven backwards there. So the progress, they'll say, was stopped at the 40. Eddie Jackson on the tackle. Gain of 7. And the Packers will bring out the punt team.
A couple of mistakes on the last 2 drives for the Packers. Fumble on the previous one that the Bears got. This one, a errant snap off the wide receiver crossing in motion. And Chicago's, got to feel a little momentum going their way and a little bit of confidence the way they drove down last time on offense.
Pat O'Donnell is going to come on to punt. And Dante Pettis waiting back around the 10-yard line. The Packers do not have to snap the ball, and they are not going to. The clock hits 000, and we have reached the end of the third quarter here at Lambeau Field. With the score, the Packers 24, the Bears 10. You're listening to Sunday Night Football on Westwood One.
So, you're at the game and that hot dog and soda come back to haunt you with heartburn. You try to get it under control with a few antacids until bedtime, and then the heartburn comes back. Does this happen to you? Instead of fighting your heartburn, block it with Prilosec OTC so you can celebrate your team's victory without heartburn distracting you. Taking one Prilosec OTC pill in the morning can prevent excess acid production for 24 hours. 1 pill a day, 24 hours, 0 heartburn. Prilosec OTC, used as directed for 14 days to treat frequent heartburn, not for immediate relief.
Jim Rome here. Dell Technologies semi-annual sale has arrived, and it is time to upgrade to the latest business technology. Save big on laptops and desktops with Windows 11 Pro. Plus, get amazing deals on server, storage, and cloud solutions, as well as top work accessories, including docks, monitors, and more. Dell Technologies recommends Windows 11 Pro for business. Call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL for special business offers during our semi-annual sale.
MVP's bonus days are back at Lowe's. Right now, get a special BOGO offer from Bosch. Buy a select Bosch 18-volt bare tool. Get a battery free. Shop savings on all of our top pro items. Plus, MVPs earn up to 3 times bonus points on select products. Join today and redeem points for products designed to level up your business. Don't miss MVP's bonus days, happening now at Lowe's. Pricing and offers subject to change at any time. Bonus points calculated before taxes and fees after applicable discounts, if any. Valid through 9/23.
Did you know Hulu Plus Live TV is the ultimate entertainment package that you need this football season? It has over 75 live channels with sports like NFL games, plus Hulu's entire streaming library. On top of that, it now comes with Disney Plus and ESPN Plus. More content to watch. With unlimited DVR at no additional cost, you can record your favorite shows. It's like cable, only better. Live TV plan required, restrictions apply. Access content from each service separately and select ESPN Plus content via Hulu. Learn more at Hulu.com.
Welcome back to Lambeau Field along with Mike Golick and some fresh deep-fried cheese curds. I'm Ryan Radke. Our score, Packers 24, Bears 10. The start of the fourth quarter sponsored by Oral-B. Oral-B's round brush head cleans 100% better than a regular brush. So you can get that purifying clean feeling like you just left the dentist. Oral-B, brush like a pro. Packers getting set to punt at their own 40-yard line after that snap that went off of Christian Watson. Here's the snap back. O'Donnell drops the nose of the football. It's an end-over-end punt. Pettis moving to his right outside the numbers, signals for a fair catch, and he's got it right around the 11-yard line. Let's go back to the fumble, Mike. Obviously, the Packers are at home, so they're not on a silent count. How does that happen, do you think, on the snap that hits Watson and costs the Packers about 13 yards?
Well, the center's not looking between his legs to see when the motion man passes him, so he has to get a signal on when to snap it. That has to come from somebody else, the quarterback, on knowing that the timing, your motion man has passed you, and now it's good to snap to me. So I can't see that being on the center.
Bears will start under center. First down and 10 out of the I. Toss play to Montgomery. Runs left out to the numbers across the 15-yard line. Out to the 20. Still driving his legs forward. And Montgomery picks up 11 to the 21. Devondre Campbell on the tackle. First down for the Bears. David Montgomery continues to run hard.
I feel pretty good, Ryan, in that situation. Me being a former defensive lineman, my son Mike was an offensive lineman, and I asked him that question about that play, and he basically corroborated what I just said, so I feel good about myself. Right?
It's always nice to get affirmation from your kids.
Yeah, I knew I was right. I was just trying to be nice to bring him along.
Here we go again. From the 21, first and 10. Fields under center, 2 receivers to the right, 2 tight ends left. Fields takes the snap, back on play action, rolling to his right, sets his feet, taking a deep shot down the field for Mooney. That's way overthrown and incomplete. Eric Stokes is running man-to-man with Darnell Mooney down the field. And Mike, Darnell Mooney, last week, just 1 catch in that game against San Francisco. He has not had a catch tonight. This is a guy that caught 81 balls for over 1,000 yards a year ago for Chicago.
Yeah, that's been very surprising. Now, again, you could see in week 1 because of the monsoon going on, but thought he'd be a little more involved tonight. And that's the first time we've seen Justin Fields on that half roll and going deep. And that's the time you want to do it, first and 10, try and play that deep shot.
Bears second and 10 now from their own 21. Fans trying to make some noise to help out the defense. Fields under center, receivers left and right. Handoff Montgomery, straight ahead, bounces out to the right across the 25, sheds a tackle 30, cuts to his left, and he's out near the 35-yard line. Boy, David Montgomery, he is having himself a night. Jair Alexander with the stop. A gain of 14 yards for Montgomery, who is now up to 86 yards on 11 carries.
Listen, he's a guy in 5 games against Green Bay has averaged 90 scrimmage yards a game against them, so he's living up to what he's been doing against them.
Bears from their own 35, first and 10, receivers left and right. Montgomery stays in there. Fields under center, brings a man in motion from the left, takes the snap, back on a play fake. Fields rolling left, stops, being pressured by Smith, and down he goes. Justin Fields with a long play fake, tried to flip his hips. Preston Smith was right there, and Fields stumbles down back around the 25-yard line.
Preston Smith has signed the 4-year, $52 million extension this offseason. That, Ryan, is a textbook job of playing your responsibility. Don't chase. Don't take a bad angle. You saw he kept his feet square and stayed to the outside and did not let Justin outflank him.
Loss of 10 on the play. Second sack of the game for Smith. Fields with a handoff to Montgomery. Jumps out to his left outside the hash marks. Breaks through again across the 35. Cuts right to the 40. Racing outside the numbers 45. Out to the 50. Into Packer territory. All the way down to the 47. Darnell Savage eventually on the stop. A 28-yard gain for Montgomery. He can't be stopped right now.
I mean, it's unbelievable. We saw the last series was second down and 10, and they run and get a first down. Here it's what, second and 20? And they get a first down. I mean, that's ridiculous doing it on the run right up the gut.
12 carries, 114 yards for Montgomery. Over 9 yards a carry for the Bears back. He'll get a break. Khalil Herbert checks in. Bears from the Packer 47. On the near side right hash, first and 10. Here's a snap. Toss it to Herbert. Running left outside the hash. Big lane across the 40. Cuts right 35. Inside the 30. And finally taken down near the Packer 20. They'll mark him right at the 20. Savage on the stop again. Gain of 27, and suddenly the Bears just chewing up the Packers' D.
So if this game is flipping in momentum, and if it starts to go Chicago's way overall here, this is a drive to remember. When you're running this, especially when you're running the ball, right up the gut, nothing fancy. Man-on-man blocking, just what I talked about what Green Bay's offense had been doing to the Chicago defense, Chicago's offense is now doing.
Receivers left and right, first and 10 from the 20. Fields under center, I formation behind him, and flags go down. Some movement by the Bears.
False start. Offense, number 13. It's a 5-yard penalty. First down.
That's Byron Pringle, the wide receiver, who had come in motion and then jumped.
First and 15, no big deal. Run right up the gut. Give them the way they've been running, no problem.
Back it up to the 25-yard line. First and 15 for the Bears, and now whistles again.
Please reset the game clock to 11:20. 11:20.
They're going to put 10 seconds back on the game clock. Well, that just tells you so much time left in this game. A game that it feels like the Packers have just dominated, but well, the Bears with a touchdown right here are right back in this thing.
Yep.
First and 15. Fields is under center. Receivers left and right. High formation behind him. They'll toss it to Herbert. Starts right, cuts it back left along the hash marks. And he's down to the 20-yard line. Preston Smith on the tackle, so he gets the penalty yardage back with a run of 5. That'll bring up second down and 10. Herbert to the sideline. David Montgomery back in as we roll down inside 11 minutes remaining here at Lambeau Field.
It's interesting to come back. You wouldn't think it would be on the running game. What they're doing right now would be more on the versatility of a Justin Fields, but it has been all O-line and running backs right now.
Receivers left and right. Corey Blasingame is lined up as a wing to the right side. He'll motion to the left. Here's a toss play. Montgomery running left outside the numbers. Hits the pile, then falls forward down to about the 16-yard line, maybe the 15. Preston Smith again there on the stop. Gain of close to 5 yards, and now third and very manageable coming up for the Bears here. Third down and 5.
So now it's interesting. You're two scores down. Third and 5 is this two-down territory where you go for it on fourth down. Or do you take the field goal where you're still down 11, where you can go a touchdown, two-pointer, and a field goal to tie?
Fields will line up in the shotgun. Slot right, St. Brown inside of Mooney. Now Mooney will come in short motion closer to the line. Montgomery in the backfield to Fields' left. Play clock down to 5. Fields in the gun, lifts his right leg, takes the snap. Fields will keep it, running around the left side, out to the sideline, stretching the ball. Where did he go out of bounds? Very close to a first down.
I think he was short.
Are they going to give him the 10? He stretched the ball out. They're going to put the nose of the ball just shy of the 10, so it's going to be 4th and inches for Chicago.
Got to go. And Cole Kmet, nice block on Preston Smith to give Fields the side. He just tried to reach the ball out, but his foot went out of bounds before the first down marker.
Yeah, Justin Fields was arguing that should have been good enough, but I think you're right, Mike, that his toe was out of bounds. 10th play of the drive coming up for the Bears. Out of the huddle with 3 receivers left, and now a challenge flag thrown by Matt Eberflus, the Bears head coach. He wants him to take a look at this.
Yeah, I don't know how they're going to win this one because it looked like unless the ball reached over that.
Chicago is challenging the ruling on the field that the run was short of the line to gain.
This close shave instant replay review sponsored by Barbasol Shaving Cream. Choose Barbasol Shaving Cream for a thick lather and close, comfortable shave. Barbasol, the American original for over 100 years. Better buy Barbasol. 9:33 to go. Packers 24, Bears 10. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
NFL fans. Right now on the SXM app, hear in-depth coverage of your team with the Believe Podcast Network on SiriusXM. It's all the analysis, all the breakdowns that matter to you. Hosted by the players who played for your team and the fans who eat, sleep, and breathe it. 32 diehard fan bases, 32 podcasts. The Believe Podcast Network on SiriusXM. BLEAV. Search Believe in, followed by your team on the SXM app, Pandora, Stitcher, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, what's going on? This is your boy Kevin Hart, and guess what? I've got my own channel on Sirius XM, Kevin Hart's Laugh Out Loud Radio, channel 96. We play the best stand-up comedy from some of my favorite comedians, and I got my own show. It's called Straight From the Heart, and I host it with a bunch of unattractive friends of mine. They call the Plastic Cup Boys. Every Tuesday and Thursday, real, raw, authentic conversation. 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. Laugh Out Loud Radio right here on Sirius XM, channel 96. Don't miss it. Hi, everybody. Christopher Mad Dog Russo here. Familiar? You should be. Well, now you can catch Mad Dog's Daily Bite each day as a podcast, where you'll hear my thoughts and opinions on the biggest topics around the world of sports. NFL, baseball, golf, NBA, even the hockey. That you know you can count on. That's Mad Dog's Daily Bite. Drops daily anywhere you get your podcasts. And you can also hear me weekdays 3 to 6 Eastern on Mad Dog Unleashed, Sirius XM Channel 82, or anytime on the SXM app.
Premier League Mornings is on NBC USA and Peacock. It's more than a club crest. It's the air we breathe.
Experience the anxious electricity, the emotional energy.
It's devastation.
Utter humiliation.
And glory.
And that is what champions do.
It's more than a game.
Oh, wow!
It's life. Premier League Mornings, all season long on NBC USA and Peacock.
During the break, replay overturned the call. They say that Justin Fields did extend the ball past the first down marker. And so the Bears will have a 1st and goal. Ball resting right at the 10-yard line.
Yeah, when I saw it live, I thought his foot stepped out before the ball had passed the marker. But clearly when we were watching the reviews on TV, before that, right as that foot hit down, that ball was past the 10-yard line.
Yeah, the shot that came from the sideline, you could see it. And so they overturn it. 10th play of the drive coming up now for the Bears. 1st and goal from the 10. 9 minutes, 50 seconds to go. 24-10 Green Bay. Fields in the shotgun, takes the snap, handoff Montgomery, straight ahead between the hash marks. And he gets a couple of yards to the 8. Kenny Clark on the tackle. That'll bring up a 2nd down and goal. Now, this is a place a year ago the Bears really struggled. They converted just 41% of their red zone possessions into touchdowns, 29th in the NFL. They were 2 for 2 a week ago against San Francisco. They need to find the end zone here to get within 7.
And there's no first downs. They had it right under the 10, so it's got to get into the end zone, and they'll have 4 plays to do it.
Slot right, single man left. Fields takes the snap, handoff Montgomery, running right side. Not much there again. Just inside the numbers, down to the 6-yard line. 2-yard gain again. Rashawn Gary, Dean Lowry combined for the tackle. 3rd and goal coming up for the Bears.
Excellent job by Gary, keeping outside contained, and the ball cuts in front of him, and he gets off the blocker to make the play. Also, one other thing about that challenge, we'll see where this game ends up, but Chicago keeps that timeout, so they still have all 3 of theirs. They didn't lose one because they won the challenge.
Packers also have all 3 of their timeouts. 3rd and goal from the 6 now. Fields in the gun, twin receivers left and right. Montgomery is the back to the right of Fields. Fields bending at the waist, play clock down to 5. Fields lifts his right leg, takes the snap, back to pass, looking right, steps up in the pocket. Fields avoids the pressure, out to the right side, headed for the pylon, diving, and the ball came out. It's picked up by the Packers. Now we've got whistles. No signal by the officials. Fields went diving for the pylon. The ball came out of his hands. It was scooped up by Green Bay. Nobody has made a signal. All kinds of confusion down there, and now they're going to say touchdown. It's a touchdown run for Justin Fields.
It's that the runner hit the pylon with the football before it was down, therefore it's a touchdown.
Well, Mike, we'll take a look at the replay. Fields was extending for the pylon. The ball hit the pylon, then came out, but was his knee down first?
I think his knee was down. Remember, touchdowns are reviewed. His knee was down before the pylon. It won't be a touchdown. It's going to be at about the half-yard line and 4th down.
Yeah, and it will not be a fumble.
No, it will not. No.
Had Fields been able to keep his knee up, it would have been a touchdown because he had possession in his left hand, reaching for the pylon and made contact with the pylon. But when that knee hit, as Mike said, the ball was at about the half-yard line.
The runner is down by contact, short of the goal line. It'll be 4th down and goal inside the 1-yard line.
Wow. What else can you ask for here? Are you kidding me?
27 on the game clock.
4th down inside the 1, down 2 scores.
So now the question to the Bears, stick with that running game, or do we see Fields get out of the pocket as you've been talking about all night? Let's see what they decide to do. Fans on their feet at Lambeau. Play clock set at 25, has not begun to run yet.
You're at that half-yard line. I'm a believer in the dive over the top or the quarterback under center and dive and put the ball over the goal line. Remember, the ball just has to break the plane.
13th play of the drive, Fields in the gun. Single receiver left, 2 to the right. Here's the snap. Fields will keep straight ahead, runs into the pile, fighting towards the goal line. Did he get there? No signal yet. It looks like the Packers stopped him, and they did. Justin Fields trying to run it in from the half-yard line, and the Packers stuffed him. Green Bay will take over at their own 1 with 8:07 to go.
If I had more time before that play, I swear I was going to say I don't like that type of play at all. He has no momentum going forward. If you're going to give it to the running back, at least they're running forward. If you're going to do that, be under center and just dive over the top on a quarterback sneak.
8:07 remaining here at Lambeau Field. Packers 24, Bears 10. You're listening to Sunday Night Football on Westwood 1.
At Wrangler, we know that life is all about taking the reins, no matter what's in front of you or which way the road turns, because life is one big glorious ride, and Wrangler jeans are made to handle every step of it. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Did you know Hulu Plus Live TV is the ultimate entertainment package that you need this football season? It has over 75 live channels with sports like NFL games, plus Hulu's entire streaming library. On top of that, it now comes with Disney Plus and ESPN Plus. More content to watch. With unlimited DVR at no additional cost, you can record your favorite shows. It's like cable, only better. Live TV plan required, restrictions apply. Access content from each service separately and select ESPN Plus content via Hulu. Learn more at Hulu.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts is here to keep your car on the road with our free loaner tool program. Your local store has more than 80 specialty tools available to rent for your next repair. Refundable deposit required. Ask our professional parts people about the loaner tool program today at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts store or visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
At CDW, we get balance in disparate clouds can be messy.
Yep, it's like an ice cream cone. The more scoops you get, the greater the risk of failure.
Well, if you want 5 scoops, you should get 5 scoops. And with the Nutanix Enterprise Cloud Solution orchestrated by CDW, you can manage applications and data across all your clouds from a single point of control.
Is it weird that my mouth is watering?
A little. IT orchestration by CDW. People who get it. Find out more at cdw.com/Nutanix.
Well, during the timeout, Bears head coach Matt Eberflus has thrown the challenge flag. This close shave instant replay review sponsored by Barbasol 1919 Classic Shaving Cream, a fresh take on the original. This new non-aerosol formula features enhanced ingredients and exceptional glide. Learn more at Barbasol.com. So Eberflus is challenging that Fields got in the end zone. Mike, you've seen it a couple of times. What do you think?
It looks like the point of the ball gets over the goal line. Now, again, they can use all the different angles, but we're seeing the one angle straight down from the goal line, and then they zoom in on the ball where it is, and it looks like the point of the ball is actually just breaks the goal line. That's all it has to do. I actually think, sometimes in the muck and mire of a play like that, you can't see enough to overturn it. But I think you had a clear view there of the point of the ball just breaking the goal line.
Yeah, and just remember, the ball only has to hit, if it hits any part of the very front of the white part of the goal line, that's it. It doesn't have to get all the way over. Craig Rolstad has had a look. Here comes the announcement.
After review, the ruling on the field stands as called. There's no touchdown. It'll be 1st and 10 Green Bay. Chicago will be charged with a team timeout.
Oh, wow. I'm so now, again, when they say stands, what that means is they couldn't find video evidence to overturn it. They'll either say stands or they'll say confirms. Confirms mean they really could confirm what they saw, but stands say they couldn't find anything in there that would say different than what we said. I'm not going to lie. I thought the point of the ball was over the goal line.
Yeah, Mike, we've seen this a couple of times. I agree with you.
I'm surprised.
It looks like they have a pretty clear shot of that ball breaking the plane, but that's not how Craig Rolstad in New York saw it, and so the Packers will take over inside the 1-yard line, leading 24-10 with 8:07 to go. A.J. Dillon lines up as the single back. Rodgers takes the snap, handoff Dillon, straight ahead, powering those big legs forward out to about the 5-yard line. So A.J. Dillon gains 4, gives the Packers a little bit of room. That'll bring up 2nd down and 6. Nicholas Morrow on the stop, and I'm sure Bears fans everywhere are not very happy with that replay review.
Yeah, I absolutely think they got it wrong on that there was enough evidence there to say it was a touchdown. So, you know what? It's over. It's one of those things you got to forget. This defense still has Green Bay pegged down there to try and get out of this on 2nd and 6.
Rodgers will line up in the shotgun now with receivers left and right. Jones in the backfield to Rodgers' left. Rodgers brings Watkins in motion from left to right. Play clock down to 3. Rodgers wants the snap. He's got it. Handoff Jones running between the hash marks, and Aaron Jones is out to the 9-yard line. Justin Jones on the tackle. Gain of 4. Packers now with 3rd and short. The NFL celebrates youth and high school football all year round, including both flag and tackle football. Visit playfootball.com to find a league near you. The future of football is here. Are you in?
Big play here, and A.J. Dillon goes in, all 245 pounds of him, and you need 1.5 yards. I wonder what they're going to do.
Need to get right to the cusp of the 11-yard line. Packers taking their time in the huddle. Clock moving, 6:45 to go. Bears have 2 timeouts. They're out of challenges. Packers 3 of 6 on 3rd down of the game. Dillon is lined up to Rodgers' right. Shotgun snap. Rodgers fakes the handoff, keeps it himself. Rodgers running right side, dives, and he's got the first down. Aaron Rodgers kept it himself, runs around the right side and dives out to the 13. Al-Quadin Muhammad with the stop. Aaron Rodgers loves it.
And that was a planned run the whole way. The only receiver on that side was Mercedes Lewis, the big tight end, who's been playing forever, and he just blocked. He was blocking the whole way. That was an Aaron Rodgers run from the get-go.
Who had Aaron Rodgers on the keeper around right ends?
Well, I guess everybody's going to be looking at the thigh monster, and A.J. Dillon think he's going to get the ball.
Rodgers didn't crack a smile on that one. He's smiling inside. Rodgers back in the gun. 2 receivers left, single man to the right. That's Tunyon. He'll go in motion to the left. Rodgers bends down, takes the snap. Handoff Dillon, running right side, nowhere to go. He was hit in the backfield by Justin Jones, trying to spin away and couldn't do it. Loses a yard to the 12. And now we've got whistles. I think the Bears took their 2nd timeout.
2nd charge timeout, Chicago.
So we'll step aside with 5:41 remaining here at Lambeau Field. Bears with 1 timeout left. Packers lead 24-10. You're listening to Sunday Night Football on Westwood One.
Let's be real. Mopping is a hassle. You have to fill the bucket, pushing a wet, heavy mop around, then cleaning the mop when you're done so it doesn't grow bacteria. A hassle on top of a hassle. Try Swiffer Wet Jet. With Swiffer Wet Jet, you start with a fresh pad and cleaning solution every time. And when you're done, you just toss the pad. Swiffer Wet Jet. The faster, easier, cleaner way to clean your floors.
Bundling car and renter's insurance with Geico is so easy, your neighbors are probably already doing it. But who? Look for the signs. Chances are they live in a home and have a car. They use money and enjoy having more of it. They probably drink lots of lemonade. Lemonade. And they've probably said something suspicious like, "I'm bundling with Geico," or "Stop spying on me with those binoculars." If so, you may want to ask them how easy it was to bundle with Geico. Bundling is easy with Geico. Just ask your neighbors.
Scott Graham from our Westwood One studios. Let's check the scoreboard for Week 2, sponsored by Geico. Whether you rent or own, Geico makes it easy to bundle home and car insurance. Having a home is hard work, so get a quote at geico.com. Easy. Overtime today, Arizona uses a fumble return for a touchdown to come from behind and beat the Raiders 29-23. It was the Rams over Atlanta 31-27. San Francisco beat Seattle 27-7, but Trey Lance injured and likely out for the year. Tampa Bay's 2-0. They beat New Orleans 20-10. It was Dallas on a late field goal beating Cincinnati 20-17. Giants over Carolina 19-16. Detroit beat Washington 36-27. Miami comes from way behind and beats Baltimore 42-38 today. Meantime, the Jets have come from behind victory over Cleveland in Cleveland 31-30. New England over Pittsburgh 17-14. Jacksonville shuts out Indy 24-0. And it was Denver over Houston 16-9. We'll have all the exciting highlights and post-game reaction when this one is done. We're now back to Green Bay. Ryan Radke and Mike Golick.
Scott, thanks very much. 5:45 remaining here at Lambeau Field. Packers on top of the Bears 24-10. Matt Eberflus taking a timeout, stopping the clock with 5:45 to go. Bears have one more timeout. Packers with a second down and 11. A game that Green Bay really has dominated, and yet a couple of mistakes kept the Bears within striking distance. Chicago unable to score despite a impressive last drive, unable to get in on 4th and goal from inside the 1. Even though replays seem to indicate Justin Fields had gotten in. Rodgers under center, takes the snap, fakes the handoff to Aaron Jones. Back to pass with time, looks, going deep, got Watkins wide open, makes the catch at midfield. Down the near sideline, 50, and out of bounds inside the 35. They'll mark him out at the 33-yard line. Aaron Rodgers with a perfect strike down the field to Sammy Watkins, a gain of 55.
I mean, that is just vintage Aaron Rodgers right there. Get everything starting one way, get the deep cross going the other way, and just lay it up there. I love the amount of air he puts under the ball, lets his receiver get to it, run under it. He had plenty of room in front of Eddie Jackson and Kyler Gordon, and just laid it up there for like a punt.
Watkins, 3 catches, 93 yards tonight. 1st and 10 Packers from the Bears 33. That could be a backbreaker. Rodgers under center, takes the snap. He'll hand off to Jones, running right side, outside the numbers, across the 30, down to the 25, sideline to the 20, and knocked down by Eddie Jackson, close to the 15. Aaron Jones saw nothing inside, so he bounced it outside where he had plenty of real estate. They're going to mark him down just across the 14-yard line. Matt Eberflus just used his last time out.
You know, you have to point out mistakes when they're there. Kyler Gordon making another one. He's coming up on the outside. He's got to be there for contain and make the play. And again, he let the ball get outside. He's missed a few tackles on the outside there. This time he doesn't keep contained.
18-yard pickup for Aaron Jones. A reminder to join us again tomorrow night for Monday Night Football on Westwood 1 when the Eagles host the Vikings. Kevin Harlan and Kurt Warner have all the action beginning at 8 p.m. Eastern. NFL Network's Rich Eisen gets it all started with the pregame show. Jalen Hurts of the Eagles will join Rich as a guest on the Mercedes-Benz Vans Hotline. Want to unlock your potential? Open up a vehicle that's capable and versatile enough to drive your ambitions as far as you want to take them. A Mercedes-Benz Sprinter.
Well, you can use any of those cliches you want right now. You said that was a backbreaker, the wind out of the sails right now. Use them all. Throw them all out there because that's what's happening in Chicago right now.
How about the night for Aaron Jones now? 14 carries for 134 yards. He's found the end zone twice, once on the receiving end. He's got 3 catches for 38. Rodgers in the gun, 1st and 10 at the 15. 2 receivers right, single man left. Rodgers takes the snap, tosses it ahead to Christian Watson, running left, gets hit, bounces off, and then is able to fall forward for a yard to the 14. Roquan Smith helped clean it up for Chicago. It's a pass play of 1 yard to Watson, and that'll bring up 2nd down and 9. The Bears no longer can stop the clock. It's moving with 4:35 to go.
Yep, just keep everything in bounds, keep the clock running. You mentioned Roquan Smith finished that off, but it was Eddie Jackson who came up and, man, put a nice wall up. Maybe too little, too late here for Chicago, who has been their worst enemy in some cases, out-executed in other cases, and I think got the bad end of the deal on that replay on the goal line.
Packers changing personnel here. They'll go with 2 receivers right, single man to the left. Jones remains in as the running back. Rodgers under center, takes the snap, handoff, Jones running right, and this time he is hit immediately and dropped by Jones. Back at the 17-yard line, loss of 3. And now 3rd and long coming up. Don't miss all the NFL excitement on Fox next Sunday when the Packers meet the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Check your local listings for more details. Catch the NFL on Fox.
So just like I said, you have the ability to make your plays, and they're making them here. And even though they didn't get the call on that goal line, Green Bay started at the 1-yard line, right? So the plays they're making here, that's when Chicago's defense needed to step up at the beginning of that drive down and make the plays at the other end of the field.
Officially a loss of 2, 3rd and 11 from the 16. Packers will go with 3 receivers left, single man to the right. Rodgers in the shotgun. He's got Dillon to his right. Rodgers doesn't like something, so he will call timeout. So the Packers' first time out of the half with 3:23 remaining, and we'll pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Westwood One, your home for Sunday Night Football.
This is Dusty Dvorak. Join myself and Danny Cannell for passionate sports talk and lots of laughs. Dog Days with Dusty and Danny, weekdays at noon Eastern only on Mad Dog Sports Radio, Channel 82.
Knowledge and expertise matters. Grainger has answers to help you get jobs done, plus supplies and solutions for every industry. Call, click Grainger.com, or stop by.
So I'll sit there and say probably do a safe play here, get your field goal, go up 27-10, and I say that, and then Aaron Rodgers will pop one into the end zone.
When Devontae Adams was here, I'd say he'd be looking 17's way.
Absolutely agree.
Now, I tend to think that maybe they are just going to run the ball and let the clock run down.
He's having a pretty good night. He may be feeling a little bit saucy out there, Ryan.
Yeah,
I want to lay one more out there.
This Rodgers guy might be okay.
Yeah.
Still some things I think to figure out for the Packers going forward. Far from a finished product, obviously, and just mentioned they're going to see a terrific defense in Tampa Bay next week. We saw the Bucs last week, and they have some offensive issues going on, but that defense is really good.
Yeah, they do, and I talked about the Chicago defense against the run last year was very bad. Tampa Bay's defense against the run is extremely good. What a matchup that'll be with these two running backs in the offensive line.
Buccaneers won today, locked in a defensive struggle with New Orleans, and were able to come back and win. Chris Godwin out, they think maybe a couple of weeks with a hamstring. Julio Jones didn't play today with a knee injury. Mike Evans got kicked out of today's game.
Him and Lattimore from the Saints got kicked out.
Yeah.
Both of them, there was a heck of a melee in that one. Just unfortunately, just guys losing their composure and costing themselves by getting booted.
This season, for the first time, you can hear every Westwood One NFL broadcast streamed live for free. Mondays, Thursdays, Sunday nights, the international games, holiday triple headers, and every postseason game. Catch all the action on the NFL app, on WestwoodOneSports.com, via Westwood One station streams, or by asking Alexa to open Westwood One Sports. All sponsored by AutoZone. Free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes AutoZone America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone. AutoZone. All right, Mr. I'm Never Wrong.
Yep.
So make the call. Is Rodgers throwing here? Or they're just going to run the handoff, bleed some clock, and kick the field goal?
I don't think he's going to throw to the end zone. I think if it's a throw, it'll be a quick, safe throw or a run, and then they'll kick the field goal. That's my call. Is that specific enough, or do you want more?
We'll go with that.
They're going to go on 2.
Packers out of the huddle with a single receiver to the right. 3 receivers left. Rodgers back in the shotgun. He's got Dillon to his right. Rodgers surveys that Bears defense. Bears look like they're bringing pressure. Rodgers motions with his left hand. Play clock down to 3. Rodgers takes the snap. He's back to pass. Rodgers looking, bouncing in the pocket. Steps up, starts left, moves right, throws short. Dillon bobbles it, makes the catch, and goes down at the 10-yard line. 5 yards shy of the first down. Nicholas Morrow on the coverage makes the tackle. It'll go as a gain of 6. Clock moving with 3:04 to go. Rodgers looking over at the sideline. The Packers may just let this run all the way down and then call timeout.
Yeah, I think that's what they'll do. And I have to say I was probably wrong. There were 3 receivers in the end zone. So I think he may have been looking toward the end zone on that one.
Threw that one across the middle to Dillon, who juggled it. A.J. Dillon has become a really good receiver, a guy that barely caught the ball at all in college. Now the Packers are going to run to the line of scrimmage. Play clock at 5. Rodgers maybe trying to draw him off.
Yeah.
He's in the shotgun, goes to the hard count. Bears don't jump. And with the play clock running down, the Packers will take timeout. So Rodgers thought he'd try to buy the 5 yards. Couldn't get him to do it. Packers spend that timeout, and the field goal team coming out. A reminder to stay with us for the Sunday Night Football post-game report. We'll recap the highlights and stats from tonight's game. Plus, you'll hear from a member of the winning team. And Scott Graham will once again have scores and highlights from around the league. That's all coming up after the bowl game.
So are all the issues for Green Bay in this offense solved, like you mentioned before? No, they're not. Absolutely not. They're still got to work down the field, but they looked very good tonight. I thought the offensive line played extremely well tonight. Early on, though, Chicago was getting some pressure on Aaron Rodgers, but they ironed that out pretty well.
So So this will be a 28-yard attempt for the veteran Crosby in his 16th year. Second among actives in scoring. Only Robbie Gould of San Francisco has more. Here's the snap. It's perfect. Ball down. Kick on the way. That's right down the middle. And it is good. 2:28 remaining at Lambeau Field. Packers up 17. They lead the Bears 27-10. You are listening to Sunday Night Football on Westwood One.
At CDW, we get balancing disparate clouds can be messy.
Yep, it's like an ice cream cone. The more scoops you get, the greater the risk of failure.
Well, if you want 5 scoops, you should get 5 scoops. And with the Nutanix Enterprise Cloud Solution orchestrated by CDW, you can manage applications and data across all your clouds from a single point of control.
Is it weird that my mouth is watering?
A little. IT orchestration by CDW. People who get it. Find out more at cdw.com/Nutanix.
The copyright of tonight's broadcast of Sunday Night Football on Westwood One is owned by the NFL on behalf of its member clubs. All rights to this broadcast are reserved, and any rebroadcast, recording, retransmission, or any other use of this broadcast without the express written permission of the National Football League is strictly prohibited. So the Packers started driving their own 10 plays, 89 yards, 5:39 off the clock. Crosby finishes it off with the field goal. The big play was that long completion to Sammy Watkins that moved the Packers from their own territory down into Bears territory, that 55-yarder. Here's the kickoff taken by Ebner at the 5, straight ahead to the 10, angles right out to the numbers 20, 25, flag flies 30, down the sideline 35, across the 40, and Ebner finally out of bounds up at about the 41, but we'll see about the flag, which right now is sitting at the 29-yard line of Chicago.
Now, if this goes against Chicago, it'll be their 7th penalty of the night. And I believe it will. Everybody's walking back.
Third return, holding. Receiving team number 36. It's a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
It's DeAndre Houston Carson.
So you see the execution again from this offense. It's not a big play, big hit offense, so it has to be a little more methodical, and it's difficult to do when you have the ball for 13 minutes less than your opponent. You know, you're not keeping it enough time to make those drives count. And you have to count on big plays, and you don't have them.
Bears will go slot left, single man right, 1st and 10 for the 19. Fields back to pass, fires right side, incomplete. That was into some traffic. Looking for Equanimous St. Brown. Eric Stokes was in coverage, and then Quay Walker, the linebacker, cut underneath. 2nd down and 10 coming up with 2:18 to go.
Yeah, that would have certainly been a big-time icing if Quay Walker got a hold of that one. He was in easily.
Walker out of Georgia, 1st-round pick. First Georgia linebacker taken in the 1st round since the Bears took Roquan Smith back in 2018. 2nd and 10 from the 19. Fields in the gun, takes the snap. He's back to throw. Fields looking left, looking right, slides left, under pressure, steps up in the pocket, gets away, throws downfield, intercepted! Trying to get it to Equanimous St. Brown, and a diving pick made by the Packers on the sideline. Now Fields thought that he had Equanimous St. Brown, unleashed that throw, and a diving pick made by Green Bay. I think it was Jair Alexander. He made the interception and went sliding right into the Packers sideline and then just got mobbed.
We couldn't see who caught it.
Take a look at the replay here. Yeah, that is Jair Alexander.
What a break. I mean, this just goes to show you how tight the windows are and how quickly defenders can make up space when the ball's in the air.
Alexander's first pick of the year after missing most of last year with a shoulder injury. Rodgers will hand off to A.J. Dillon on 1st down, and he heads straight ahead for a yard down to the Bears' 38-yard line. And that will bring us down to the 2-minute warning. Packers 27, Bears 10. You're listening to Sunday Night Football on Westwood One.
O'Reilly Auto Parts is here to keep your car on the road with our free loaner tool program. Your local store has more than 80 specialty tools available to rent for your next repair. Refundable deposit required. Ask our professional parts people about the loaner tool program today at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts store or visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Join us tomorrow for a special night of NFL action with 2 games to choose from. First, the Tennessee Titans are in Buffalo to battle the Bills at 7 p.m. Eastern. Then at 8 p.m. Eastern, the Philadelphia Eagles host the Minnesota Vikings. Log on to WestwoodOneSports.com for more details or to listen to the stream of either game for free. If it's Monday Night Football, it's on Westwood One.
So obviously there was a lot of talk tonight about Green Bay's offense. You know, could they get going a little bit? But this defense holding Chicago to 228 total yards. Getting the pick there, Alexander, who got himself nice and rich in the offseason with a 4-year, $84 million extension after, playing, I think, 4 games last year before going on IR with a shoulder injury. Just iced this one.
When the Packers under Matt LaFleur have at least one takeaway, they're 34-1. Now, that takeaway didn't win him the game, but it put it on ice, most likely. 2nd down and 9 now. Ball at the Bears 38. Rodgers under center. Dillon is the back. Here's the handoff. Dillon starts to his left, tries to cut it back to the right, avoids one tackle, drives inside the 35-yard line. He's all the way down to the 33. Nice run there by Dillon. Gain of 5. Roquan Smith on the stop. Bears cannot stop the clock. 1:44 remaining here at Lambeau. Well, the Packers are going to win their 7th straight game over the Bears. That ties the 2nd longest Green Bay winning streak in series history. They did it 1928 through 1930 and then 2000 through 2003. It'll be the 13th time in the last 15 games at Lambeau the Packers have beaten the Bears, and 21st time in the last 24 games overall. 3rd and 4. Packers looking for that first down to officially put this in the books. 2 receivers right, double tight ends left. Here's the snap, handoff, Dillon straight ahead across the 30, diving, he's close, it looks like he's got the first down, and that'll do it. A.J. Dillon straight ahead, gains 4 yards, and now the Packers can just take a knee to pick up their first win of the new season.
You know, this is one of these situations where obviously what Dillon and Jones have done in the backfield has been incredible, but so much kudos to that offensive line. A lot of times these backs weren't even getting hit till the 2nd level.
13th straight win for the Packers in prime time in the regular season. Best streak in the NFL since 2000. It's also their 14th consecutive regular season victory here at home. Rodgers under center will drop down to his right knee. The Packers do not have to snap it again, and Green Bay has won it. Packers 27, Bears 10. Packers even their record at 1-1. The Bears fall to 1-1. These 2 teams will meet again later this season in Chicago, but at least for tonight, Aaron Rodgers' ownership of the Bears is intact.
Yep, Bears came in thinking maybe this is our time, new system, new coach. Maybe Green Bay's down a little bit, and there's Green Bay to say, not so fast. Not just yet.
Aaron Rodgers tonight goes 19 of 25, 234 yards and a couple of touchdowns. Sammy Watkins, 3 catches for 93 yards. And meanwhile, the Packers running backs start in this game tonight. Aaron Jones had 15 carries for 132 yards and a touchdown. He also had 3 catches for 38 yards. And A.J. Dillon, 18 carries for 61 yards in the game, and also had that late 6-yard catch. Those guys, I talked about it all week, needing to get them more involved. They definitely got them involved, and they got the job done tonight. A lot of times on the field together, helping this Packers offense, which, as we said, is far from a finished product, but certainly made some progress tonight after that loss in Minnesota a week ago. They come home tonight and knock off the Bears by 17.
But, boy, what a way to fix the offense is with a running game. Running game can solve so much when you're controlling the line of scrimmage and then working your play-action pass, especially with a guy so accurate as Aaron Rodgers.
Packers now under Matt LaFleur following a loss are 10-0, and they average winning those games by 14 points per game. They get another double-digit win tonight, a 17-point victory over the Chicago Bears. Green Bay avoids its first 0-2 start since back in 2006. And meanwhile, the Bears, after winning that game a week ago, a tough loss tonight, they will try to regroup before their game next week. Some positives, I think, out of that Chicago offense tonight, especially their running game, which also did a nice job for them.
Yeah, they did. Montgomery was really running well. They started doing it late, just not enough consistency early on. I still am scratching my head a bit at the non-use of Justin Fields on the corners and getting him to use his feet as much as his arm. That was a little surprising to me.
Now, the play that will be talked about, too, is that 4th and goal from inside the 1. Justin Fields lining up in the shotgun, went straight ahead, and was ruled to not be in the end zone. Packers took over, went down, got the field goal to ice the game. Let's go down to the field. Packers running back A.J. Dillon joins us now. A.J., first of all, congratulations on the win. There was so much talk this week about you and Aaron Jones have got to be more involved in this offense. Boy, you guys got involved in a big way tonight.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate it, man. Something we always preach in that running back room is, being ready anytime our number's called. And, I think we did a good job of that today. And, super proud of Aaron. He really balled out today. It's great to see it.
We see the finished product tonight, but take us through the week after only putting up 7 points in the game against and the loss to Minnesota. Take us through the week and the mindset of the practice and the play.
I think everybody just did a really good job at, going back, watching the tape and taking a second to, kind of reflect on ourselves, how we can get better, how we can, help out the team and get a win. That's the most important stat. And, I think everybody did that, bought into it, and you see the result today.
So we're used to seeing you guys carry the ball, but let me tell you what, seeing your big body out there lead blocking, how much do you enjoy doing that?
Hey, man, I've said it since I got drafted here. Whatever it is, I don't care. I love Green Bay. I love my teammates, and whatever it is to, get us in that end zone, help out the team, I'm going to do it. I'm just upset Aaron didn't celebrate with me right after, so I told him a little bit about that for next time.
Hey, AJ, final thought. Obviously, this offense far from a finished product. Do you feel like you guys made positive steps in the right direction tonight, though?
Absolutely. Definitely, I think we made positive steps. Anytime you can get a win in this league, no matter who you're playing, what stage, what day, it's a big time. So we got to, take the night to be happy about it, but then we got to get back to work. We got another big game next week.
AJ, congratulations on the win. Thanks for a few minutes.
Hey, thank you. Appreciate it.
Packers running back A.J. Dillon, 18 carries for 61 yards in the ball game tonight, and the Green Bay Packers knock off the Chicago Bears by a score of 27-10. When we return, Scott Graham rejoins us from our Progressive Insurance Studios with the postgame report. Protect the stuff you love with Renter's Insurance. Visit Progressive.com today. You're listening to Sunday Night Football on Westwood One.
Imagine buying a pair of sneakers and getting a soothing, gentle foot massage like you'd get during a relaxing pedicure just by walking. You might think this sounds too good to be true, but we think it sounds like Skechers' new Massage Fit sneakers. Because Skechers, the comfort technology company, has designed a unique innovation that makes it feel like you're pampering your feet with a gentle massage in every step. The secret is Skechers' new patented wave technology on the sole that gently massages your feet while you're walking around. It feels amazing and is so gentle you can wear them all day just like your other favorite Skechers sneakers. And not only will you be getting the massage, you'll also be getting Skechers' other famous comfort features, like a special luxury insole that offers extra support for 24/7 comfort. Plus, they come in a variety of fashionable styles, including lace-up and slip-ons, and they're machine washable for easy care. Get a bonus massage in every step with Skechers' new Massage Fit. Find them for men and women at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
MyPillow is having their biggest bed sheet sale ever. The MyPillow Percale sheets are available in a variety of colors, and all sizes are on sale. For example, the queen size, regular price $89.98, now only $39.98 with your promo code. Order now, as there's a very limited supply. The MyPillow Percale sheets are breathable and have a cool, crisp feel. They have deep pockets to fit over any mattress. These come with a 10-year warranty and a 60-day money-back guarantee. Go to MyPillow.com and click on the radio listener square and use promo code Westwood to receive the MyPillow Percale sheets for as low as $29.98. Order now, because when they're gone, they're gone. Or call 800-653-7485 and use promo code Westwood.
Did you know Hulu Plus Live TV is the ultimate entertainment package that you need this football season? It has over 75 live channels with sports like NFL games, plus Hulu's entire streaming library. On top of that, it now comes with Disney Plus and ESPN Plus. More content to watch. With unlimited DVR at no additional cost, you can record your favorite shows. It's like cable, only better. Live TV plan required, restrictions apply. Access content from each service separately and select ESPN Plus content via Hulu. Learn more at Hulu.com.
At Wrangler, we know that life is all about taking the reins, no matter what's in front of you or which way the road turns, because life is one big glorious ride, and Wrangler jeans are made to handle every step of it. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Getting a tattoo of your team's mascot on your arm and your back and your face. Who's the mascot now? Jack Links is good with it. Pick up Jack Links at a store near you.
Scott Graham from our Westwood One studios following Sunday Night Football tonight at Lambeau Field in Green Bay. Oldest rivalry in the NFL, the Chicago Bears and the Green Bay Packers. Coming into this game, Green Bay coming off a loss, much like they did last year. Remember they laid an egg in the opener last year and then broke off 7 wins in a row? Well, they were trying to start a similar run with a couple of different things going on offensively. Would they be able to move the ball against this young Bears defense? And the Bears, would they have enough offense to be able to stay with the Green Bay Packers after getting a win in the pouring rain in their home opener against the San Francisco 49ers? We found out a lot about these two teams over the course of the first half and a little bit in the second half of this game as well. Green Bay drew first blood in their opening drive, an extended drive of nearly 6.5 minutes and 13 plays that ended in a Mason Crosby 40-yard field goal for a 3-0 Packer lead. But the Chicago Bears moved the ball very well in their opening drive. It took them 7 plays to go 71 yards with a good mix of run and pass, including a flea flicker. As it turned out, it was the quarterback who took care of business himself to end the drive.
Fields is under center, turns on a play fake, rolling to his right. Fields is going to tuck it down and run, and he dives for the pylon. He is in. Touchdown Bears. Justin Fields with a 3-yard touchdown run, and Chicago has taken a first quarter lead. 4:37 to go in the opening quarter. Bears on top 6-3. The extra point try is coming up.
The extra point try was good, a 7-3 lead for Chicago, and that is how the first quarter ended. But Green Bay was on the move in the middle of a drive. It also got them back into the end zone. It was 9 plays and 75 yards, and as the second quarter began, they were 15 yards from pay dirt. What turned out to be a very strong and effective running game all night long for the Packers gave them the lead back.
Rodgers back in the gun. 2 receivers left. Lazard goes in motion. Single man to the right. Rodgers wants that shotgun snap. He's got it. Pitch it out to Jones. Running right. Gets a block. Cuts back left across the 10. Now to the 5. Into the end zone. Touchdown Green Bay. Aaron Jones with a 15-yard touchdown run. And the Packers are back in front. 14:54 to go first half. Packers 9. Bears 7. The extra point try is coming up.
Crosby hit on the extra point. It was a 10-7 ball game. Green Bay got slowed down in their momentum as far as where they were going for just the next drive. It was a 3-and-out, but it was really the only time that they were stopped in that second quarter and really in that first half. On the other side, after their big first drive, the Chicago Bears did not get another first down in the first half. But on Green Bay's drive late in the second quarter, it was 9 plays and 54 yards, and it ended very similarly to the last scoring drive.
Rodgers in the shotgun. He's got Dillon to his right. 3 receivers left. Single man Watkins out to the right. Rodgers slight bend at the waist. Play clock shows 7. Rodgers takes the snap. Little push pass ahead to Jones. Sweeping right. Picks up a block from Dillon. Into the end zone. Touchdown Green Bay. Aaron Jones, second touchdown of the night. 8 yards on the pass from Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers lead by 9 with 4:36 to go here in half number 1.
17-7 after the extra point, and Green Bay would get one more shot to score because, as we said, the defense was shutting down Chicago after another 3-and-out. They got the ball with just over 3 minutes left to go in the first half, and again, Aaron Rodgers moved them downfield. Now, this is not classic Aaron Rodgers stuff tonight. He was not throwing for 400 yards. He was not throwing 5 touchdown passes, but it was a very well documented drive in terms of what they were going to do and then following through on that. Remember, this is a team that ended up with 414 total yards on the night, including 203 of them on the ground. But it was a pass play late in the first half that gave Green Bay the big lead.
Rodgers in the shotgun with Jones to his right. Rodgers bends at the waist, takes the snap, fakes to Jones, looks, throws left side, caught, touchdown Packers. Allen Lazard tumbling down in the end zone, hauls it in. A 5-yard touchdown pass from Aaron Rodgers, and the Packers lead 23-7.
With just 32 seconds to go in the first half, that would be the halftime score, a 24-7 lead for Green Bay, and it appeared early in the third quarter like the Packers were about to run away with the game. They were moving the ball and doing it almost exclusively on the ground, marching through the Chicago defense into Chicago territory. And then a mistake, a rare one by Aaron Rodgers, who ran into his running back, causing a fumble. forced Green Bay to give the ball up in Chicago territory. That changed the entire momentum of the game. The Bears ultimately did move the ball down the field, although they couldn't get it into the end zone. Cairo Santos sitting on a 44-yard field goal, and Chicago had life again, 24-10, still with 20 minutes of football left to play. The big moment in this game came, however, when the Bears were trying to get into the end zone to see if they could get to within 7. This was in the fourth quarter, and once again, there was an opportunity there for Chicago to get something done. They moved the ball, running it effectively. Remember, David Montgomery ran for 122 yards on the night tonight and had the ball down inside the 5-yard line. On third down, Justin Fields tried to sprawl his way to the goal line, or actually, I should say to the pylon in the right corner of the end zone. He reached, hit the pylon with the football, but a replay review showed that his knee was down. So it left a fourth down opportunity. Bears had no choice but to go for it in this situation. What would they do? As it turned out, this was the biggest moment of the game, and it's time for the Wrangler Jeans highlight of the game.
13th play of the drive, Fields in the gun. Single receiver left, two to the right. Here's the snap. Fields will keep straight ahead, runs into the pile, fighting towards the goal line. Did he get there? No signal yet. It looks like the Packers stopped him, and they did. Justin Fields trying to run it in from the half-yard line, and the Packers stuffed him. Green Bay will take over at their own 1 with 8:07 to go.
That is the highlight of the game, sponsored by Wrangler. 75 years of history and still blazing trails. Check out Wrangler.com today to discover new styles and all the latest denim trends. Wrangler, for the ride of life. Now, after the call was made by the officials on the field, there's a little bit of controversy because replay showed that Fields was an awful lot closer with the point of the football to breaking the plane than perhaps had been originally thought. There was a challenge from the Chicago side. What ended up happening? Well, as it turned out, the call was upheld. You take a look for yourself and you get an opportunity to see the replay. I'm sure folks in Chicago are not necessarily going to believe it. It was not a touchdown, and that effectively ended the game because with 8 minutes and change left to go and still down by 2 scores, Chicago ended up giving the ball back. Ultimately, Mason Crosby hit on one more field goal, and the Bears got themselves an interception, ran out the clock on the way to a 27-10 victory tonight. Green Bay gets the victory, their first of the year. Chicago falls to 1-1 with the loss. More on tonight's game. Let's go back out to Lambeau Field and rejoin the guys who called the action, Ryan Radke and Mike Golick. Guys?
All right, Scott, thanks very much. And there's no doubt that play on the goal line is going to be talked a lot about this week. You can certainly question whether or not Justin Fields was in. We both thought that he was. Yep. That's not the way that replay saw it. After you get past that, you can also question Fields lining up in the shotgun with the ball at the half-yard line. Was that the way to go? And then, Mike, you can also talk about, the Packers still have the ball at the 1. If the Bears defense gets off the field, they get the ball back with good field position, still plenty of time to go in the game, and they weren't able to do that. That 55-yard pass to Sammy Watkins certainly helped Green Bay out. When all is said and done, the Packers get the win. Both teams now 1-1.
Yeah, that was it right there. We both thought he was in. I didn't like the play call. We definitely thought he was going to be in on that, but he wasn't, and so that's not going to change. So, from the Chicago standpoint, you got to, as quickly as you can, put that aside and say, we have the Packers on the 1-yard line. We're down 2 scores. We got over 8 minutes to go, so this is where we need to stop them, and this is probably when Green Bay came up the best with what I think was the drive of the game. 10 plays, 89 yards. Took up 5:39 of the clock. A big play in that was a 55-yarder to Sammy Watkins, the deep cross over the middle. But that was an opportunity for the Bears to keep them right there, good field position, and try and cut the Packers' lead down. But that drive, they had a lot of really good drives tonight. We had a few to pick from. But that one, to get off your own goal line and go ahead and even get 3 points out of it to really put the game away, I thought was a drive of the game.
Drive of the game sponsored by Geico. Whether you rent or own, Geico makes it easy to bundle home and car insurance. Having a home is hard work, so get a quote at geico.com. Easy. Now, for the Bears tonight, Mike, they ran for 180 yards. David Montgomery had a big night. Offensive line was able to open up some holes for him. If you're looking for positives for Chicago, that would be it. But the Bears have got to figure out a way to get some sort of production out of their pass game.
Oh, without a doubt. We talk so much about that with Green Bay, and how are they going to evolve with the young receivers? Well, that was what was going to be the Justin Fields situation going into this year with a new program under Luke Getsy and changing the offensive style that nobody liked how Matt Nagy was running the offense for Justin Fields. But we saw him do well in the second half last week in a monsoon. I really question some of the play calling of not using his feet, using his versatility, using his athletic ability and his arm to make some plays down the field. And when you're not a big hit offense like they're not, you have to play a little more ball control. They had it for just over 22 minutes. The Packers had it for 15 more minutes than they did, so that makes it even more difficult and puts more pressure on your offense to produce.
Let's check the final stats, sponsored by Indeed. When you think of hiring, think of Indeed. Their end-to-end hiring system helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all in the same place. Visit Indeed.com/credit. Mike just mentioned it. 37 minutes and 15 seconds time of possession for the Packers compared to 22:45 for the Bears. Green Bay with 26 first downs to Chicago's 11. 414 yards for Green Bay. And balanced tonight, 203 on the ground, 211 through the air. Those are the net numbers. Aaron Rodgers, 19-25, 234 yards, and a couple of touchdowns. With the victory tonight, Rodgers now has 23 regular season wins in his career as a starting quarterback against Chicago. That ties Brett Favre for the most by any quarterback against the Bears since at least 1950. Aaron Jones, 15 carries, 132 yards and a touchdown. He had 3 receptions for 38 yards and a score. A.J. Dillon had 18 carries for 61 yards in the game. Alan Lazard, 2 catches, 13 yards and a touchdown in his season debut. Meanwhile, for the Bears, mentioned a big night for David Montgomery. 15 carries for 122 yards for him. Justin Fields, just 7 of 11 for 70 yards. Equanimous St. Brown had 2 catches for 39 yards. He was the Bears' leading receiver in this game. Just not a lot there from that Bears pass game. So both teams 1-1. As we look going forward, what do we make of where these teams are 2 games in, Mark?
Well, we all felt that Green Bay was going to get where they wanted to be and get better, and they maybe have taken a bigger step tonight than even some people thought, that they'd still need more time to get acclimated to the new younger receivers. Getting Lazard back was help. Getting Sammy Watkins involved tonight was big as well. So with that offensive coming along, especially with the running game, how that helps the pass and what the O-line did tonight, leaps and bounds from what they did last week. And I thought the defense was extremely tough and physical tonight as well. So I think, took a major step of the Green Bay Packers that we're kind of used to seeing.
All right, Packers on the road in Tampa next week. Talked about what the challenge will be there. Bears go back home, get a Texans team that's also trying to figure some things out. We'll see how they respond next week at Soldier Field. And don't miss all the NFL excitement on NBC next Sunday night. It'll be the San Francisco 49ers and the Denver Broncos. And, of course, you can also hear Sunday Night Football each week right here beginning at 7:30 p.m. Eastern on many of these same stations, on the NFL app or online at westwood1sports.com. It'll be the Jimmy Garoppolo-led 49ers. Trey Lance reportedly out for the season after suffering a broken ankle today against Russell Wilson of the Broncos, who talk about needing to figure some things out. They have not been as advertised as yet.
They have not. We have talked about the AFC West on paper being the toughest division in all of football. We'll see. They didn't look great today, but they got the win. They both got the win, and San Francisco got the win, so both teams are 1-1. I felt at some point the game was going to be given to Jimmy Garoppolo for the 49ers. I wasn't sure when it was going to happen. You never like to see anybody get hurt at all, so I feel horrible for Trey Lance. Now going to have to rehab that injury. But Jimmy Garoppolo has taken this team to a Super Bowl. They are a team with a lot of talent in a tough division, certainly with the Rams, and Arizona pulling off the win today the way they did. So a big game, but Jimmy Garoppolo coming back, in all honesty, I think is going to spark that team some.
All right, Mike, safe travels. We'll see you in Denver next week.
Yes, sir.
Packers win it tonight, 27-10 over the Chicago Bears. Right now, let's rejoin Scott Graham in the Progressive Insurance Studios. Protect the things you love with renter's insurance. Visit Progressive.com today. Scott?
All right, thank you, guys. When we come back, we're going to run down all the scores and highlights from today's NFL action. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
For the end zone, he throws it, it's caught, touchdown!
For the first time, every NFL team on the SXM app features your team's pre- and post-game show. Live updates before games, post-game interviews, and press conferences after every game.
Really excited for our group, man. That was varsity ball today.
Now, your favorite team's broadcast includes their pre- and post-game shows all season long on the SXM app. All 32 team channels are also available in vehicles equipped with SiriusXM 360L radios. After 20 seasons under center for 4 teams, it was hard for Brett Favre to say goodbye to the game he loves. Now that he's hosting a show on SiriusXM NFL Radio, he's trying to find a way back in.
Doug Peterson, the head coach in Jacksonville. Brett's not far away now. You want to bring him in for a pregame pep talk?
I was thinking something easier. Reach out to me during the game if you need a play.
Brett Favre Talks Football, Tuesdays at 11 Eastern on NFL Radio Channel 88 and the SXM app.
What is our next task, Lord Doom?
To seek vengeance. SiriusXM and Marvel Entertainment present the all-new podcast, Marvel's Wastelanders, Doom. Dr. Doom, he's dead. Doom is for life. People don't know what they want. They have to be told what is good for them. And I, Doom, am the only one who can provide it. Marvel's Wastelanders, Doom is available now on the SXM app, included with all of our trials and popular plans.
This Is Your Life. The iconic series is on SiriusXM.
Betty White, this is your life.
Creator and host Ralph Edwards would surprise guests with their family and friends as he took them through a retrospective of their life in front of a live audience.
Andy Griffith, Jesse Owens, and Mark. This is your life.
This Is Your Life Radio is on SiriusXM Channel 104 or hear it on the SXM app.
Welcome back to the Sunday Night Football post-game show following Green Bay's win over the Chicago Bears. Let's take a look back at what happened earlier today in the National Football League. And remember this, because we're going into week number 2, it's not easy to be a playoff team and then come back the next year and start 0-2. Case in point, since 2016, 7 teams that were in the playoffs last year started the season 0-2, and all 7 of them went on to miss the playoffs. Keep that in mind when I talk about the games we're talking about. You had Arizona in Las Vegas taking on the Raiders, pair of playoff teams from last year, both 0-1, and Kyler Murray in a struggle. 2-7 and 9 touchdown passes in his last 9 games coming into this one. That trend held true throughout the entire of the first half. Derek Carr and the Raiders had a 20-0 lead at halftime in this ball game. However, Arizona figured out a way to come back in the fourth quarter, and then Murray led the last drive that gave them a touchdown, a 3-yard touchdown run, as time expired in regulation. They had to go for a game-tying 2-point conversion. Murray threw a perfect pass to A.J. Green, who sprawled and caught it in the back of the end zone. So we were tied at 23 and go into an extra period. In that extra period, the Raiders were moving the football, trying to figure out a way to get a win. Hunter Renfrow actually fumbled the football, and the Raiders got it back again. But 2 plays later, they were not as lucky.
Quick throw, Renfrow at the 39, backs out of it, goes forward, he's hitting the ball, fumbled again! It's loose on the Cardinals sideline, they pick it up, it's Murphy down the far sideline, racing towards the end zone, and Arizona scores to win it in overtime! Hunter Renfrow was trying to get extra yardage, he was drilled, fumbled the football, and the Raiders lose at home in devastating fashion.
Jason Horowitz, our old friend of the Compass Media, Las Vegas Raiders radio network, with the call of what turned out to be the longest fumble return in overtime for a touchdown in NFL history. Arizona wins it 29-23. They avoid that 0-2 start. Kyler Murray just 1 passing touchdown on the day, but he led the big drive at the end that got them to overtime, where they walk away with the victory. On the other side, Derek Carr threw for 251 yards and 2 scores, but remember Devontae Adams' big week last week, 10 catches, $141. Today, 2 catches for 12 yards, although one of them was a touchdown, but the Raiders are now 0-2. The Rams avoided 0-2 today by knocking off Atlanta at home at SoFi Stadium, 31-27. Matthew Stafford, 27 out of 36, 272 yards and 3 touchdowns, although he did throw a couple of interceptions in this one, but he's got Cooper Kupp on his side. Unbelievable numbers once again for the guy who has made a claim to be the best wide receiver in the National Football League. 11 catches today, 108 yards, 2 touchdowns. That's 25 touchdown receptions in 23 total games since the start of last year. Rams actually had a 28-3 lead in this game, and Arizona came back on them, got within 4 with 17 points in the fourth quarter, but came up short. Marcus Mariota, a couple of touchdown passes, but also a couple of interceptions. And Kyle Pitts, for the second game in a row, just 2 receptions for 19 yards. They've got to get him involved. Atlanta right now is 0-2. San Francisco, well, 5-11 at home since the beginning of the 2020 season, and they had Seahawks coming in. Seattle, 15-2 in their last 17 games against San Francisco. Today, though, figured might very well be different. San Francisco 49ers coming back home and trying to see if they can get the engine going with their new quarterback, Trey Lance. The engine sputtered. He was 2 for 3 for 30 yards when he was carted off the field in the first quarter with an ankle injury. It turned out to be a fracture, and he's going to undergo season-ending surgery tomorrow. Remember all the talk in the offseason about Jimmy Garoppolo? Should he be traded? Well, today the Niners are probably pretty glad that they didn't trade him as Jimmy stepped in and took over.
Here's a play action by Garoppolo. Looks left and a throw. Wide open, Rostwelly. He'll take it 5. Rostwelly will dive for the end zone. Touchdown! San Francisco! Welcome back, Jimmy Garoppolo!
Greg Pop, 49ers radio flagship, KGO 810 in San Francisco. Why was Dwelly getting the ball? Well, George Kittle didn't play for the second straight week. As it turned out, Garoppolo threw the 1 touchdown pass, ran for 1 in the fourth quarter, and took care of the football as San Francisco beat Seattle 27-7. Seattle didn't score an offensive touchdown in this game. It was a special teams block of a field goal attempt that got them their only score in the third quarter. Geno Smith, 197 yards and an interception. DK Metcalf held down to just 4 catches for 35 yards. Big day for Tyler Lockett, but not enough. Both teams are now 1-1. Tampa Bay hadn't beaten New Orleans with Tom Brady at the quarterback position in the regular season. Yeah, he beat them in the playoffs a couple of years ago, but all 4 regular season games had gone New Orleans' way, and Tampa Bay had been frustrated to beat the band offensively. Guess what? They were again today. They were scoreless at halftime. New Orleans had a 3-0 lead. Then Tampa Bay evened it up with a field goal in the third. We went to the fourth quarter in this ball game, tied at 3. Ultimately, things broke open a bit. They ultimately broke up in a bit because the defense was really going for both sides, and it came up big for Tampa Bay in the fourth quarter as they put this game away.
Dropping to throw, Winston out of the gun, throws to the left. It's intercepted into the 35, outside the numbers to the 40, to the 35, to the 30, to the 25, to the 20, to the 15-10. Mike Edwards, touchdown Tampa Bay. That's the dagger, my friend. 4 takeaways by the Bucs, and Tampa Bay gets a pick 6.
Gene Deckerhoff, Buccaneers Radio Network with the call as Tampa Bay went up 20-3. They'd win it by a score of 20-10. Tom Brady, very modest numbers today, 190 yards and a touchdown. Mike Evans had 3 catches for 61 yards, but he got ejected from the game in the fourth quarter after a fight broke out on the field. Evans and Marshawn Lattimore were both tossed from the game. Leonard Fournette, a workmanlike 24 carries for 65 yards as Tampa Bay goes to 2-0 on the year. Alvin Kamara did not play in this game. Michael Thomas did. He had a 7-yard touchdown reception in the fourth quarter. But Jameis Winston throws 3 interceptions against his former team, the team that he got hurt against last year. And New Orleans goes down. They are now 1-1 for the year. Dallas desperately needed a win. Remember that category we told you about? Well, the Bengals were in the same situation. Both teams 0-1 coming into AT&T Stadium today. And Dallas, of course, starting Cooper Rush at quarterback. Dak Prescott will miss the next several weeks. In the 12 games that Dallas has played without him, 5-7 over the course of time. Bengals hadn't beaten them, though, since 2004. So when Dallas ran out to a 17-3 halftime lead, things were looking pretty good. That's when Cincinnati came back. Joe Burrow, who was hounded all day long, found T. Higgins for a 5-yard touchdown in the fourth quarter. Cincinnati got this game tied, which meant that Dallas had to go down the field. Cooper Rush had started one other game. In that game, he got a fourth quarter comeback for a victory. Today, he got his team downfield and within range for Brett Maher.
Smack on the 40-yard line is where Anger will put it down. Maher from 50 for the win. With 3 seconds showing. Snap, hold, kick from 50. Maher! Cowboys win! Brett Maher walk-off.
Brad Sham, 105.3 The Fan of the Dallas Cowboys Radio Network, 20-7 the final. Cooper Rush goes for 235 yards, a touchdown, also does not throw an interception in the game. Here's what he had to say after the win.
That was a big one for us. You don't want to fall down 0-2. Need that first win. Defense obviously kept us in tonight, and then Brett at the end doing his job. And 88 on that last drive and the protection, and then Noah Brown catching the tip ball. It's pretty incredible.
By the way, Ezekiel Elliott, 53 yards on the day. That's now 14 straight games under 100 yards, the longest stretch like that in his career. But Dallas will take it. They're 1-1. Joe Burrow, as we said, hounded all day. He got sacked 6 times, threw for 199 yards and just 1 score on the day. And Jamar Chase held to 5 catches, 54 yards. Guess what? The defending AFC champs are 0-2. They hope to get better next week, going to New York to take on the Jets. The Jets' roommates, the New York Giants, were home today, taking on Carolina. They're trying to go to 2-0 for the first time since the 2016 season. That, not coincidentally, the last time they made the playoffs. Well, they got an early opportunity for a lead in this game. Carolina came back, but the Giants powered through, really throughout the entire game. And with 3.5 minutes to go, Graham Gano, the former Carolina Panther, hit a 56-yard field goal. His 4th field goal of the day. It proved to be the game winners. The Giants win it by a score of 19-16. Daniel Jones threw for $176 in a score. Saquon Barkley just 72 yards this time out. But, once again, the Giants will take it under their new head coach, Brian Dable, who says he believes in his players.
I think it's important to show players that you have faith in them. They work off during the week. They've worked off during camp. They're the ones out there playing on Sunday, and you have to put it in their hands when it counts the most. And that's what Kafka did with Daniel, and Daniel made the right decision and ended up kneeling on the ball.
Not a lot of good stuff if you're a Carolina Panther coming into this one. It was the 9th straight regular season loss for this team. Baker Mayfield threw for $145 and a touchdown, but lost a fumble. The bright spot was that Christian McCaffrey broke over 100 yards, 15 carries for 102 on the day today, but Carolina is now 0-2. Also now, you got a Detroit Lions team who, taking on their portion of the NFC East, lost a tight one at home last week to the Philadelphia Eagles and welcomed in the Washington Commanders today for game number 2. Well, in this one, it was Jared Goff facing Carson Wentz. At one time, they went 1-2 in the draft, and they had split their previous meetings. Today, Goff got the better of Carson Wentz, and he did so because, simply, Amon-Ra St. Brown plays for the Detroit Lions.
Goff turns on first down, fakes the give, wants to throw, does left side, caught, touchdown Detroit Lions! Oh, baby, guess who? The man who just set an NFL record, Amon-Ra St. Brown. What a delivery by Jared Goff.
Dan Miller, WXYT 97.1 The Ticket and the Detroit Lions Radio Network. Detroit wins it 36-27. Goff threw 4 touchdown passes, but the headline here is St. Brown. 9 catches, 116 yards, and 2 touchdowns on the day. So, 6 straight games with a touchdown. That ties Herman Moore for the Detroit Lions all-time record. 8 straight 8-plus reception games. That ties an NFL record and a new NFL record for 6 straight games with 8-plus receptions and a touchdown. He has been a revelation, and Detroit, with 35-plus points in 3 straight games, is now 1-1. Carson Wentz came back late in this game and got himself a couple of touchdowns. In fact, he threw 3 of them for 337 yards, also threw an interception. Washington is 1-1. Still to come, more scores and highlights. You're listening to Sunday Night Football on Westwood One.
Getting a tattoo of your team's mascot on your arm and your back and your face. Who's the mascot now? Jack Links is good with it. Pick up Jack Links at a store near you.
Bundling home and car insurance with Geico is so easy, your neighbors are probably already doing it. But who? They may drop little hints like,
beautiful day out. Even more beautiful since we saved by bundling our home and car insurance with Geico.
Or,
yard work is hard. Much harder than bundling with Geico, which was easy.
Or it may be even subtler, like,
speaking of burgers, we bundled our home and car insurance with Geico and saved a bunch of money.
Bundling is easy with Geico. Just ask your neighbors.
Hey, football fans, don't miss your local games or that last-second field goal. All you need is an antenna hooked up to your TV, and you can see live football for free. That's right, free. No subscription, no fees, no credit card info required, just your TV and an antenna. And then live sports, news, and other popular shows are yours for free. Go to thefreetvproject.org. That's thefreetvproject.org to get started. Thefreetvproject.org. Antennas up, game on. Furnished by EW Scripps.
Welcome back to Sunday Night Football on Westwood One from the Progressive Insurance Studios. I'm Scott Graham. Looking for a career path with flexibility, great pay, and benefits? Go to progressive.com/careers and apply online. Bundle today at progressive.com. Green Bay a 27-10 winner over Chicago tonight on Sunday Night Football. I want you to put a pin in this one because sometimes you may forget when you get to the end of the season there was something like this in week 2, but we've got a contender for Game of the Year in the National Football League. Any game that includes 80 points and more than 1,000 combined total yards has to at least be a contender, right? Baltimore and Miami today at M&T Bank Stadium. The Ravens had won their last 6 home openers, and they got off to a great start when Devin Duvernay brought back the opening kickoff for 103 yards for a touchdown. They had a 35-14 lead going into the fourth quarter, but Tua Tagovailoa had the game of his young career today because he's got Tyreek Hill, because he's got Jalen Waddle, and it was the latter who ended up coming up with the big catch in this game in the fourth quarter.
Tua shotgun, back to throw, looking, steps up, fires, touchdown, Miami! It's Waddle! Touchdown! Oh my gosh, Tua looked around and came back to Waddle. What a throw and catch with 14 seconds left.
Jimmy Cefalo and Joe Rose at WQAM Dolphins Radio Network. Miami wins this game 42-38 on that touchdown. Tua throws for 468 yards and 6 touchdowns on the day, tying the Miami franchise record held by Brian Griese and Dan Marino. Tyreek Hill, 11 catches, $189 and 2 scores. Jalen Waddle, 11 catches, 171 and 2 scores. First Dolphins teammates with those kinds of numbers of 150 or better and a touchdown since the very famous duo of Mark Clayton and Mark Duper back in 1986. After the game, new head coach Mike McDaniel talked about his quarterback.
I think it was a moment that he'll never forget, that hopefully he can use moving forward, because we basically had to play perfect complementary football to come back from a deficit like that against a really good team. So I couldn't be happier for him, and his teammates learned a lot about him, and I think he learned something about himself.
Miami's now 2-0. They've got a big game with Buffalo inside the division coming up next week back at home. On the other side, Baltimore falls to 1-1. Lamar Jackson, 318 yards and 3 passing touchdowns. He ran for 119. He now has more 100-yard rushing games than any quarterback in NFL history. And still, Ravens go down at home today, 42-38 in a classic game. May not have been as much of a classic, but the Jets were playing Cleveland today, and Joe Flacco, starting once again for New York, had an opportunity again to go against the Browns. 17-3 against him over the course of his career, but he'd never won a game as the Jets starting quarterback. On the other side, Cleveland was in rarefied air too, trying to get to 2-0 for the first time since all the way back in 1993. This game was Cleveland's to have, except the Jets came back late. They got a touchdown, then recovered an onside kick with 1:22 left to go and put the ball back in Flacco's hands, trying to find the win.
Flacco takes the shotgun snap and drops. Looks up the seam, fires, caught! Touchdown! Garrett Wilson scores! The Jets are a point after away from taking the lead with 22 seconds to go! A miracle here in Cleveland. I can't believe it.
Bob Bashoo's in the 98.7 ESPN Jets Radio Network. Yeah, nothing short of it, the way they recovered the onside kick and then scored late with 22 seconds to go. Jets win it 31-30. Joe Flacco, 4 touchdown passes and no interceptions on the day. That Garrett Wilson touchdown catch was one of 2 that he had on the day. Breece Hall also ended up scoring in this one as well for New York. On the other side, Nick Chubb, 3 rushing touchdowns on the day, and Amari Cooper had 9 catches for 101 yards and a touchdown, but he was the guy who couldn't recover the onside kick that Braden Mann came up with. Cleveland blows a 30-17 lead at the 2-minute warning, and the Jets win it by a score of 31-30. Both teams are 1-1. New England beat Pittsburgh today 17-14. Mac Jones throws for a touchdown. Damian Harris runs for a touchdown. And Patriots finally getting the win column this year. They hadn't been 0-2 since 2001. You may remember that year. That was the year that Drew Bledsoe got hurt and some guy came in at quarterback. I forget, Brady, right? Something along those lines. So it wasn't that rough a year for them then either, but they are now 1-1 after that victory. Mitchell Trubisky, 168 yards and a touchdown. Najee Harris had 49 yards and 40 receiving. He did play despite a bad foot. Both teams there also 1-1. Why can't Indianapolis win in Jacksonville? Hard to say. They didn't get the victory there last year in the final game of the season that would have put them into the playoffs. Jaguars won that one 26-11. In fact, they had won 7 straight home games against the Colts. You can now make it 8 because they shut them out today, 24-0. Trevor Lawrence throws for a couple of touchdowns on the day. James Robinson had himself a touchdown, and it's 8 straight years that Jacksonville has beaten Indianapolis at TIAA Bank Field, or whatever it might have been called, at the beginning of the streak. Matt Ryan came into today never having lost to the Jags in 4 tries, but he was held to 195 yards. He got picked off 3 times today. Indy's been shut out just 3 times since 1994. All of them by the Jacksonville Jaguars. Indy is 0-1-1. Jacksonville is 1-1. And Denver got a victory today as Russell Wilson made his debut, and it was almost really a debut for Russell Wilson. It's only his second career game playing at Empower Field at Mile High. He didn't play especially well, and he ended up getting Jerry Jeudy, his wide receiver, hurt in this one. Patrick Surtain was also hurt in this game with a shoulder injury, but Russell Wilson really struggled for most of the day until a fourth-quarter touchdown that proved to be the difference as they knocked off Houston 16-9. Wilson, 219 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. You take the victory in this situation. Here's what he had to say after his home debut.
This was exciting for me to play here. I've played against the Denver Broncos before here. It was a crazy crowd to hear all the incompletes, that they're doing on the defense and everything else. But it was a special time to play here, and obviously to get our win. All I really care about is the cheers at the end because we won.
Denver is happy for the 1-1 now, and they will take on San Francisco here on Sunday Night Football next week. The other side, you have a Houston team that's 0-1-1. Davis Mills threw for 176 yards, but no touchdowns, no interceptions. He's now 2-10-1 as a starting quarterback. It feels like it should be better, doesn't it? Damian Pierce ran for 69 yards on the day, and as we said, the Texans are 0-1-1. We're going to wrap things up when we return. Once again, our final, Green Bay 27, Chicago 10. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
September is National Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. There will be 250,000 cases of prostate cancer in the U.S. this year, but cases detected early will have more treatment options, the fewest side effects, and the best outcomes. Men, if you're 40 or older, ask your doctor about getting a PSA screening for prostate cancer. It's a simple blood test. For more information, visit fansforthecure.org. That's fansforthecure.org.
From sea to shining sea, no one covers MLS like Sirius XM FC. From the Big Apple.
Messi on his feet, and he shoots and scores! New York City in the lead.
To the Wild West.
Chicharito, 2-0 Galaxy.
Miami Beach.
Is fired Miami into the lead.
To the Canadian Tundra.
Jonathan Osorio! It's 1-0 for Toronto FC.
Listen to your favorite MLS team all season long on Sirius XM FC 157 and the SXM app.
This is Steve Torrey. Join me and Bill Leckus every Sunday for the NFL Sunday Drive.
Into the end zone, touchdown!
We take you live to every game, every touchdown, every key moment.
Back to pass on 4th down, touchdown!
Plus live reporters at every game, guests live from the locker room.
Joining us now, Bengals wide receiver Jamar Chase.
It's the NFL Sunday Drive, Sunday at noon Eastern, only on Sirius XM NFL Radio Channel 88 and the SXM app.
Busted Open, the authority of pro wrestling, is available as a podcast. Listen to me, Dave LaGreca, and my all-star panel of co-hosts, including Hall of Famers Bully Ray and Mark Henry, to legends like Tommy Dreamer and Mickie James, and the AEW Women's Champion, Thunder Rosa, bring you the best in the pro wrestling world and talk to the biggest names from WWE, AEW, and beyond. Catch Busted Open live, Monday through Saturday, 9 to noon Eastern, and the Busted Open podcast wherever podcasts are available.
For Green Bay 27, Chicago 10. You've been listening to Westwood One's coverage of Sunday Night Football. Tonight's broadcast has been sponsored by Bounty Paper Towels, by Barbasol Shaving Cream, by Progressive Insurance, by AutoZone, by Jack Links, and by NFL.com. I want to thank our crew for this evening. Studio coordinator Art Martinez, production assistance provided by Lance Davis and Corey Spector, our statistician John Stangler, spotter Jeff Salmon, our engineer Dan Robotham, studio producer Brian Finkelstein, production supervisor Aaron Cummins, coordinating producer Mike Eby, executive producer of Westwood One Sports is Howard Deneroff. Join us tomorrow for a special night of NFL action with 2 games to choose from. First, the Tennessee Titans are in Buffalo to battle the Bills at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Then, at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, the Philadelphia Eagles host the Minnesota Vikings. Log on to WestwoodOneSports.com for more details, or listen to the stream of either game for free. Then later this week, it's Thursday Night Football, as the Cleveland Browns host the Pittsburgh Steelers in an AFC North matchup. And finally, next Sunday night, the San Francisco 49ers visit the Denver Broncos. Catch all those games right here on many of these same stations, on the NFL app, or streamed live for free on our website, WestwoodOneSports.com. Once again, the final from Lambeau, Green Bay 27, Chicago 10. For Ryan Radke and Mike Golick, I'm Scott Graham. Thanks for joining us. You've been listening to Sunday Night Football on Westwood One.
You've been listening to the National Football League on Sirius XM Radio. For a full list of games and channels, go to SiriusXM.com/NFL schedule. We now return you to the program regularly scheduled at this time. Taking you closer to the game than ever before. Scores, highlights,